She call me crazy and I'm wasting time. Easy, don't leave me now. Yeah, for the sky and all this diamond. I'm gonna make the time move slower. We can do whatever your sun's out. Make the clouds move over. We can do whatever, yeah. I'm gonna make the time move slower. We can do whatever your sun's out. Make the clouds move over. We can do whatever. We can do whatever, yeah. Up all night by myself, trying to figure ways to use your voice stuck in my brain. We never got to see it through, and I know I feel more pain if we're speaking truth. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again? I just don't know. And I'm hoping I'll find a way to let go. So if you love me, how could you leave me so low? So will I feel it again? I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again? I just don't know. And I'm hoping I'll find a way to let go. So if you love me, how could you leave me so low?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream. Boys, we got ourselves more 5v5 1v1 duels on the day. I didn't realize just how many we had done over on the team EU. It was like 9 or 10 of them back to back. It is actually kind of crazy. How you boys all doing? Reverend Chill Pills, Andrews, Wolf, Celtic, how you boys all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening. We were a little bit delayed by me. Yesterday Blizzard put up a update. Apparently a bunch of classes are looking to get buffed, mostly for PvE AoE content. But it's something good. Come on, NA, show us EU something different. Well, they do have at least one thing that's actually, though, there's a couple of boys over in NA that do things differently than EU. We have a little bit of an overlap, like the Shamans. G, my man, how you doing, my guy? Sup, bro? How you doing, G? Hope you have a good one, my man. Yo, G, you're a beauty. Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate it. What happened to your, is it just me, or is it G's profile picture is just gray circle, or is it just me? Desert buffs made me smile. I know. It's only like a 5% buff. I think that's going to be impactful, however. That's going to be impactful since Destro has been gaining a lot of popularity for Mythic Plus content in AoE with the 4-piece, but also in apparently in the AWC and arenas in general, which is good. It's good because Warlock from last season had, as a class, had the worst representation of all range casters. So I'm glad that they're getting some sort of, you know, buffs and whatnot. I think it's really, really good to see. Alyssa, as it said, all damage. Yes, it is all damage. All damage and abilities, everything when it comes to damage. It actually doesn't count auto attacks if you're a melee class. So you're looking at, like, if it does 5% more damage, it means ability damage. I don't think it means attack damage, but maybe not. Like, that's what a lot of people assumed is just an aura buff, but it doesn't mean it actually 5% literally. For casters, it is literally though, because your rotation doesn't change. There's no auto attacks. Your pet shows up, unless they don't count your pet, and then that's like, technically yes, but also no kind of deal. You know what I mean? Chaos Bolt, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It is pretty massive. It shouldn't be, oh, there it is, man. There it is. How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Boys, let me get the music back up and running, man. Because apparently your boy Chill Pills already got a 5-man squad, boys. How many groups do we have for the evening, man? Let's go, dude. We just need 2 groups of 5 and we're good to go. That's all we need, boys. That's all we need. That's all we need, and then we're good to go. Down, Chief. What's up, Joe? The Apple's guy to my man. Night King with a 5-man ready to go. Who's got a second group? Boys, we need somebody to make a second one. And we'll be good to go. If you guys want to join in the 5v5 1v1 dueling action, let me post in the chat and pin it on how to join up. There we go, boys. How does it look now, Dal? It looks better. Yeah, it looks better. How you doing, G? Hope you're having a great one, my guy. You're having a wonderful, beautiful, beautiful evening. Or morning. It's actually close to, like, what? Unless it's AM. When it gets to like 12 AM, do you guys call it morning? I always call it like evening until I see the sunrise. I mean, I will say it's like, you know, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. But to me, in my head, it's like, it's still nighttime. It's night until the sun rises. And then it's like morning, which is basically when I literally go to bed. Is by the time my video is done processing, rendering, I look out my window, I'm like, oh, that's the sun. Good morning. And I go sleep. Try to catch up as much sleep as I can. 9 PM here, so it is proper evening. That's nice. Did you see Thugonomics on a Destro lock? I did not know. I have not. But a Fury got into RMP's team. I gotta go watch it. Apparently one of my guildies have been going back and watching the VODs of AWC stuff. I kind of want to do that now. I kind of want to do, you know what? I kind of want to do that, but I want to watch it with other people. I kind of don't want to watch it by myself. Maybe me and Kren will watch it together. Maybe I'll get Kren into it so we can watch it together. Because I don't really get to watch AWC that much unless it's like the final, like, to find out who's going to be the BlizzCon champion kind of deal. You know what I mean? We're from Dala. Meme. I want to talk about the duels. I am from Russia originally. I'm an NA boy nowadays though. Been living in America. Consider myself fully American. Duels NA. Saturday or Friday is EU. Saturday is NA. So Saturday is today, and that's gonna be day for the NA. Chill Pills got himself a 5-man squad. What do we have? We have a second group by any measure, boys. We have a second one building up. All it takes is to go to Live vs Player, custom PvP, premiere group, find the group, get top name number 5 in the search top. And make sure, I guess there's no filters. Chicago! Making a second group over on the Alliance, boys. Chill Pills got the Hordes under his belt. Not in a weird way, though. But Chicago got the Alliance, got some sheltering, got some forces they're trying to gather to fight off against Night King himself. In the speculation of the new expansion, Dan the man, I think it's going to be the Dragon expansion. I think at this point, like, that's all the leaks talk about, and maybe the leaks are all a red herring, right? Maybe it's all just maybe it's something Blizzard put up as a rumor, just to get the leakers talking, right? Making them MMO champion articles and posts, just to misdirect. Maybe it's all misdirection, but I think it's going to be dragons. I mean, you're going to have what? Azeroth got stabbed by, what's his face? Sargeras. You had Nozoth creeping his tentacles, trying to hentai that world. Then you had the Jailer literally trying to, like, use its power to end reality and rewrite it. Azeroth got beat up quite recently, man. Azeroth's been taking punches. And dragons are supposed to be defenders of Azeroth, so what if Azeroth like, oh, now it's basically like BFA, but like, wait, real stuff. No more Azerite. Don't give me the heart of Azeroth again. Please, no, please. I can't take it anymore. No. What's up, peeps? This is Poltergasm. How you doing, man? I like your name, man. The Poltergasm. I don't think the WoW community is mature enough for a dragon expansion. You don't think so? I think I've heard, I mean, everybody got their own opinions, you know. I feel like I'd find it cool to have a dragon theme expansion. There's quite a lot of cool lore when it comes to dragons. You know, I'd be cool with it. But also I've heard some players say, some people in the community say that they would like it more like a down-to-earth, no more cosmic threats expansion. So like an expansion where we help restore the dragon flights and basically restore the guardians of Azeroth so then Azeroth can flourish. And like a very dragon theme expansion with a bunch of big bad dragons and like some cool lore, side lore stuff. I guess that'd be kind of cool. I totally could see some more like big cosmic threats though too. Personally, I'm okay with either one. Personally, I don't have like a dog in those fights. I don't have a preference. I'm right now, honestly, kind of enjoying patch 9.2. I'm enjoying playing it right now. There's a lot of dragon models. Yes, there is actually. I totally could see them like reused in Rathian dragon model, which looks high quality in comparison to some of the recent stuff they've done. And have that as like a mount or as more dragons in the future. You know? Yo, now what's up, man? Right, my man. Dragonblight was such a cool zone to level in. Really? Like back in Wrath? It is pretty cool. I have some time before work. Bellator, what's up, Bellator? Hey, my guy. Yo, we're doing some duels. We got a group with Night King on the Horde. We got Chicago over on the Alliance. We got ourselves. Just check out the LFG boys. Set up the player versus player premier group, custom PvP. Find a group top number 5 in the top to find more groups. We got 2 more spots for Alliance if you guys want to join in on Alley. Or if you want to get your friends to join in, you're more than welcome to. More the merrier. I don't mean it like that. Yeah, Dragon X-Pack will be insane, but what I'm saying is I don't think WoW community is mature enough for Dragon X-Pack. The community is mature enough for a Dragon X-Pack. I kind of want to know what you mean, Reverence, because I'm almost like... I guess I just don't know what you mean when you say mature enough. I'm actually interested to see what you mean. I guess I'm just missing something. But also I'm running on like a few hours of sleep. He doesn't get it. Is this supposed to be like a dragon? I don't get it, I guess. No, I don't. No. I want to say it. Oh, I think I know what it is, but I don't want to say it. I think I know what it is. Is it going to be Seavark? If the guy can't win him? Yeah, I don't know. It'll be up to Chicago. If Seavark is around, he might be watching AWC, or he might be just pushing arenas. I don't know how good Arcane is. He keeps saying Arcane isn't that good, but he keeps trying. What's up, Neuron? How you doing, my guy? A new world, a dragon expansion. It already has a greater history in the past than some of the ancient kingdoms. That's true. That'll be a lot to explore. There's a lot of lore when it comes to dragons. I mean, originally dragons were proto-dragons. With the they were fighting basically back and forth with the original titans of Azeroth. You know, the guys in Ulduar. And then a big black dragon came in. So proto-drakes united together with Tyr, and then they beat the hell out of that big bad dude. And then the dudes over in the Uldir gave him the power to make him a real dragon. That's why we got Alexstrasza, Ysera, Nozormo, all the dragon flights. And they're all supposed to be like protecting different parts of Azeroth or whatever, which is cool. And there's so much stuff set up to it. But you're enough to be able to use Alexstrasza's for glory. Oh, okay. I mean, honestly, if we had an expansion where we got to see more Alexstrasza, oh. Especially like think of the model, because her model's a little outdated. Imagine if they gave her like a high quality model, give her that like Demon Hunter Incubus treatment, but like kept her looking as she does right now. I think it'd be kind of cool looking, you know. I mean, if you chose the Dragonflight, like you can go with those Zoromo, you can go with not Malagos, Kalagos, I guess. Or do they even have a leader? You could go with like Rathian, which would be cool. I mean, or you could be like, you know, hang out with Bay and hang out with Alexstrasza all day. I guess you wouldn't be able to hang out with Sarah, which is literally in the Shadowlands, unless she was reborn. That'd be cool. Look at it this way, Munga Ruby popping off. We got to Dragon X Pack. True. That is very true. That was good. Whew, all right, do we have groups? Question, watch all the videos, not sure once you get revered on one tune. Can get it into an alts? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. 100% confirmed. Made some Unity Legos for my alts already. Yo, Chicago, how we doing? Do we still need more alliance, boys? We need some more alliance over on the team NA. They just need 2 more boys and we were good to go. Is that easy, man? Is that easy? If you got some friends, guildies, or anybody that's interested, man, pop them in there. Once we have 2 groups, we have enough players to keep playing together, man. And we can just rotate people. Yesterday, we went duels for a little bit longer with EU. I'm willing to do the same thing for the team NA, man. I'm willing to go for a little bit longer, have a bit of fun, man. Because we had like 9 duels on the team EU. I mean, that's a lot of duels. That is fantastic. You know? That'd be great. We put it out. Yeah, Moonguard. I don't know. Do you guys imagine we get like a dragon race if we got a dragon expansion? Because I'm thinking at most maybe we'll get like a dragon-esque class, but I don't think we'll get like a dragon race. You know? Although maybe I'm wrong. I don't think. I feel like the power of dragons will be way too big. What does it got? Cosmic gladiators. Gladiators. What is that? Is it a weapon? Cool. And the jerkin. Wait, you demon hunter? Yo, let's go. You got 2 pieces upgrade. Let's go, dude. Yo, by the way, I got so much gear on my character nowadays recently. Like, I got a bunch of duelist gear now. Dude, out the pipes. I didn't realize how good it was gonna be. Hopefully you guys saw my Assassination Rogue Burst video. Who here did, by the way? That was really fun to put together. That was incredibly cheesy burst. You literally just load them up with dots, Exsanguinate Vendetta, banish them. As long as you got your dots on them, they're 100% dead. As long as no one's helping them, and even in some cases people are helping them, that is just so much damage that happens way too quickly. And then you can just like vanish and you could open up with a mutilate into an envenom if you wanted to just amp up a little bit more damage, rub some salt into that wound. It is so good. Surprisingly good. Need both, to be honest. If you expect to have one of each, I think we definitely need a new class. I honestly think a Tinkerer would be a great new class. But a Dragon Team class? I mean, why not, right? I just don't know how they could follow up a Demon Hunter. But the thing is also, Death Knights, when they made them as a class, that was already baked into the lore as a class. Right? You could play Illidan back in Warcraft 3. Monk was also another class that was baked into the game. With Chen, the Brewmaster. You could always play the Brewmaster as like a extra summoned champion from Warcraft 3 in the tavern. So if you want to go Brewmaster, it was really, really good. Then you have the Demon Hunter or Death Knight also baked into the WoW lore with Arthas. So I don't know what class it would do. I don't think that we've ever had like a class that's a dragon themed class baked into the WoW lore, right? From before. So I kind of am afraid of them doing a brand new class completely, because I think it would be cool if it was something recognizable. Like a dragon theme thing would be awesome, but like a dragon theme class is based on something that's already in the game or has been in the game before, I think would be a safer choice, honestly. I'm just a little concerned about it, not gonna lie. I'd be down for dragon class. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't want to be a class that you could just fly? But like a druid form, but like extra. You turn into a full-blown dragon and you're literally a flying mount. Hopefully it gets a new class. Game is so unbalanced. It should just focus on improving real quality of the game before adding another wheel to have to tune. Well, the thing is, they did that for Battle for Azeroth. Then they did that for Shadowlands. That was supposed to be the 2 expansions where Blizzard was trying to figure out the direction of their classes. BFA introduced GCDs and abilities. That didn't feel that good. That's literally all we got, and then Heart of Azeroth stuff. Shadowlands was a step in the right direction, where they brought back a lot of that class utility rather than spec utility, like rogues that poisons, amazing. Curses for warlocks, really good for PvE. Also great slows, right? Curse of exhaustion, pretty great. What else I got? Warriors all got spell reflect. Warriors got a lot of utility, dude. It was amazing. It was so good. Death Knights got the Edge Magic Zone. That helped them out a lot for PvE content until they nerfed the hell out of that thing. But yeah, there's done a lot for like class utility stuff to really build up classes. But at this point, I feel like you gotta do a new class. I know it's gonna just balance the game, but like if you add a class that's super fun, I don't think it's gonna matter that much. Balance tuning, I mean, it's always, even if Blizzard does like, I feel like even if Blizzard took another expansion to focus on class design, right? Just all class design, I don't think they'll be able to get it right either. I don't think they'll be able to do it right. Unless it was going to be an expansion with no bar powers, and they're just going to expand on the playstyles for our classes, give us a lot of cool new talents to play with. Which I don't know was the last time they've been able to successfully do that. Even Mr. Pandaria had like talents that were like class specific, not spec specific. So they're pretty boring, but you got some really influential big abilities, and classes really played really well. It was an expansion where they just added Pandaren. So I guess if you were talking to you, chilled, I guess you'd rather just have a new race or a new class, right? That could give us like a class that a race could turn to dragon, but like keep our classes as is. Maybe. I think a new class or a race is definitely warranted at this point. They'll have been using the argument to fix the current classes for years. If that were the case, they never had another class. I feel like, I mean, I understand that for Blizzard, like fixing classes, like how do you go about fixing classes? Like, I think you just gotta, the only way to really truly fix classes is to like super standardize them, make it a very specific playstyle, and then tune the numbers. Maybe there'll be a little bit of homogenization with some of these classes, but like tune them so they're really, really close. Make sure there's no outliers that can affect class tuning. Trinkets can be so massively in effect that could swing a class performance, because some trinkets are huge for certain classes. Like classes are literally like so much better if they get certain trinkets. Like the Zymox trinket in the new raid, it's really good for demon hunters and rogues. It's incredibly good, and without it, like you're not gonna get the same damage. So yeah, they just got so much. Like trinkets gonna affect your playstyle, different talents gonna affect your playstyle. Like if Blizzard were to take away talents and just construct the classes in how they wanted them to be played, no customization, I feel like they could probably achieve a balance. Some other games do similar stuff like that. They're like remove a lot of that character customization and stats and basically make them like not matter at all. No matter how much you adjust your stats, your class basically plays the same. There's very little change in difference. So then because there's little variance, you can more directly control the damage output. The AoE toolkit, the single target damage toolkit, and you can make classes a little bit close to each other. With WoW, there's so much variance of like, you can play one build or another, there's so much customizability, but with that customizability, your damage numbers can be all over the place. Some classes can be extremely good in one fight and really bad in another. So it's like, wow, this balance tuning is really bad. Or looks bad, because of like, oh, this bar is really high, but in this fight, this bar is really, really small. What's going on, Blizzard? That seems like class is poorly designed. And it's like, well, I don't know. Personally, I always like the fact that WoW classes are so customizable. Not every class is going to perform amazing in every role. I mean, look at Outlaw right now in the new raid. We're just kind of like, not bottom of the barrel, but we're definitely not as well as we were doing last season. And we were just, the only reason we were good is because of the shards of domination in the new raid, which is kind of weird, but kind of worked. But now it doesn't, because we don't have it. Geo set is good, it's a little buggy, but it could be a little stronger. Or actually, the spec overall could be amped up a little bit. Actually, I would love for them to improve our cleave too. That'd be fantastic, because at least we'd be good in AoE, you know? So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I like the fact that WoW classes are customizable. Not every class is to perform amazing and the best in every single situation. I feel like as long as there's like, they're fairly decent within another, you have some kind of strengths, but then you have a weakness, I think it's perfectly fine and acceptable. There's a range to it. Except in PvP. It feels like classes are pretty close to PvP, because it's very specific like gameplay, single target or burst, sustain, maybe a bit of cleave, right? Warlock's gonna get a Soul Harvest? Yeah, Soul Harvest would be really good. I think it's about still doing the game 100%. Players enjoy every aspect of it. I'm fine with certain classes being stronger in certain circumstances. That's how I feel. Personal opinion, that's how I feel. Dead Diamond. How we doing, Chicago? Do we have the Alliance boys? How many more do we need? Because Night King is still ready. We're ready to go, man. We got ourselves a group of bloodthirsty killers over on the Horde. Ready to slam some faces. Ready to go. How we doing, Chicago? Do we need more Alliance? Do we need to make a second Horde group? 4 out of 5? Yeah, we need one more on Team Alliance to join the beautiful, beautiful Chicago boys. We just hit a +1 and we're good to go. I should probably get some water, shouldn't I? Because I'm out of coffee now because I chugged that thing and I got no water. Why can't I get some water? Or maybe a soda? Did we just go for a soda, chat? We just drank a lot of, we just got a bit of caffeine in us. Did we just go for more and just like foam up with caffeine? What do you think, boys? What do you guys think? Water or coffee? Do we go the healthy route or like as unhealthy as we can get it? Because I'm in like a lucid state, man, where I didn't get much sleep, but I'm feeling good, man. I'm having a good time. Yes. I don't know which one he said yes to be honest. Man. Crack a cold one open with me. Yo, we could do that. We could do that. Just need one more Team Alliance, boys. What about tea? I don't have any TG. I don't actually drink a lot of tea. Do you guys drink tea? Isn't it better than coffee? I heard tea is better than coffee. Maybe I should do tea. Because I've been doing coffee. And I don't know, man. Water, neutral hydrate, coffee, broski, true. Yeah, maybe it's not a bad idea. Yeah, coffee does dry you out a little. Now, it does dry out after a while. Yeah. Boba tea. Never had boba tea. Is it good? Should I try it? Or is it one of those like fancy drinks that's like a fad? Or is that actually really good? Yeah, running the raid soon? The raid? What raid? Bro, in the UK we drink. Okay. Fair enough. Fair point, G. Fair point. Okay, I didn't think about that. Okay, all right. I'm just saying, like, I don't drink a lot of tea. I don't know much about it. Yeah, what's up, Eric? Hey, to my man. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, I'll be like, I know some people drink coffee, some people drink tea, and I guess I get both the same effect. Maybe I should try tea. Get some tea with some honey. Maybe that'll be really good for me in the future. If you think I can tag along, Sep, yo, I mean, if we do a normal or heroic, yeah, Reverence, if we're doing a normal or heroic with like guildies, I can message you. Yeah, next, if you ever see me on Sepulchre, yo, I usually just, I don't have you added on Discord, right? I hope I do, because I should message you then. Lemonade, what a piece of metal. With a piece of mental? What the? I don't know what that is. Mental. The taps in very English household dispense milk tea. Really? Wait a second. No. That's an exaggeration. I was gonna say for a second. Mother, welcome to tag along if you wanna. I'm game for that. I'm down for rock. No one carry. Got me both in Discord and BNet. Ah, it sounds good. Yeah, if we end up doing like a normal or heroic run, I can be like, yo, we're doing one real quickly. You want to pop in? I can be like, yo, it's a buddy of mine. Yo, just pop him in here. Because the normal will be easy farm. I think might be doing it for like tier set pieces. Mint tea is really nice and lemon and honey. Really? I didn't know. Oh, okay. Learn something new every day. Maybe I should give it a try. Yuck, you don't like it, Andres? He doesn't like it at all. Yo, just need one more on Team Alliance, boys, with Team Chicago, and we're good to go for some 5v5 1v1 duels. Oh, we did it, boys! Yeah! Let's go. Gotta be RB real quick. Oh my god. Cue it though. Okay, Chicago. And we got Night King. Let's get us in here, boys. We got ourselves the first 5-5. I'll be back though quick. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna be back real quick. Let me grab a soda real quick, and we'll get this duels up and running, boys. You got the groups. Let's go. BRB. Alright, I grabbed the water, chat. I decided water because I don't want to slur my words and I want my mouth to sound all sticky. That's probably not the best way to put it. But I wanted to make sure I have a clear throat for any of the 5-5 dueling commentary. You know what I mean? The riveting commentary. Which. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Seavark using the new trinket. I like that carrion look. Oh, that tuxedo, the gloves. Whoa, that actually looks awesome. I like that manga. We got Lazy Cat gonna be first up versus Chill Pills. Oh, Lazy Cat looking shut down the Death Knight King. And Chill Pills is gonna have to put up all the stop stone on Lazy Cat, try to see if he can burst him down. Sounds on Lazy, stopping a lot of his healing. Bear for healing, huge slow. Lazy under pressure. So is Chill Pills though. AMS for Chill Pills, barely any health. He's gonna trick it out of it. Has to go for a lot of self healing. And Lazy looking to get out of the Chill Pills, summoning the ghoul, ready to sacrifice it in case he needs to. He's gonna sacrifice it. Lichborn is up, recovered a lot of health. Lazy tried to go for a stun, but apparently super yard doesn't at least get those dots over on Chill Pills, letting the bleeds roll. Chill Pills playing with a double death in the case, so it looks like double grip, double death advance. It's gonna go for the death back, recovering a lot of that health. Lazy is getting spat on by the Kevin Slime. Interrupt onto Lazy. Could go for a flash gift. You want to blind, but shield pills. Does he have a big remote switcher coming up? Could be a stun to Lazy. Lazy going for the main. Is getting stunned up himself. Shield pills might be able to get a bit of damage in here. It has a full bar. Runic power. Could go for a lot of death strike healing. Super low on health. Has to go for emergency healing as fast as possible. Lazy though with a big bite, shutting him down. Oh my goodness, that is a tough one. Does Lazy got a steer set, by the way? Or maybe that's just the PvP version of the Mog. But it's going to be heat motion waddling slowly up next versus Lazy. Just watch the king get slain. Man, Pharaoh is a tough one for a Death Knight. That's a really tough one, man. One wrong move or one right move by the Pharaoh and it's over. That's a big matchup. Lazy, though, is also a really skilled cat. Gonna be that Earth Elemental dropping in. Hit motion still waddling. Definitely should start walking around instead of running instead of walking. I think he still has his slow walk enabled. Gonna be Lazy, getting some big old bites back to back for heat motion as he tried to go for that. Oh, the Kyrian. Oh my goodness, does he have the biggest burst possible versus Lazy? Does Lazy know that the totem could do a lot of damage? It looks like heat motion tried to set up a big damage onto Lazy. It looks like maybe focus down on that totem. That Sky Fury totem together with the Kyrian totem can do a ton of damage if it crits, and I think that's what heat motion was trying to make happen. But Lazy was able to take it out. That cooldown is only a minute CD, so every single minute that Shaman can go for that Kyrian burst. We'll see if he's able to pull it off. That's a tough one. It's actually kind of easy, but also kind of difficult. Hit motion, drop it down Trinket. I think it's going to be his Trinket. Lazy backing up out of there for a second. Going to be a main. Once a heat motion, it's going to be leaping back in there, trying to sink in the rest of the bleeds. Hit motion is playing the Earth Elemental. I don't know if he used the Earth Elemental wall yet, but might be able to do so. It's going to be a quick stun to Lazy. It's playing that he interrupt Trinket, so he's actually able to free cast. Lazy trying to see if he can disrupt the Trinket. Is going to be going for a short stun into heat motion. Could potentially go for a little bit more healing. Fire Elemental joining in. Definitely needs some kind of healing. I think Lazy just got him. It's going to be a knockdown by hit motion for a second, but the bleed do take him out. As Kal-El Jr. gonna be up next, landing that ambush, looking for a reroll. Gonna be a main by the cat as he's looking to just get some bleeds onto Kal-El and then get out of there. Got the Moonfire, rips and everything rolling in. Kal-El with a Cloak of Shadows trying to build up some common points versus Lazy Cat. As Thorns is out. Barskin out for Lazy Cat. Getting shot by Kal-El. Looking for the Venti burst. Does he get the Venti burst? He has himself the good setup. Barskin is up for Lazy Cat, so he's gonna give him survivability. Friends in region to give him a little bit extra survivability afterwards. The Thorns are doing quite a bit of damage to Kal-El. It's gonna go for that blind until Lazy. He is in bear form, so he's actually in a perfect condition, perfect spot. Walls available. Trinket is up as well. Kal-El managed for some big burst, but that Barskin was able to offset quite a lot of it. And I wonder if Kal-El has anything left right now. Is going to be dropping down the Cosmic Trinket. Get a shot at Lazy. Is going to Trinket out of it. Quick roar. Does at least burn a Trinket out of the Pharaoh, so maybe can get some kind of a turnaround. Trinket as the Pharaoh's trying to set up the biggest bleeds. I think Kal-El might have already used evasion, going for that really aggressive vanish with a cheap shot onto Lazy Cat, trying to keep the damage rolling. Is going to be the quick interrupt with a gouge onto the flesh cut. Kal-El has no health whatsoever, though. I think Lazy has him. Those thorns at the end, unless he got evasion or something against that bleed, it's going to be tough. Bellator trying to see if he can ready himself up for the next go versus Lazy. He's going to whirlwind the Pharaoh out before he catches himself a reset. Bellator going in for that reckless abandon main by the Pharaoh. It's going to be rude immediately as Bellator does get out of it. Trinket was used. It's going to try to see if he can soul shape over. Lazy Cat knows this could be a potentially one of the biggest burst Fury Warriors out there, but Bellator's health actually just melting like an ice cream stuck outside on a hot summer's day. This boy's health is not looking that good. He does offset and make himself a shield of ignore pain, which Lazy, I think some of the damage went to that shield, but you never know. That shield is actually going to buff in the next build. It's actually kind of exciting. Get a big old buffer. Gonna be a knockdown to Lazy, but Bellator super low on health is gonna get himself a big impending victory. Fear onto Lazy, try to keep him in place as the thorns are up. Wants to make sure he isn't hit into thorns. Could go for a commanding shout. Lazy Cat, they'll get in the bleeds, get in the swipes, and I think it might be over for Bellator. Quick maim into Bellator. Lazy, just looking to end him right here. It's probably going to be a big old bite in just a moment. Going to be a charge towards Lazy. I think it's going to be potentially over. Bellator trying to give himself as much health as he can. Does go for the borrowed health with a rallying cry. Lazy kind of playing it super unsafe, keeping his health very low. Bellator Is it going to eventually lose that commanding shout, or did it already use it? There it goes. Oh, Lazy waited until the commanding shout fell off. That borrowed health is gone, and Reverence charging out as a demonology warlock versus Lazy. Here's the last one left over for the team 2. We're hitting that 5-minute mark. Not even the super high dampening. And Lazy been able to bleed these boys out already, popping on those bleeds onto Reverence. That flesh cup absorbing the impact and the strain of those bleeds, recouping for Reverence's bleeding wounds. The wounds champion. Literally, as soon as I said wounds, I thought of Magni. that's how messed up everybody got after you played Battle for Azeroth. if you thought the same thing, then BFA got you, man. It got you way up in the dome. It's going to be 6 minutes into the duel. 7% dampener. Can Lazy turn this around? Reverence really needs to make himself a huge play. We used the Tyrant earlier, but I don't think the Tyrant really got that much damage to Lazy. That is at least forcing a trick out of the cat, though. And Reverence can still get himself a setup. Blame that neck reward so you can really turn it around onto the cat. Those imps continue to barrage Lazy, actually doing a little bit of damage. Not the most, but it's still good damage. Gonna be a flesh craft interrupted by Lazy. Reverence is gonna get maybe stun locked. It looked like maybe it was stun locked, but I think it just interrupted on Shadow, trying to go for a hand to go down. Reverence finds himself with very, very little health though. So this is a really bad situation to be in. And he leaves on Forge. That technically, I guess, should go to Lazy. Damn, that's a tough one. I think at this point he realized, you know what, I'm kind of out of cooldowns. This duel is way over. Or maybe he made some kind of a mistake and is like, that's a misplay. I know I can't win against Feral at this point. So potentially, well, maybe we have another go after this one. Is broken 1v1? Arcane Feral Druid? You think so? It's actually, Ferals are pretty huge, honestly. Can we ban classes like Feral Druid? And Arcane Mages. Arcane Mages are broken? Are they? You guys think Arcane Mages are broken? Feral Druids are definitely nutty. I feel like we've had Feral Druids yesterday for the 5... Did we have Feral Druids yesterday for the EU duels? Or did we not? Yo, Night King, Chicago, let me know when you guys are ready. We can go again. Just gotta run it back, boys. Just gotta run it back in, you know? 22, 3... Oh, 24. Yo, we gotta catch up to the EU duels. Zerek is broken, not Arcane Mages. Fair enough. Yeah, Ferals are kind of hard. Arcane is the worst spec in WoW. It might be one of the hardest to play for PvP for sure. It's broken. Yeah, Feral Druids are pretty nutty. They definitely are pretty nutty. But I think we had some Feral Druids yesterday for EU. Did we not? Or I'm trying to remember. I'm legit trying to remember. Unless Cassiopea enough to really ban the Feral, and that's not gonna happen. I mean, I don't think we get that many Feral Druids on average as much anymore. I remember it used to be like everywhere back in like BFA and during early Shadowlands with the Necrolord. I like to ban Feral Druids for 5v5 duels because it's literally most of the classes can play versus that. Really, I think we've had rogues beat Feral Druids before, right? Outlaw Rogue actually does pretty well against it. If you like line up evasion at a perfect time as they're popping their burst, it's actually kind of scary. Feral is more nutty when he wants inside of arenas with pillars. You shouldn't lose there's anything. You think so? Maybe. Feral seems good. Yeah, Feral seems pretty. I mean, they always seem good. Zero people should win against Feral Druid 1v1. No, you don't like it? You just run and don't play. It is a lot of bleeds, yeah, isn't it? Maybe. Seriously, man, I think beat Ferals 1v1 is impossible. Their healing mobility is self-healing. No, we did have one Feral yesterday, did we not? We had Snoopy. We had Snoopy pop in. We lost one? That's not good, Chicago. We can recuperate one. We can get a +1 in there easily, my guy. +1 over in the Horde, boys, and then we're good to go with more 5v5 1v1 duels on the day. Let's get ourselves the boys in here, man. Let's get the boys in here. Let's get all the boys in here. We need one more, boys, for Team Alliance. Hit up that LFG. Head over to Play vs Player Premier Group, Custom PvP, hit Find Group, top number 5 in the search, hit Enter if you want to join Team Alliance. If there's 1v1 as a Feral, it means the stream show how bad you are. You think so? Ali, yeah, we need a +1 over in Team Ali, boys. What's a good balanced server does not matter anymore. Or does not matter anymore. What's a good balanced server for like Alliance or Horde? I think a balanced server that has equal amounts of Alliance and Horde. I mean, I could maybe take a look. Real quick if you give me a sec. I think wow, not all the websites are great at looking for like balance. There's not a lot of websites that have like 100% accurate information when it comes to balance, when it comes to numbers of people on the server. But I think WoW Progress has like a pretty decent starting point numbers, right? Or am I wrong on that one? Hold on. I can look. Realms, US. Actually, yeah, look at that. So this is like okay-ish. If you're looking at like realms, this is US. Okay, this is EU realms apparently. Hold on, population. So we're looking at numbers where Alliance is the highest, but also so is the Horde. So you got Draenor, Kazakh, looks like a Horde heavy realms with Terra Mill connected, Twisting Nether, a Russian realm, I don't know what that one is, Melganis, and we got also the Alliance on Silver Moon, Gordun, which is a Russian, Ravencrest, Antonidas. But then it's like you're looking for like, I guess population was the highest, where Alliance and Horde are more or less balanced. I'm looking at it right now. I think maybe like, I don't know what that one is, but that's a pretty pretty close in numbers, isn't it? In terms of like Alliance and Horde. And then this isn't perfect numbers, but it's a pretty decent. Well of Eternity apparently is balanced, but this is like a PvE and Italian. I guess you're also looking at like language too, right? Maybe, potentially. Let's say you're like, let's say for example, just so we can have it more narrow, you're EU boy and you're looking for an English speaking realm. You know, there's German, there's French, Russian, Italian, I guess IT, right? Maybe, or maybe it's like IT support for IT supporters. I guess there's Connected Grim Batal. Apparently that has a bit of a equal. Connected Defies Brotherhood is for us equal. Probably Sylvanas and Doomhammer are all pretty connected. So I guess if you're playing one of these realms, they're pretty connected together, are they not? I'm guessing. In terms of population sizes, if you're looking for some of the bigger realms, yeah, a lot of them really swing. A lot of some of the bigger realms for like EN, they're pretty swingy. There's either all Horde or all Alliance. You know what I mean? It's one or the other. But if you're looking for like a medium-sized realm, not the biggest possible, right? Decent population, and you look at or equal amounts of Horde and Alliance, you could do that. I mean, if you're looking for War Mode, with War Mode you get put on a shard. You're not on a realm PvPing. You're on a shard of connected realms PvPing. You're like in your own little instance PvPing, in your own little playground PvPing. You know what I mean? I play in Draenor, I think it's UK as well. It's mainly Horde, no Horde. Yeah. You play as Ali? Yeah. So if you're looking for an Alliance realm, Alliance heavy realm, I guess EU boys can help me out here if you guys know it. Let's see. Let me put it back up again. Realms, EU. Say EN, and then Alliance heavy. I guess there's Silver Moon, right? Ravencrest, Argent Dawn, the RP realm if you wanted to. Sylvanas, Outland, Red Groups. Yo, Chicago with a 5-man. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Yeah, boys, just shake that one off. Shake that game off, man. It's the first game jitters. You got thrown into the cage against a feral druid. You just gotta fight your way out of there, man. Honestly, just gotta fight your way out. Just gotta, just gotta shake it off and go again. Just gotta go again. We're gonna have more than one duel here, man. It's gonna be a perfect opportunity to get some revenge on the lazy cat feral. Just gotta wait a second, get back in, recuperate, slam down the kitty, move on to the next one. Fighting Seawork, fighting John Cena, Sensei in Chicago. Oh my God, this water is glorious. I got another water bottle here. Yeah, eat that onto the bed. I'll take care of that later. Does it matter for BGs and PvP? Not really, no. For PvE content, also not really, no. It only matters for raiding. It only matters, honestly, for mythic raiding. Everything else can be done cross-realm. You can make friends cross-realm, arena cross-realm, battleground cross-realm, do everything cross-realm. And then also in 9 to 5, cross-faction too. Factions won't even matter, boys. Let's go. So right now, it literally is a mythic raiding that only matters, but it's kind of funny. Switch. Oh no, we got Bellator, meaning his competitor. His rival, Seawork, gonna be the Furious Fury Warrior versus Seawork, who's an arcane mage. Where Bellator says, man, arcane mages are kind of busted. Seawork is like, arcane mages are actually not that great in PvP. Which one of them is gonna win? Seawork running the new trinket that's actually gonna give, big damage on the Bellator. Got himself lots of what look like lots of big potential, lots of big pressure, but Seawork with it all the time, feeling confident, feeling cool and collected. Seawork playing the new, what's called Resolve Trinket? I forget what they're called, but this one, once you get hit by an interrupt or CC, he has like a little immunity to, if next few interrupts and next few CCs, certain abilities, like Bellator's Charge, has a root element, which will proc his trinket. So if Bellator charges, Seavark is actually free to cast for a while. He can't really be interrupted. Gonna be reflect for Bellator. Seavark does end up fire blasting it. Radiant Spark is set up. Touch of the magic. Big damage potentially. Bellator not looking all that healthy. Big barrage. Super low in health. More missiles to follow. Arcane Orb right after. Bellator at low health completely. Is gonna go for self-heal. Burning the Warlock Hellstone. And that's gonna be Seavark on the top of the platform with so much damage. Oh my goodness. It's all magical damage, but if he hits him hard enough, it just might become emotional damage. But Bellator looking to get himself a bit of a reset away from Seavark. He better be very, very careful. That charge will trip your trinket, which is really, really difficult to play with. Seavark setting up yet another Kyrian Blast. Looking to get some damage versus Bellator. Does he have himself a big barrage to follow? Looking to cook up a big old Arcane Sphere. It does end up impacting that Kyrian burst as well. Gonna be the charge for Bellator. Knows, or should be aware that Seavark is basically immune to CC. He's gonna go for big damage, trying to catch up to Seavark. Does he have the leap? He definitely needs to get a leap. That's going to be a slow with Frostbolts for the mirror image. Seavark is looking to back up out of the polymorph, which is Bellator is going to end up getting poly. At least Bellator got himself on the line of sight. I don't think Seavark can at least engage offensively. That it's going to be CC onto Bellator, so Seavark can at least reposition. So Bellator just better be aware. Whenever he got mobility, that's going to give Seavark some immunity. So when you charge at Seavark, just be aware. Seavark got himself all the time. That's going to end up putting him in place. Going to be a quick reflect over Seavark. Might actually burn that all the time and actually go there. It looks like he is going to burn it. Not actually going to go into the alter time position. Sending some missiles at Bellator. Was able to dodge the touch of the magic, creating that line of sight using that big old pillar in the middle in order to separate the two. Constant slows by Seavark is going to be super annoying for Bellator to deal with. No more alter time. Bellator, does he have a Blade Storm? This man is running Dragon Roar, trying to go for the knockdown Seavark. I don't think it reaches big damage to Bellator. Drops down health so fast that there's going to be massive heal with the Rage Regen. Does he have himself Impending Victory? Looks like he has himself big healing back to back. Does leap over to Seavark. There's going to be a barrage to slow him down. Reflect down for Bellator. Fire Blast reflected back at Seavark as Bellator is going to go for some cover as Seavark continues to blast him out with missiles. Quick convinced by Seavark. Going to go for food immediately as Bellator hanging in there for now. He's doing pretty well. Try to see if you can maybe find Seavark. He does have himself that top side. Is going to get a slow charge by Bellator. It is going to proc that touch of the Magi. Seavark is immune to interrupts for a while. Roar by Bellator is trying to catch up to Seavark. Does go for a quick reflect. I don't really know if he reflected. Big damage onto the warrior. Bellator is going to go with the ultra time. Bellator got himself a massive heal of Seavark, able to stay on top of him with the reckless abandon. This raging blows are doing quite a lot of work. Going to be a soul shape to catch back up. It's going to be yet another raging blow. Got himself plenty of damage. Seavark actually super low in health. Might be able to force out Ice Block out of him. Quick charge. Seavark with an invis is going to get hit. Whirlwind should get him out. And Bellator, maybe he can go for a reflect for big damage. It's going to be a big barrages as Seavark finds out kind of low. Bellator just needs to maybe mount up and charge over to Seavark. Definitely needs to disrupt him from eating food as soon as possible. He actually put in some pressure on this mage. Looks like Bellator trying to maybe pick up eyes in case Seavark goes in for a full invis. Seavark does sit down, recovers a lot of food. Quick charge by Bellator. If only this man had Blade Storm, he'd be able to break out of those roots. All the time for Seavark. Bellator might be in a tight spot. Might have to burn some defensives. He definitely needs something. Gonna be reflect, but not much. You can reflect one missile. This Seavark got himself big finish right here. Touch of magic could be huge right now. Gonna be more missiles flying. Touch of magic does land down to Bellator. Does a bit of damn. As Bellator does land yet another charge towards Seavark. He's gonna catch up on all that healing. Look at him. Big barrages out of Seavark with more missiles flying. Bellator, I think he's just gonna go for that line of sight. Constant slows by the mage. This warrior is just having to deal with the fact that he's having to crawl around the arena. As this mage got the perma slows, man, not much you can really do about them. The only thing you can do is charge. Dragon's Roar was definitely an interesting play. Is Dragon's Roar better for damage? Dragon's Roar might be way better for damage, but I think Blade Storm is so much more value. Bellator would have definitely benefited heavily from it. I think that's one small adjustment. And next to me versus a mage would be in a great spot. Gonna be a huge damage set up by Seavark with that Kyrian. Looks like a lot of the damage didn't really go anywhere. Barrage into Bellator as he builds up those stacks in order to make this barrage do more damage. Charge by Bellator. Gonna be ultra top for Seavark. Trying to make more blast happen versus Bellator. Bellator trying to stay on top of Seavark without one leap. Gonna be a soul shape to try to catch up. If he can get line inside of Seavark and maybe go for Raging Blow just to charge up to him. Looks like Seavark is backing up out of there. Trying to mitigate the warrior's mobility. Quick poly onto Bellator. As Seavark is going to get himself maybe potentially big Kyrian burst. Is going to be touch of the Magi. Does he have the max range on him? Is going to build up the missiles. Bellator is going to go for one reflect on one of the missiles. Let's see if does he have the line of sight to max out the damage of touch. He does not. Charge by Bellator, catching up a little bit of healing. Maybe he can go for reflect here. This way you really need a reflect or something. Needs to burn off a lot of that rage. He wants to go aggressive. Big Arcana Sphere onto Bellator. Seawork is going to get himself an Alter Time while feared, which is going to give a bit of that mobility. Nova onto Bellator. It doesn't break very, very quickly. Bellator with that rage regeneration. Seawork blinking away. Just to try not to give the warrior any kind of heal. Barrages to follow. Bellator trying to give himself whatever heal he can. Charges over to Seawork. Massive health recovery. Knockdown on Seawork. Does finally get himself a interrupt onto Seawork. A district being used by the mage. It is not going to do much for you since Bellator is no magic damage. Hey, no magic, man. Touch of the Magi reflected. I don't think he can reflect Touch of the Magi. I think he literally only reflected in one of the missiles. Seawork trying to get himself maybe Alter Time. No interrupt by Bellator. Could be really bad. More missiles flying. Does Seawork have himself a big setup? Arcana Sphere loading up. Not the biggest Arcana Sphere. Did use it mostly to knock Bellator back. We hit a 6-minute mark. Bellator is doing so well against Seawork. It's such a back and forth because Bellator actually has a couple of moments where he got Seawork super low. He's going to be using those images in order to catch up on healing as we hit on that 11% dampening. Seawork definitely met his match. It's a back and forth. Bellator is so low in health though, dude. He's got so low a few times, man. I feel like if he got Blade Storm on him next time, easy way to break out of this route. It's going to be Seawork with Alter Time. Bellator, does he fall for it? He knows that Seawork can also go back to where he was initially and create some distance. Looks at Seawork is going to use that Alter Time. Bellator using Rage Regen to get some damage versus Seawork. He's going to go for Reflect, but Seawork, instead of using spells, actually just mounts up just to stay away from the warrior. Let's get out of there. Just let him get away from the guy. Barraging him with missiles as Bellator is looking for cover yet again. Seawork going for a poly. That's going to be Bellator trying to go for an interrupt. I'm not sure. Actually, looks like he was able to use the interrupts to break Seawork out of his immunity trinket. That trinket will only give you immunity for 1 or 2 interrupts. Knockdowns by onto Seawork. Bellator actually has Seawork on the ropes. Those knockdowns were helpful with burning that trinket so easily. Bellator kind of low on health. It's going to be big damage on Seawork. This thing out the go. Bellator catching up a little bit of healing and Rage Regen going to use right now. Seawork trying to use barrages just to give himself mobility and slows to back onto Bellator. He does end up catching up with so much health at the end. Oh my goodness. That was a lot of damage put together. That was also arcane power. And Seawork is going to see Bellator leaping over towards him. Does Bellator have a charge? A next charge, again, those charges are just going to give Seawork that immunity for a short time. With that new Resolve trinket, that's what it's called, Resolve. There's like 2 kinds of Resolve trinkets, but that one gives you immunity from time to time. Does someone just Seawork? I don't even know if, does someone proc that Resolve trinket? That'd be unfortunate if it did. Reflect out for Bellator. Seawork does use Fire Blast on it. Bellator gets Seawork kind of low. Does have Reckless Abandon very, very soon. Actually, has it right now. Does he have any way to reconnect with Seawork? He needs to charge or something. Warlock Hellstone keeping this warrior alive. Trying to use Soul Shape in order to catch back up. Does he go for the Reckless? He might just have to. Reckless. Seawork does go for a big blink from a distance. Does Bellator have any leaps or anything at all? Trying to whirlwind as he knows more or less where Seawork is going. He does catch himself in Invis. Bellator does go for a leap, picking up the eye. There's going to be a bunch of slows with frostbolts from the images on the side. Seawork finds himself with super low health, actually. Big shield is up. Bellator, does he have any ways to catch back up to Seawork? Charge, leap, anything. Anything would be helpful right now. Bellator finds himself kind of in a bad spot. Doesn't have any mobility whatsoever. He's literally on a crawl versus Seawork. He just need to catch back up to him for just a second. Quick fear to hold Seawork in place. He doesn't have a way to break out of the CC. He's actually going to sit that fear for 20% longer. Bellator catching up a little bit of health. Trying to go for Shattering Throw versus Seawork's shield. Ultra's up for Seawork. Bellator maybe can still make something happen. He knows that Seawork is going to go for Ultra Time. He knows it's going to happen. Goes for a charge. Knockdown on Seawork. It's going to be a blink with an Ultra Time. Does Bellator have a leap to reconnect anything at all? Touching the Magi, reflect. Trying not to reflect Spark. It's going to be Spark attempt, but not going to happen. Bellator has Touch the Magi on him. It doesn't do a lot of damage by itself, but it could potentially, if Seawork blasts out more damage into Bellator. But it's going to be a leap for the warrior defensively, not aggressively. He does definitely need to reconnect with Seawork at some point. But man, so far he's been able to survive this. I feel for Bellator, man. He's under constant threat of an Arcane Mage ripping you to atoms, and he's been able to hold it off for a little bit, slowed completely by the Mage, doing the very best that he can. Big blast on the Seawork. Bellator does go down. That is a rough one, man. As soon as this boy with a Blaze Storm, I think will become so much more mobile than ever before. Heat motion is going to be up next as we hit in that 10. Dude, that whole duel lasted 10 minutes. I gotta give these boys credit. That was pretty good. Let's go. 10 minutes, 15 seconds into the duel. Seawork is going to go for a bit of a bow with heat motion, but he doesn't want to walk up next to him. I did my best, Dal. Yo, Bellator, swap to Blade Storm. That's going to give you so much more mobility than ever before, my guy. Trust me. Blade Storm, I think, is going to be what ends up winning the duel, man. Because if you got a Blade Storm for a couple of those slows, you look good. I can't win Seawork. I think you can totally do it. I believe in you. So straight out, Blaze Storm against those roots and slows, it would be fantastic. Seawork does end up human racialing out of that stun. Heat motion might be in a bit of trouble. Got himself wall. It's gonna be Stormkeeper. Can't be interrupted. Does he go for the big Kyrian burst? Looks like he's trying to make it happen. Seawork with big ultra time, trying to go for healing surge. He also needs to move the totem in order to make sure they blast Seawork as well. Emotion try to make that Kyrian burst work. You can do it every single minute together with Stormkeeper. It takes a second to set up. I also think he didn't set up a Skyfury totem either. If he set up Skyfury, that would have been amazing. Seawork is trying to see if he can avoid heat motion as best as he can. Avoiding the elemental shaman, it feels like we haven't seen Ellie in a bit. This map, yeah, this map does definitely give some classes, like monks and certain casters, certain range classes, a little bit more value because it gives you a little bit more control, right? You have that line of sight, you have the bridge, you have the ramps on the side, ramps down the middle. So it is a very, very interesting. An arcane is just an annoying insect. Oh no, he called him an insect. Gonna be a stun. As our elemental popping out, heat motion trying to go for a lava burst. As Seawork got himself full burst ready to go. Does he have himself the biggest burst possible? Potentially big barrages versus heat motion. Trying to see if he can drop him down. Heat motion sending out the lava burst as well. Also has a Skykeeper if he wants to. Is gonna walk towards Seawork. It's gonna be Sky Fury down. Does he go for that Kyrian burst setup? Seawork is gonna try to see if he can disrupt it. Gonna be heat motion trying to build up some healing. Did it drop down his Kyrian totem at all? He might just be able to. Kyrian totem down. Seawork needs to eliminate as fast as possible. Looks like heat motion is gonna have his totem blasted out. This is why you want to put that totem somewhere where the enemy can't see it. Otherwise, Seawork can just blast out the Kyrian totem. It might sound troll to some of you guys. You might have never seen shamans with Kyrian totem in PvP. It actually does a lot of damage. The arcane damage that totem does is actually one of the biggest blasts a shaman can do in a single global, especially with that legendary. It's a lot of damage together. And if you crit, it's a lot more. Seawork goes in for a blink as heat motion trying to go for that lasso. Gonna be the wall for the Ellie Shaman. As Seawork using that all the time to put himself behind. Does he have himself big Kyrian set up? Heat motion does get tipped a little bit by the Arcana Sphere, knocking it back a little. Gonna be those totems blasted out by Seawork. Emotional Sky Fury in just 5 minutes. Trying to go for an interrupt versus Seawork does land it. Gonna be a lava burst as heat motion trying to get CC'd. That's gonna be Seawork trying to see if he can burn those polys onto heat motion. He's going to be able to set up. Does Seawork have himself a big go? Potentially. Rune of Power. Is he just going to go for Arcane Blast? I think he's just going to go for a bit of damage. That's going to be a knockdown for heat motion. Trying to see if he can bow out of there. Has himself big Sky Fury in case he wants to use it. Big Sky Fury. Going to be blasted out. Stormkeeper. Heat motion better put that Kyrian totem somewhere where you can't see it. He's just going to drop on the top of Seawork. Seawork blasted that thing out immediately. This way to put the totem away, load it up, and then drop it down when you have the biggest damage. It takes a second to get used to how to do it. But he's doing the best he can. Gonna be the Aegis stricken for Seawork. Trying to reduce the magic damage taken. Gonna be the stun totem blood. Is immune to it. Thanks. Oh! I don't know what happened when I touched the magic barrage, but that was beautiful. It was like a half health. And then gone. Going, gone. With the Reverends joining in for the next team to competitor. More to call into Seawork. Is he gonna be the man to stop down this mage? Trying to drop down a big fatty charm, but that's going to be a miss out of Seawork with a blink away. Trying to see if he can skulk out of there as a Shadow Fury came out for Reverence. Trying to see if he can lock down Seawork. Trying to see if he can stun him. Demon Dog is getting sent in. Does he get 3 Demon Doggos? Let's see at least 2. Or I think it's to see 1 right now, but I thought it's a 2 jump in. I'm wondering if that man's got a tier set bonus of 2-piece or 4-piece. Because tier set 2-piece gives you another bonus Demon Doggo. So instead of 2 Dread Hounds, you get 3. Which is quite a bit extra damn because they have more bites, more attacks. Overall, just really, really good. And I also think it's more resources because that's an extra charge of demonic core. But it's hard to tell since these demon doggos, the dread doggies, they kind of blurred together into one. They fuse together after the jump. Gonna be Seawork trying to see if he can blast in the pet. Gonna be that Isaac having to go using it. That's gonna be Reverend trying to set up a decimating bolt. Does that still give you? Wait, does decimating bolt give you the damage amp? Does it give you like bigger damage since Seawork was low health when you used decimating bolt on him, even though he was an ice block? Does it actually give you the damage amp? I'm not seeing those floaty green orbs around you, but I guess we'll find out. Next demon bolt is probably gonna be really, really spooky, especially if he gets. I think they got quite a bit of bite to it. I think it definitely got quite a bit of extra damage to it. Radiant Spark gets set up by Seawork, trying to make sure to get some damage versus Reverence. Gonna be a quick convince, trying to go for another Radiant Spark. Does himself the big go versus Reverence. Just sees a little bit of damage. It just need to blast out a little bit of the Reverence. That's gonna be building up for the Kyrian Burst. Big barrage, but it doesn't do enough damage versus the Warlock. Seawork jumping onwards with the shield as well as the Aegis trinket, trying to absorb a lot of the magic damage, but it looks like the Wrathguard is just blasted through his health bar. The Wrathguard is not, and the Demon Doggers don't have any of their damage absorbed by Aegis. This is all physical. Big Demon Blast onto Seawork. Could go for an ultra time. Might just have to do it just to give himself a little bit of health to work with. It's exactly what he's going to go for. With a quick invis immediately for Reverence. Oh, this guy just escaped. He just boarded next to him, invis right next to him, and just barely escaped. He's trying to go for some food immediately. He definitely needs to go for eats as fast as he can. Reverence needs to find him immediately. Does he see him? He knows more or less where he's at. Seawork does catch up a little bit of food, just a little bit. Does Seawork have himself another go? Volley onto Reverence. He's going to catch it. Wrathguard trying to find a way waddle over to Seawork. These Demon Doggers are charging out. And Seawork is going to hurt from these things. Going to be quick and miss food immediately. Does Reverence? Oh, Wrathguard is there. Oh, it's right there. The Wrathguard is right there. Just walk by him. I think Seawork, when he used Mass Invis and he went for food, which gave him a little bit of visibility while eating. I think that's what happened there. Gonna be Seawork trying to build up for damage. Touch the Magi versus, I think, the Wrathguard. Seawork blinking away. Ultra time is up in order to get himself a little bit more health. Trying to GPS the pet down as fast as he can. Reverence get interrupted. Seawork was able to take down the pet. Big Arcana Sphere versus Reverence. Does he go for big damage? This is gonna be full. Blast out. Fleshcock does not have an interrupt for it. Seawork had no health whatsoever, but at least there's no pet. Wait, nope, never mind. Reverence summons a new one. Reverence literally summons a new one. Oh my goodness. Missiles blasting out. Add the Simpsons. Seawork at least try to build up for a bit of damage. Yeah, they're gonna set himself a little bit of a shield. Try to blast out the pets as we can. And that's gonna be down. Yeah, there's not much you can really do in that situation. Seawork has been playing this for 17 minutes. How is this? We got a real long duel. What is going on? Cena gonna be up next. You got no more healing, boys. This is just gonna come down to the biggest burst set of classes. Who can burst each other the fastest? Who can rotate defenses the fastest? Seawork tried to make those games last as long as he could, do as best as he could. Man, Bellator played really, really well, though. You gotta give him credit. Gonna be Mordecall into the Rogue, as is gonna be a Tyrant summoned up by Reverence. Drop himself the Obelisk. Tyrant blasted out Cena. Trying to go for big Korean Burst. Gonna be a full setup. Reverence needs a little bit more survivability. Tyrant is doing the best he can. Look, shadows for the Rogue, no more there. That's actually gonna be, oh, Reverence blasted out Cena. Gonna be, no, who's gonna be next? It's gonna be Sensei. Sensei just need to run in there and beat up Reverence as fast as he can before the pets are trying to do damage. Gonna be a miss. Lexi, but the Reverence does he have a port? Karma immediately is gonna port. Maybe gateway out of it. Is gonna gateway out of it. Sensei tried to drop down BDB on him. I think BDB missed, unless that was just something else that we saw. Gonna be a Ring of Peace. Sensei trying to go for a jab versus Reverence. Big kick, and it's gonna end up taking him out with Touch of Death. Doesn't even want to guarantee him any kind of recovery. Chilpa's charging out as a second to last on his team as Unholy Death Knight. Trying to see if he can drop all the bursts into Sensei. No more karma, but the monk gonna be a stun. Does not have a way out of it right now. Gonna be a second sub by the pet. Big damage on Chilpa's turning around. Chilpa's giving himself a little bit more health. It's gonna end up taking out Sensei, but Chilpa's does go down. Trying to see if he can burst Chicago real quickly. Wait, is it Chicago or is it Lazy that's gonna be up next? Looks like maybe Lazy. Looks at Chicago. Chilpa's trying to figure out who's actually going to be trying to get at least some dots with Chicago. Chicago found himself with no health, playing that element enhancement. How do we elemental for some reason? But it is an enhancement Shaman. Looks like Kalel Jr. is going to be up next. Better go now. Dampen is going to catch up real quick. Chicago just gives himself as much health to work with. Potentially could be immediate trinket. Could be the Rogue opening up without a stun. I think Kalel's trying to go for a big kidder shot. It's going to be a totem down. Potentially with a stun totem. Kalel trinkets out of the Sunder. But looks like Chicago just going to keep him at bay. Blast him out with a sentence. Kalel needs to catch up. Cloaker shadows immediately. Needs to land a kidder shot versus Chicago. Definitely is going to have to go for a wall. Aegis literally trying to reduce as much damage as he can. Flagellation is going to get offset into the shield. Kalel gonna blast it off at Chicago. My goodness, these duels get so fast at the very, very end. Oh, that was so good. Yo, that's great. That is so good. I love how fast these duels go at the very end. They're just quick, speedy. What's the CR that bad boy? On this one, on that one, negative 200. That's so what's up, man? Anthem, yo, what hell? We got a World Jail Mythic. Do we really? No way. Wait, did we really? Wait, world first? Is that a real? Is that actual world first? Wait, did it happen? World first? Who was it? Bird Killer, I think. But did we actually get a world first? Wait, who won? Echo killed it? Yo! Echo! Let's go, boys! I told you! Some of you guys popped in the stream and were like, yo, who do you think is gonna win the world? Is that real? Hold on, I want to make sure. Echo, yeah, Echo beat it. Wow, we actually do have a world first. You're right, Echo. 11 out of 10. Look at that. Echo, 11 out of 10. Echo beat it. Look at that, complete. 277 pulls. That wasn't that bad. Liquid is at 345 pulls. Dude, Echo, look, there's like almost 100 pull difference. I told you. Echo boys are cracked out. Some of those boys play hard. Yo, 5 still, no mind for you. We need +1 for chill pills, boys. +1, and we're good to go for Team Horde. Let's get another duel in there, man. That was a long one. We gotta get another one. Race took so long that Liquid basically said they go home after dinner, aka they gave up. Really? I didn't realize. I kind of like having a, you know what? I kind of enjoy having a long world first race. Am I the only one? I know this one was longer than last one, but the last one was like super quick. Am I the only one that enjoys long, big world first races? I know like a lot of these teams have to like travel and like play in this environment together or whatever, right? But yeah, I don't know, man. This is cool. This is cool. Congrats, Echo. I said it myself, man. I think Echo is gonna probably just somehow, some way sneak a win. Because they're cracked out of their mind, dude. Some of the EU, like again, like I heard so many players, so many of you guys popped in the chat, so many viewers popped in the chat. So I mean, you know what? I hope it's Liquid. You know, I'd love for NA to win that one. It's like, yo, I know everybody's like rooting for NA. Liquid or Limit has been like the underdog for so long. They got like Nazath and Castle Nathria world first. But these Echo boys, dude, some of the EU players are cracked out of their mind. They're incredibly skilled at their classes. They'll do some of the weirdest plays and weirdest moves, and the dedication they put to the game, man. They put a lot of dedication to the game. Like I felt in my heart, like, you know, I feel like somehow, some way, Echo's just gonna sneak a victory out of it, out of nowhere. Like some way, somehow, I thought, man. EU represent, dude. EU. I mean, you gotta give them credit, man. They're awesome. They're awesome at what they do. And they had a really cool. They're the first ones to see the secret phase of Jailer, and then we're working on that phase for a while. That somehow, I don't even know, like they were behind on Limit or Liquid, and then all of a sudden they and all of a sudden they end up getting Lord's Dread when I think Liquid said, oh, it's overtuned, we can't do it. Echo got it, and then they snagged Reggie, and then working on Jailer. They just got it, and I think Liquid said something about like, oh, we need more gear in order to beat some of these bosses, and Echo was like, hold my beer. We don't need nothing. We just need the glory in our hearts. Oh, no, I gotta save that one. Oh, it's a long one. Please don't kill each other yet. Please, Sensei, no. Oh, no. Oh, this is gonna be kind of hard for me to do this, but it's okay. Switch. We got Chilpus going in as an Unholy DK versus Sensei. Immediate karma, but Sensei as DK is popping off everything. Trying to see if he can max range versus Sensei. Just trying to see if he can chain of ice him. Has a full bar of runic power. Could potentially use that bar of runic power just to Lichborn himself with death coils. Trying to stay away from the monk as best as he can. Sensei is playing that Necro Lord, Big Bone Dust Brew, while Chilpus is playing also that Necro Lord with Big Grippy Hand. Was that big Grippy Hand earlier? It's going to be a death book for Chilpus. After that, close encounter versus the monk immediately. Sensei looking for that recovery, trying to get as much health as he can. Standing in Death Decay. Actually, Death Decay does a little bit of damage while he's standing it. Does it not? Is it just me? Chilpus trying to see if he can avoid Sensei. And Tia's got some cooldowns. But Chilpus, my question right now, I didn't see it earlier, boys. But is Chilpus using... What's it? Is he using Death's Bargain? Or is he going for like Army of the Dead build? I'm not quite sure. Chat. Snunned by the Death Knight, trying to see if he maybe can get himself a bit of setup, trying to get some resources. Sensei got BDB. I don't know if it's real BDB or maybe just burst BDB randomly. It's going to be Big Fist of Fury. Chilpus gets super low. Big Death Streak to recover. It's going to be Sensei low in health as well. Both of them got really low. Just Chilpus just capitalizing on it. He's going to go for a full flush cap. Sensei trying to recover as many of as he can. Just see a flush cap of his own. The pet is right there. Trying to see if he can just keep attacking Sensei as best as possible. Chilpus probably has himself lots of resources. Sensei does have a karma coming back up. Chilpus is going to activate Hysteria. Trying to get himself lots of resources versus Sensei. Sounds on the monk, trying to go for Fist of Fury. Parry up a lot of damage from Chilpus. Got himself full bar runic power. Used to keep him from a corner. That's exactly what he's going to keep him away from a pillar. Going to be an interrupt on nature heal. But Chilpus is not going to anticipate the flesh cap out of Sensei. Quick in cap by the monk, looking to back up out of this. Sensei did just burn an army of the dead. Going to be random BDBs dropping onto Sensei. Is going to give him more healing and survivability. Chilpus trying to go for a little bit of first aid. Has himself full bar of runic power, but definitely needs to play defensively. And needs to get himself as many defenses as he can, because that's going to be a lot of damage out of Sensei. IBF coming back up very soon. Probably might want to go for AMS. Lex Super and Shield Pills does not have a BF. BDB, big burst. Sensei taking him out. Gonna be that rest from the dead though by Chill Pills. It looks like he ended up canceling it out. Bellator gonna be up next over for the team 2. Trying to see if he can do against anything against this monk. So this boy is just getting blasted. Big damage, very aggressive play by Bellator. Gonna be a big board for Sensei. Bellator leaping after him. Sensei does burn the Aegis Trinket. Bellator looks like he's gonna go for Soul Shape. Almost kept confused where Sensei was for a second, I think. Because he like ran at him, ran back. Wasn't sure what happened there. Bellator finds himself kind of low in health after that Fist of Fury, as Sensei is doing a lot to recover for his health. I think he just tried to wait out until he gets some cooldowns in. Sensei though, every time he's next to Bellator, he's just taking big damage out of this Fury Warrior. Huge knockdown. Sensei could be in big trouble. Bellator needs to find a way to escape that route. Gonna be Sensei trying to see if he can land inside him as best as possible. Ring of pieces up. Does Bellator have a leap? Anything at all? Maybe a fear to keep Sensei in place. Gonna be the Karma. Ooh, that fear on the Karma. Does Bellator back up completely or does it stay? Because that Karma, he could still get some damage in. Looks like he's going to go for a reset, letting Sensei completely recoup. Maybe Bellator is like, you know what? I could wait for my cooldown still a little bit. You know. He is still playing Dragon's Roar, so I wonder how much more damage does he get from using Dragon's Roar as a Fury Warrior. Bellator trying to get himself some Whirlwinds, just trying to see if he can get some damage out into Sensei. Leg Sweep, does he have any outs? He does have a Trinket, could potentially go for it. In Rage Regen, trying to hold on to his healing buttons. Potentially big charge for Sensei, maybe a leap. Can you reconnect? He's just going to use the images to try to get as much healing off of those as he can. And Sensei calling back on the images, going for a Flesh Grab, going to be an interrupt by Bellator. Sensei with a Fist of Fury. Bellator needs to do something, anything to heal. Needs to, oh, touch it. I think, was that touch of death? I think it might have been a touch of death onto Bellator. Man, that was a close one. That was a close duel. Unless Bellator had like a stun or something. I don't think he's running Stormbolt, but unless he had something for that one, that's a tough one. Ken is going to be up next versus Sensei. Throwing down the Hunter's Mark, trying to see if he can tag him. Going to be the Flayed Shot as he's playing out the Venthyr. Is going to have the Venthyr kill shot bleed whenever he gets those procs. And hopefully those procs, I don't think they can be parried. So actually it's going to be pretty big. Sensei getting stunned up as he's trying to walk out of there. Going to be the Chimeric. Is going to slow him down. Does have a dispel for the Chimeric, but I don't know if he dispels all of Chimeric or just the one poison that's on him. When he dispels Chimeric, do he just dispel like that one poison, one portion of the poison, or all of it? All three. I'm not sure. Gonna be Sensei getting kind of hung back at a distance as Ken goes in for a fear onto Zoen, trying to remove Zoen out of the burst combination. Sensei actually working down the pet. And if he has a 2-piece Fist of Fury build, he might be able to get some big Fist of Fury damage. 40% more damage for that thing is nuts. Actually going to focus down on the pet as best as possible. Ken might thought of a pet here in a little bit. Zoen actually is also focusing on pet as well. That could be really, really bad for him. Sensei getting blasted out with kill shots, grenades, has himself big karma, ready to go. Legs up into Ken. Going to be a trick for the Hunter. As he's trying to see if he can bail out of the turtle shell as he's blasted by Fist of Fury. Going to go for a pet revive since he's in that such situation anyway. Gonna be knockdown, knockback, but still Kid was able to get himself that pet revive. I'm surprised you can actually boop Hunters while they have turtle shell on them. Kind of surprised that's the thing. Gonna be Sensei with the Aegis, reducing a lot of the magic damage to attack by Kin. Kin needs to turn around, do some physical damage to Sensei. Does he have any out? I think it's gonna be over. I think the Hunter just got him. Oh, reaping him down with a big old sigh. Taking him down for his team, avenging the Death Knight, King, and Bellator, the Furious Warrior. Asina, Johnny is going to be up next versus Ken as he pops on a camo with the flare, hanging out in the flare, trying to recuperate as much health as he can. Dampening finally rolling in into that 7 percentile mark, walking by the road to see to realize that. I think he smelled a Hunter. That or his pet. I wonder what a raptor smells like. I guess it's like smell like a salamander, just a really, really big salamander. Really big salamander. Gonna be Ken trying to hang out on the south. Flare down. Potentially could lay a bunch of traps. Hanging out by the eye. The rogue can pick up the eye if he wants to. He's a sub rogue. He could vanish for it. Won't be the worst. It looks like Cena's just gonna wait it out. This is good for Ken. He's getting a cooldown recovery, man. He got Turtle coming back, Chicken coming back. He got 50 seconds left on the Ordinary Assault. Gonna be him picking up the eye, though. Ken picking up the eye and getting a mark onto Cena. Cena trying to charge out. Gonna be a freezing trap to stop him. Cena choosing not to trinket it. Could potentially wait until he has a trinket for a stun. Gonna be some dots getting laid out. He has another Shadow Step ready to go. Small block was up. Potentially Cena could attack the pet, but it looks like Ken is gonna call the pet back for a second. And Cena trying to go for a bit of a reset, but still Hunter's Mark on him. Does get himself a Shadow Step for a second. Going to be feigned death by Kid for a second. Might need to go for some to Cena. Definitely going to be a trick out of the rogue. Getting shot. That's going to be big here Kyrian burst onto Kin. Does he go for the big vanish setup? He's not vanishing. I don't know if he's running that Kyrian 100% crit combo. Gonna be the freeze onto Cena as he goes in for a Shadow Strike. The rogue gets frozen mid-air as Kin recovers a lot of health back. Gonna be another, hopefully, a Hunter's Mark onto Cena. Next Cloak of Shadows could really remove a lot of that, though. Kin trying to get the grenades in. Gonna be evasion. Kin trying to see if he can back away. Cena did just burn a Shadow Step. Does get up close and personal next to Kin. Another Kin is shot. It is not gonna be DR. Trinket out of Kin, as it's gonna be a big Cosmic Trinket coming down, and Cena does end up taking him out. Kyrian Rogueman is just such a hard hitter. With Khalil rushing out, does give himself a Blade Flurry in case he gets Cena out in the open. It looks like he might have to pick up eyes, maybe burn a Vanish for it. Does he go burning Vanish? Looks like he doesn't. He should know more or less where Cena's at. Rogue tried to see if he can get a stab. Does get himself the angle with a quick Shadow Step. If you're not fast enough versus Sub-Rogue, he's definitely going to get you. I wonder, it's technically possible as an Outlaw Rogue if you're expecting a big Shadow Step out of the Sub-Rogue to spin around your camera and try to see if you can gouge him. Cena is going to get a Trinket out of Kal-El. Looks like he's going to back up out of the completely seen the evasion out of Kal-El as he's trying to capitalize on his burst. Definitely needs to land a stun. Big burst on Cena. Does go for full flagellation. Does he get to use it? Needs to go to maximize the damage. He's trying to get the calm points in. The shadow damage flying through. Vanish. Does he get even more damage? Cena with a blind. Barely any health left. Cloak of Shadows for the event to your burst. The Kal-El is out in the open without a Trinket. Does Cena choose to capitalize with a sap? Looks like he does. Oh, he still does. Kal-El trying to get a Blade Flurry in there. Didn't quite get Cena. Didn't quite get him. Does Cena have himself full go? Shadow Blaze is up. No more Trigger for Kal-El. Getting a shot. Cena with a full burst. Trying to make the most damage happen here. There's going to be big damage. Oh, blind. Wait, Kal-El turning around on Cena. He has 13 seconds left on a Trinket. Kal-El, if you can go for the big burst, get a shot with it. I think it's over. Unless the Trinket somehow doesn't hit, it's over. And Kal-El does end up taking out Cena. Unless he somehow lives. I was going to say, like, he was like so close. Didn't quite live. Didn't quite die. Not yet. Now he's dead. Chicago charging out versus Kal-El. Cloak of Shadows up immediately by the Rogue. Probably has evasion up by now. Especially if you spend so many calm points on that other Rogue. Evasion should be back up, basically. As Kal-El trying just to charge away from the Ghost Wolves. You're just going to have to wait him out for a little bit. Get himself a Sippy Cup at 27% dampening. That Earth Elemental ain't letting you go anywhere. Quick to summon Chicago so they cannot build too much Maelstrom, but it's still a lot of fire damage and LA Blast out of Chicago. Get a shot by Kal-El. Trying to get himself full Flagellation Burst. Is he got himself Dreadblades too? You might not want to use Dreadblades in this case. I think that's just Flagellation without Dreadblades, because Dreadblades would literally kill you, as Dreadblades do siphon a portion of your own health. And if you're low on health, you will literally drain your own health with Dreadblades. Heat Motion going to be up next as an Elemental Shaman. Chicago waddling next to him. This is go for a little bit of honor duel, but it's going to slap him with a Frost Shock and let him go anywhere. Going to be potentially set up by Heat Motion to get himself a big Sky Fury. It's going to go for the Lava Burst and also go for a big setup for sure. Stormkeeper could get interrupted. Big Chain hovers by by Chicago. Is going to drop down the totem onto Chicago. Potentially big Kyrian burst. Did Chicago get blasted by it? Looks like trying to see if he can take down the totem. I don't know if Heat Motion was able to get all his charges of the Kyrian totem, but he definitely tried to do the best that he can. Going to be Aegis Trinket, trying to remove some of the magic damage from Heat Motion for Chicago to offset. Heat Motion just doesn't really have much left right now unless he goes full Earth Elemental and pops out big defenses, catches up on healing. Chicago still has a lot of damage ready to go. Heat Motion finds himself with no help whatsoever. Could be a big Ascendance and just taking him out potentially. Gonna be big Ascendance. Heat Motion does get kind of low. Thunder is gonna get him very low. Wind Shear. Oh, Wind Strikes are just blasting him out. And Chicago does end up capitalizing at the very end. That was Sensor with 2. Chicago with 2 apparently can end up taking down the Monk. Which, man, those monks are just incredibly good. Let's go, boys. Let's get another one up and running. Yeah, let's get another one up and running. Chicago, let me know when you're ready. So simple for Chicago. Who, me? I was actually really expecting that Kyrian. I was really hoping to see a Kyrian Shami burst. I like, I don't think we've ever seen a Kyrian Shaman get their burst off properly for like a big one shot, but when it happens, oh my god. There's this one guy on Twitch. I watched his stream a couple times. Not C-Do, but another Do. It's like Do something. Shami. Do I am? Yo, what's up, Chris? Yeah. Definitely was simple for Chicago. Chicago, let me know when you're ready. Might need more alliance, boys. Do Nani, that's him. Yeah. Do Nani, man. Do Load, that's my boy. Dude, that guy is fun to watch. He's playing that Kyrian. He just runs around in twos. It's so funny when he just gets a setup and he just blasts him out of there immediately. Crazy, man. It's so crazy. It's so awesome, though. Monk is a perfect class, to be honest, has everything. They do have a lot, don't they? I have Kyrian to 3s playing it. Really? Yeah, I haven't seen Kyrian to him ever. I would love to, though. Although watching his stream, I did run, what is it? I was playing Fury Warrior the other day in a BG, and there was a Shaman trying to make Kyrian burst work. And as soon as I saw a totem, I killed it. That guy was not happy with me at all. He would just focus me down the rest of that BG. Because he was like, oh, this is the kind of guy that's going to kill my totems, huh? Because you know that a lot of his damage, he's like setting it up, drop a totem in a corner, I'll leap over there, slam it. As soon as he like puts it down, I know there's a small cooldown when we removing totems. I kind of rush over, he puts it over, leap, kill it real quickly. Literally save my leap just for that. I was just like, I'm gonna mess with you. I've been for months, yeah. I think we're gonna have to requeue. Chicago King, we're gonna requeue a couple of times. It kind of bugged on us, but we can just keep queuing until it worked. So give me a second. It's gonna be a couple of queues. It's gonna be like, what's going on, Dal? Kind of weird, but trust me, it'll work out eventually. I'm just trying to get us into the arena, and hopefully eventually it'll work. NASL queue again. Okay, queue again. It bugged, but eventually it'll work. It bugged out, but eventually it'll work. We just gotta keep doing. Muda, how you doing, man? How you doing, my guy? Welcome back. Getting late here. Gotta go. Yo, thanks so much for coming by, Poltergasm. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you, my boy. Hell yeah, boys. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. All right, it's gonna work eventually. Hold on, we gotta queue again. I'm gonna unqueue and re-queue. I want to play a Black Cold arena. I think I'm gonna start doing specific arenas instead of random. All right, it's not working. It is not working again. Yeah, I'm trying to queue up again. So it still gives me this eyeball. Yo, Chicago Night King, can you guys leave queue? Yo, Chicago Night King, can you leave all queues if you are in a queue, or all LFG queues or anything like that? Just leave all queues. I'll give you guys like 20 seconds and I'll queue again. Chicago Night King, as leads of your group, just leave all queues. I don't know what's going on. I think if you guys leave your queues, that might end up fixing it maybe though. By the way, how you doing, Merce? Hope you're having a good one. I bet money on you. What's up, Iva? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. If pets ate too much chill pills, yeah, maybe. Pets were passive? No! I just, oh no. Oh, the damage was without pets. Wait, chill pills pets were actually on passive. No, dude. Wait, were they on passive for like the last 2 Unholy games you played? Or was it just that one? That's unforged, by the way. That's actually super unforged. All right, queue again. Please give us Black Cold. Actually, I like that arena a lot. Dalaran 2 was another good one. That's a classical. That's a classical. A classical arena. I like it. Alrighty, boys. Alright, let's get another going here. So Twitch, I have no idea. So mid-duels and passive, that is super unfortunate. Hopefully it doesn't go on passive this time, yeah? Kind of need all the bursts you can get. I think it'd be fantastic. Bro, can we go looking for a PvP active gameplay? How can we go looking for my PvP active gameplay? In the duels? Or just me PvPing? I can maybe put some videos of me like pushing arenas. I'm going to be doing some PvP guides very soon. And I got some arenas I did as Outlaw. Seavark was chill first place. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to see. I'd be down for that. Although I think for the Seavark, he probably wouldn't be down for that at all. We got ourselves Team 2 together with Bloodprint. Oh, does this man a Tierset gamer? He got himself Exsanguinate together with Vendetta. Could potentially be big rogue burst. Shilpas on the Frost Death Knight. Heat Motion on that Kyrian Shammy. We got ourselves Kin, unless you no longer Kyrian. Kin on Survival Hunter. And Khalil Jr. in the back, going to be promptly launched up in 3, 2, there we go. Chilpa's going to be first one on his big old mound. Where's the Cena? Looking to make a scene. Looking to make a bloody scene with Chilpa's going for that cheap shot opener. Kyrian setup right after. Is going to go for a big burst. Chilpa's got himself big damage. Going to be a kinder shot by the rogue. Going to be a summoner to Cena. It's going to be a pet getting summoned up. Cena going for a late trinket. Going to be a big burst, but the Cloak of Shadows is keeping him alive from the dragon, but the obliterates. Just doing so much damage. Cena. Oh, that rogue got slaughtered over on the field. Oh my god, clean up on aisle 9. That rogue. Oh, what the? Sensei, his BDB hit the wall. I don't know if that actually hits Chill Pills with a the burst, does BDB even affect shield pills? Because there's a Z-axis thing. If an ability hits an enemy, if it's way too high up or way too low, it doesn't actually affect them. And it hit the boxes, so I don't know if that BDB actually hit chill pills. I guess we'll find out if his health really gets like really critical, but it didn't look like he was getting bursted. Chill pills does have a Zoan biting at his toes though. Biting his little tippy toes. Sensei is trying to see and maintain himself as best as possible. Chill pills having to go for a flesh cut. It was a nice slow into Sensei, making sure he can't get over there to stop the flesh cut immediately. He's going to ramp up that stun. Silence on the Sensei. Could potentially get a trick out of him. Going to be Sensei with a human racial. Popping up big defenses. Is going to be a big grip for Chill pills. Just trying to disrupt the heal. Sensei does have a port ready to go. As Chill pills did use Pillar of Frost. Sensei no longer has a trinket though. He does have Relentless, so he can sit a lot of that CC. A little bit less long. But he doesn't have a way to break out of that stun guaranteed. Going to be a big spin on the Chill pills, trying to get a little bit of healing. Has himself full bar runic power. Is going to be the Lichborn with a death call spam. Flash cut by Sensei. Chill pills is going to interrupt it for a second and is going to get himself an obliterate in between of that. Just try to get himself a bit more resources. Continuing to get himself death calls fueled as much as possible. Does Chill pills have a pet anymore? I think he used it way earlier. Is going to go for that death pact. Necrotic's out a portion of his health, but at least he has himself a full health bar to work with, so he might be able to make something happen right now. A Sensei looking for that go versus Chill pills at some point. Going to be in cap. Is going to be able to get the open up BDB onto Chill pills. Does have IBF for this. Is going to be able to reduce a lot of this damage. Going to be a chain of ice onto Sensei. As Chill pills got himself full burst. Going to be a stun onto Sensei. Let's see himself the biggest setup. Blinded to Chill pills right now. Going to be a silence right after. Chill pills just goes with AMS. Trying to see if he can crack through defenses. Sensei just go down. Oh my goodness, boys! And it's going to yoink Seawork in and just going to vamp on him with a couple of death strikes. But Seawork is like, yo, wait, hold on, I'm gonna get a reset. Here's a poly. We can have a proper honor duel. Hit him with the Mirrors of Torment. Chill pills does get himself a proper honor duel. At least he gets put back to full health. I think literally at some point I saw Chill pills just stand still and Seawork hit him with the poly. I think Chill pills like, you know what, poly me. At least I'm gonna get a full health bar. He's like, yes, I want this. I want this. At least as much of an honor duel as I can. But Chill pills does get himself silenced, so it's gonna be big damage on Chill pills. Does burn a trick at the very end. Chill pills trying to see if he might be able to survive the burst. Out of Seawork does go for as many death strikes as possible. It's gonna give himself whatever health he can, but that's gonna be mass explosion of Arcane versus Chill. Does go for a flesh cut as Seawork trying to reposition, landing that interrupt at the last second with that barrage breaking through a lot of that flesh cut shielding. Does Chill pills have a goal that he can summon again? First aid really quickly as soon as he saw that Arcane Blast go by. It missed him, rip. Unfortunately, but so it did miss him, the first BDB. So that first BDB by the monk missed Chill pills. That's how he survived that first go. That would have been deadly otherwise. Be very, very careful, boys, with your Z-axis. Very, very careful. There's going to be grip by Chill pills. I think mostly just trying to disrupt Seawork by gripping him closer. Or grip him out of position. There's going to be second grip. Blind. Does Chill pills have himself big remorses? He does. Potentially going to go for big damage setup. Pillar of Frost. It's going to be big damage. Seawork does actually end up immuning it. Potentially. I think he did. There's going to be a stun to Seawork. Does end up going for human racial. Going to be Mirrors of Torment to follow it. Chill pills does not have any more defenses. There's going to be a lot of death calls. It's going to go for the death pack just to give himself a little bit extra health to work with. Big Boros potentially could put Chill pills really behind. Does not really have a way to heal himself right now. Touch of the magic does get him real low. Is completely necrotic out. Big barrage. Oh, no health whatsoever. I think it might be over unless he gets himself a heal out of nowhere. Does go for a Lichborn. Waited out for the Mirrors of Torment. Actually catching up a little bit of health. Anti-magic zone in case Seawork pushes in. Chill pills needs himself a lot of health recovery. Does have IBF very, very soon. Is going to get a root onto Seawork. Or slow rather. With first aid, a Chill pills trying to do whatever he can to recover health. That's going to be Arcane Orb, disrupting it. IBO for Chill pills really quickly is going to get an interrupt onto Arcane from Seawork as he's trying to get himself a little bit of damage, a little bit of resources. He's going to try to maybe land this on Seawork. Potentially could. A more someone to stacking up. Potentially could do it. It's going to be blind on Seawork as he goes for a temporal. Chill pills continue to build up as much damage as possible. It's going to be AMS for this burst. Might actually get himself a lot of runic power off of it. With AMS, I'd be able to build up some runic power for the Death Knight. AMS did not last long at all. Barrage around the corner. Does have the goal. Could sacrifice it right before Seawork ends up executing it. That's exactly what he needed. My goodness, 5 minutes into the duel, boys, dampening going to slowly roll in, and it's a full flesh cut for Chill pills as he gets himself a little bit of health recovery here. Does himself Marilath. so at least a little bit of health recuperation, plus CC immunity for a short amount of time. Mirrors of Torment surrounding chill pills. Any next few spells he casts, abilities he uses, or auto attacks he executes are going to eventually silence him and root him. Going for the silence on the Seavark as chill pills trying to execute some big bursts of his own. It's going to be that silence. Trick inside of immediately. Seavark tries to go for a blink. It's going to be chill pills getting kind of low on health. Could potentially be burst out of the Seavark. It's going to go for massive damage. It's going to be Seavark surprise bursted out by chill pills. It's going to go for the ice block. The chill pills let Seavark come out of the ice block. Not to imagine with some missiles, chill pills might have been in a bad spot. That could be a lot of damage. He has defenses coming back up very, very soon. Death strikes could happen. AMS right at the last second moment. It's going to be another grip on the Seavark. There's going to be AMS for a second. It's going to use blind onto all these images and try to just build as much resources as he can off of those. Could potentially go for a death bag behind the pillar. It's going to go for a death bag behind the pillar. Slowing down Seavark, at least keeping him at bay, making it harder for Seavark to approach him. Just trying to slow down the mage to a crawl. You big yoink. Is just trying to see if he can maintain a little bit of pressure, at least resource generation. Definitely needs to hide behind the pillar. Create some line of sight. Has got himself Lichborn again with Death Call spam. It just needs a little bit more resources as Seavark is trying to set up and Mirrors of Torment. Big first save for chill pills as you're looking to recover. Death and Decay down. Silence on the Seavark as chill pills gets hit by Mirrors of Torment. Trying to make some big burst obliterates happen. Seavark does himself altar time, so most likely is going to cancel that altar. And Chilpa's looking for that. Oh, no, actually does not cancel the altar. He used it to reposition next to Chilpa's. As you can see with the root and the silence, actually Death Knight is the minimum what he can do. Big time Trap Magic getting set up. Chilpa's could potentially get a big grip and a big death strike off the Seavark after takes a bunch of damage. AMS is back up. Could potentially use the last second here. Gonna be a big blast on the Seavark. AMS is getting used by the Death Knight, trying to reduce a lot of the magic damage. Keep it Seavark solid. Seavark blasted through the AMS very, very quickly, but this death goes to still continue to heal even a 40% dampener. Chippa stops in place for a second. I'm not sure what happened, but it's going to be a big grip onto Seavark. Blind to follow. Does Chippa have himself maybe potentially big damage? He's going to go for a flash scout defensively. Is trying to get himself remorse of when to set up. Does not have himself the big obliterates or anything, but he's just trying to see if he can chop through Seavark either way. Bottom rope on the chill pills as Seavark is looking to reposition as the ghoul is chasing after the mage. He's gonna have to blast out the ghoul, but isn't really given an opportunity to get himself a lot of self-healing. Chill pills approaching him as Chill pills recovered fully. Death and Decay on one side. Seavark got himself all the time. We'll be able to recover a little bit of health. That Death and Decay is just putting pressure on you. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but just enough to keep you a little bit more on your toes and on edge. Silence of the Seavark can't do anything. I think it might be over. Just needs one more blast. Big rip and just slams down. He waited for that big oblit with a death decay onto Lazy Cat. Wait, did Chicago leave? Did Chicago even get a chance to play? I think Chicago might have been AFK'd. That's super unfortunate, but Chilpa still has the cat to get through him. And also, actually, everybody on Team Chilled is still alive. And still healthy. Except for Chilpos, who's literally already bleeding out. Seavark, I'm sorry about that, man. Yeah, it's a pretty tough matchup against the Death Knight. All those grips, all that range. Even with that trinket, they still find a way to like silence you. And you see that CC just 20% longer, which can be deadly in some cases. It is definitely rough, man. But Chilpos is prepared for you, man. He was like, yo, I'm gonna play as best I can. And she's a can against this mage. Gonna be a blind or Lazy Cat. And Chilpa's trying to set up a big stun. Does he himself maybe a big grippy hand? That's gonna be a big grippy hand versus Lazy. Does he catch back up? He has himself big blitz. Gonna be a stun on Lazy Cat. Does go for a trick and immediately gonna be Lazy trying to see if he can get a stun into Chill pills. Does he have himself full runic power? Gonna go for a bunch of death strikes. There's gonna be a bunch of death strikes. Silence on the Lazy Cat too. But it's also gonna be mate. Oh, the bleeds though. My goodness. Bloodprint gonna be next. Is this man playing full bursty? Is playing assassination. Does he have that tier set bonus though? Trying to get some dots on a Lazy Cat. Potentially maybe a trinket out of the cat's burst. Not gonna do so. Vendetta, Sepsis, got himself full burst. Does he go for that vanish? It's gonna be a full burst. Trying to make the bleeds happen. Lazy Cat with a wall and Barska trying to give himself as much survivability as possible. Looks like Blood does not play with 100% crit legendary. Otherwise you put all those dots, you vanish, and then the enemy just melts. You liquidate them. I guess a Druid you can dispel a sepsis, but Lazy Cat does not have a trinket for it. So Blueprint. Oh, his name is Blueprint. I just realized that. I thought it was Bloodprint for some reason. But he's going to be able to get himself a reset. Lazy Cat, I believe, picking up the eye, should be able to see the rogue as he's approaching. Is able to moonfire him. Blueprint does get himself a garrote onto the feral. Getting a shot as Lazy Cat does have himself full flesh cap. The rogue has big bleeds on him, and the rogue is just going to melt. Literally didn't have to touch him. Kalel up next, just going for the pistol shots, making sure that Lazy cannot get himself a reset. Quick roll by Lazy, gonna be a cyclone trinket and a gouge by Kalel. Lazy just gonna sit and bear for him until he got a stun. He just got a trinket out of this rogue. so it might be a little bit tough. Thorns, Bash, Kalel, doesn't really have much to work with. It's going to be full dots set up by Lazy, but actually going to be Kid shot full. Barskin is up. Kalel still has a lot of damage you can maybe make happen here. No more Cloak of Shadows. Is getting Lazy kind of low. Lazy is going to have himself emergency healing. Bear form, and there's going to be Barskin in it. There's going to be another Frenzy Regent to follow. Quick maim onto Kalel. Just needs to get the bleeds, big enough bleeds on there, and you'll be good to go. Blind by Kalel Jr. though. As he's looking for that full-on reset. Sap onto Lazy. And I don't know if Kalel got maybe evasion or something left. And maybe if you got evasion, maybe you can make something work here. But that's definitely one of the harder matchups. As he's gonna go himself for the big Cosmic Trinket. It looks like Lazy found himself Trinket in the last second. Kalel tried to offset his burst and the Cosmic Trinket a ton. Maybe when he went for the full burst, maybe if he had Cosmic Trinket with it. I think... Wait, Kalel just died, and he died to the dots, but also the Kevin Slime just spitting on him. He just put dots, and Lazy literally put dots, walked away, and the man just melted. My goodness. Ken is gonna be up next, trying to see if he could blast out Lazy Cat as the second to last holding the forward for the team 2. Again, not sure what happened to Chicago, but Lazy Cat is playing for 2. He's trying to play that one-man army build or a Feral Druid. Gonna be that Pet charging out to Lazy. Is gonna be able to interrupt him. Ken dropping out in raids. That's gonna be a maim onto Ken. Does not burn a Trinket. That is gonna be Pet Sack though, as Lazy loads him up full of dots. It's gonna be root onto Ken. Is able to break out of it with a disengage. Trying to stay in his flare as best as possible. Lazy just looking for a bit of a reset. Spamming out those regrowths. Could potentially go for Hibernate on the Pet. Instead, gonna go for Flesh Scout. The Pet trying to claw and bite the Flesh Scout as best as he can. But without the kill command, without that Hunter's inspiration for the big kill commands, it doesn't really do that much damage. It's doing the very best it can. Big lead by Lazy with his stun reversal by Ken as he's trying to blast out as much damage as he can to Lazy. That is Barskin waiting for him. Maim onto Ken. Does burn a Trinket for it. Lazy does have a wall coming back up very, very soon. Big bites onto Ken. Does he have the biggest bleeds in there? If he does, it could be huge. Feign death by Ken. Oh, does he play the Craven Stratagem Legendary? Likely. Bending Bennett should be able to remove all the debuffs. This is going to at least be kind of safe, kind of clean. Lazy Cat shifting out, trying to make sure they don't get Bestial Scared Beast. Bestial Wrath is what I wanted to say, but I knew that was the wrong ability. I guess it would make sense like Bestial Wrath, like the beast fears your wrath kind of deal. That makes sense in my head. Quick memo to Ken. Is that going to be full dots? That's got to be that Doro. Shadows by Ken. Try to see if he can disorient Lazy. But he got himself manic bandage, but the Moonfire is going to break that heal. At least Ken was able to remove the bleeds, so at least a lot of the dot damage isn't quite melting him. As Lazy is just looking for, I guess, looking to finish it out. As Ken try to get himself a reset stun. I think it's over for Ken. Big bite and heat motion is the last one left. Trying to make that chamois work. Doing the very best he can. Lazy going for the big old stun. Knock back onto the cat immediately. And he must should be able to get some cast off immediately. It's going to be Wall with Earth Elemental, or Earth Elemental could potentially use the Wall from Earth Elemental, but the stun definitely gets used. There goes the Wall, trying to use defenses early. Lazy trying to see if he can avoid those lava birds. It's going to be that totem. He can't really walk into the totem. He can't really walk out of it. He's kind of like on the outside of it in a weird spot. But it's not really stopping in place. He's going to Moonfire that Sky Fury a couple of times. Did hit motion apply a Kirin totem down? Gonna be the stun onto Lazy. There's done quite a bit of damage, but it is DR from the Earth Elemental stun. Maybe to heat motion. I think it might be over. I think heat motion just has him in the bag. Bash to follow to try to get the bleeds. It's over. Just didn't give him a chance. Lazy apparently with a 1v5. I did not realize that. Feral 1v5? Oh my goodness, boys. Druid? Damn, yeah. Druids are nuts, man. Druids are insane. That rogue got bled out. Both rogues actually just got bled out to dots, and the Feral was just like, oh, okay, I got all my dots. I'm gonna go heal in the corner because I know they're dead. I know they're done for. It's crazy. But Lazy is also an excellent Feral. He plays really, really well. It's not like he's a Feral that doesn't do anything at all. He does push rating. I think I've seen him on the Murloc IO a couple of times, in fact. Druids are broken, you think so? Let's give us the finish raw. Duels are just so unfair now, LMAO. Duels definitely are. I mean, the game, yeah, that's true. The game is not really designed for 1v1s in mind, but what if it did? Sorry, when AFK, it's all good. Chicago, ready to go. Nike, let me know when you're ready. World of Druid, grab Druid lands. Oh, come on, man. That's an exaggeration. At least for the 5v5 1v1 Duels series, as of recently, we haven't seen that many Feral Druids. And also, that's really it. We haven't seen that many Feral Druids. It's only recently we've started seeing more Ferals. It's gonna be Nike needs a +1. He got a spot open. If you guys want to join in the clutch downtown. What's up, Billy? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. When you play Druid, counter everything. Hello there, can decide what healer to play for both PvP and PvE to main for the season. Torn between Rested Druid and Mysterio Monk. Any thoughts? Rested Druids got a lot better as always in Monkey Nut. A lot better. They're doing pretty good in Mythic Pluses. They're pretty good in raids too, since a lot of the raids are throughput raids. And PvP. In PvP with double Legos, I think there's a lot of hybrid potential as Rested Druid. Monks are incredibly good for PvE content. Not super popular from PvP, as from what I've seen. They're definitely fun, but definitely still a little bit like off meta. Like a little bit more of a, compared to some of the other healers, a little bit more of outlier healer. Not bad, can do well, definitely can. I don't want to, you know, tell somebody, your class ain't gonna do well ever, you know? I don't want to be that guy. But, and I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna be that guy. Let's go for a Black Rook Hold. I really want to get a Black Rook Hold. Q, there we go, boys. That's what I want to see. I don't think survival would be better than a feral. You don't think so? Druids lose to things like Assassin Rogue, Survival Hunter, DH can win or some. Yeah, in a 1v1 situation, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. What's up, all day? What's up, Chris? How you doing, my man? I'm having a good one. Boys, what do you guys recommend for Monkey Nut? Do you guys recommend a monk or a druid? I think Rested Druids are looking quite saucy in this season. But you can play whatever you like, my man. I love monks, though. They're incredibly fun for Mythic Plus. I love their playstyle. I don't know how they are in PvP. Maybe I just need to give one a try. I just know there's not a lot of them in PvP. But maybe they are incredibly fun. You never know, right? You never know. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one rolling for the evening. Did I save that one? I certainly hope I did. Okay, I'm gonna save it just in case. This was a quick one. Quick one. 15 minutes. Graham Strategy was great, but always chill survivability for us just so much on a 1v1. It is like really good survivability. They do die in the stuns, though. They do definitely die in the stuns, though. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one going. Switch. What do we got first up? Is it gonna be BDK? No, it's not. It's gonna be Kal-El. It's gonna be Kal-El versus Chicago. Chicago dropping down the big Earth Elemental Stone on Chicago with full Venti Burst for Kal-El. Does not apply the Cosmic Trinket together. Honestly, might want to consider doing those too. But it's gonna be Massive Chain Armor for Chicago. Just drain the soul for all his worth. It's gonna be Late Cloak of Shadows for the Rogue. It's a quick disarm for Chicago. It's gonna go for the Vanish Reset. Did he also use Evasion there, or is it just as a reset? Was that just a vanish, or was that also evasion? Because the rogue might have used a lot for Chicago. As it was the first duel for Chicago. Literally just straight. I love the harvest ability, because then it looks like you're ahead. You're winning. Uh-oh. Harvested for all your worth. It's so incredibly good. I also wonder, I guess I shouldn't wonder what Legend Chicago's running. Mostly like a Ghost Rose or like Doom Winds, isn't it? How you doing, by the way, my friend? Hope you are having a good one. Yo, the Dread Knight customization looks so good, dude. Look at that. Chicago's using a lot of them. You got a little tiara, different hair option. I think the skin tones are more or less the same. I mean, they're all blue, right? It's all shades of blue. I don't know my shades at all. Kal-El, trying to see if he can get himself an ambush in the opener. As recovered a lot of health. Literally waited in the corner, sipped his juice while he's got his health. It's going to be big Cosmic Trick on Chicago. He's going to burn a trick at the end of it with Aegis absorbing all of that damage. And it's going to be Kal-El. Getting kind of low is going to be that evasion. Can actually do a lot of damage while he's evading Chicago. It's going to be a blind on Chicago. As Kal-El getting hit with a stun. Cannot really leave the totem, but maybe can go for a reset. Is he still in combat? Good stab Chicago while they're low. Chicago is going to go for the Draenei Racial, giving him quite a lot of healing. That Draenei Racial is undervalued as hell. That healing is actually pretty decent. Actually, never mind, scratch that. I think that healing was pretty decent, but last few seconds did not really seem like, maybe he used it way earlier as a rogue was, oh, big Chain Harvest onto Kal-El. I guess I was trying to figure out how good is that healing. I think it's like 20% of your health. 20% sounds good. Is it reduced in PvP? You know what? It probably was reduced with Wound Poison. That's probably what it was. But normally it's really, really good. Door Shadows for Chicago, trying to reconnect with the Rogue. Rogue is not in stealth. Actually, I think the Flame Shot got him out. It's going to be disarmed with Chicago, but Chicago's like, I don't need weapons. In order to blast you out, take my Ellie Blast. Hit him with a Frost Shock, hit him with a Flame Shot. Gonna be Kal-El trying to get some Shadow Strike, Cinder Strikes in there. Evasion for the Rogue does give him some big defensive, but now he's stuck in a cage with Chicago with the Capacitor Totem dropping him down. Chicago's literally waiting out, trying to Ellie Blast him for BM. It's gonna be Sunder. The Rogue does get a Cloak of Shadows. The Ghost is joining in. The hunt begins. The Rogue needs to get hit with a slow at least once. More Ghosts is joining in. And look at those 3 Ghost Rolls. Oh, Chicago with a 2-piece seer set. Summoning more Doggo. Oh, and an Ellie Blaster around the corner. Chicago's tier set, whenever they spend Maelstrom, there's a chance, I think, Paramount would spend. So I think at full stacks, a 50% chance to summon an extra Ghost Wolf, which gives you Maelstrom generation and extra bonus damage, which actually that damage is quite good. It's quite good in sustain. This is going to be next. Is it going to maybe Kin? It's going to be maybe Heat Motion. Chill Piss looks like he's going to be up next. Blinded to Chicago, hitting him with a slow. Chicago does not have a trinket unless Chill Piss got himself the proper go. Grippy hand, stun. Chicago, do they have a pretty defensive or anything? It's going to be a massive damage, chopping up Chicago with a stun. Oh my goodness. Chill Pills just absolutely slammed the power, the might of a god himself upon Chicago's back as they were getting a trinket in the last second. Sensei gonna be up next for Chill Pills. He just used a lot of his offensives. He might be in big trouble versus Sensei. Trinkets out of this one. Might want to go for it. No AMS actually. It disarmed. Can't even heal himself. Might be in big trouble. Sacrifices the pet. Wait until he gets a little bit of healing. Does go for the Lichborn Death Coil spam with a Death Pack. And Sensei could actually put some pressure. Death Pack will not let Chilpas heal for quite a while. Unless Chilpas can maybe separate from the monk. He might be in a really tight spot. IBF getting used. Just using every defensive. But Sensei does end up breaking his heart with a quick touch of death. Get him low enough. Hit him with a touch and there's not much you can do. We also have BDK over on the team 2. I like the Paladin Mog actually. Looking like a Power Ranger. Who's up next for team 2? Is it going to be? It looks like it's going to be Ken. This monk is going to be tough to beat, man. He just absolutely blasted all the damage into Chilled. Hit him with that quick touch of death. Executed him. Ken needs to make sure he gets a line of sight on Sensei. Robbing the grenades. Throwing the chakram. Needs to make sure he gets a flake shot in there as soon as possible. Man, that's a tough matchup to beat though. Sensei might be one of those classes. It's going to be a really, really strong competitor for these guys. It's going to be a silence of Sensei. Does go for leg sweep onto Kin. Does go for a trinket for it though. Sensei popping off the forward breach. He gives himself a little bit of survivability with a karma. Reversing damage into Kin. Going to be a stun. Does Sensei have a human ratio for this one? Looks like he's just letting the karma do its work. Eventually the karma is going to get ripped through, rotated into a diffuse magic. Trying to diffuse as much damage as he can. Oh, massive dirt burst onto the hunter. What is going on there? If you blinked, you missed it. BDK gonna be up next versus the Monk as the Unholy Death Knight. Try to see if you can take that Jailer's Mace, lob it on Sensei's skull. Trying to see if you can crush some faces. Chain of Ice on the Sensei. BDK is trying to keep the slows over on Sensei as best as he can. Fist of Fury flying for Sensei. BTK gonna amp up his pet, stun onto Sensei. Does he have a human racial? I don't think he does. Big grippy hand, massive burst on the Sensei is gonna have you disarmed, but the grippy hand still continues to do damage. Is gonna be the pet continue to do damage. Sensei does activate the Aegis Trinket, offsetting a lot of that magic damage into the shield, which actually is quite a bit of that magic damage. He's got like what, fire damage between him and the pet whenever he has him powered with that big chain in between the two. The grippy hand for that shadow clawing damage, and BDK, unless he's running like a big pet build, which doesn't look like he is, Death Coils as well as Clawing Shadows are also magic damage. So a lot of it is basically becomes a 50% DR for Sensei. It's a real defensive versus Unholy Death Knight. Except for like the pet clawing and autos. Big BDB down. BDK might respond. IBF getting used early here. Sensei does activate images. Big Fist of Fury with a spinning crane kick proc. IBF for BDK as he's trying to activate defenses to live this. Stun onto Sensei. Getting the Army of the Dead. Actually playing the Crypt Viewer build. Gonna be a Karma with an AMS for BDK. Trying to AMS a lot of the Karma damage. With Spell Warden on top of it. Still a lot of physical damage just blasting out the health of the Death Knight. Does sacrifice the pet. It's gonna be a big board for Sensei as it backs up out of there. And I believe that also was diffuse magic to reduce all the magic damage from BDK and potentially even reverse it. I don't know if he reverses diseases, but potentially might. BDK found himself very, very low on health. Fist of Fury pairing him out completely. Might not be in a great spot. Trying to go for that Crypt Fever, but looks like Sensei taking him out before the dot has set in, with Heat Motion being up next. Is he the last one left? Is he actually? Wait, the whole team is going through and Sensei just going through these boys back to back? Monks, man, am I right? Heat Motion trying to give a nice bow. Sensei is just like, I'm gonna stay as far away as I can. Maybe I'll give you a bow, but I'm not gonna walk up next to you. I miss those honorable duels where you walk up to the competitor, hit him with a bow, you walk away, and then you start the duel. But in the 5v5 arena, if you do want to just like, as soon as the guy in front of you is dead, you're more than welcome to go in and blast him out as much as you want to. There's no specific rules about honor duel. Gonna be a big Fist of Fury. Heat Motion does activate defenses. Gonna be the Earth Elemental. Could potentially rotate another defensive in it if he wants to. It's gonna be dropping down. Big Totem. Sky Fury down. Heat Motion gonna hit with the disarm. Gonna be Stormkeeper. Potentially could go for the big Kieran setup. Does he have the biggest Kieran burst right now? Trying to make it happen. It's gonna be a potentially big burst. He has to take himself the Aegis Stricken. It's gonna be reducing a lot of that magic damage taken with that lasso. Trying to stun him down. Heat Motion. It's gonna out in the open. Sensei, not a lot of health besides that Aegis Stricken. Is gonna back up out of there. And Heat Motion looking for that health recovery of his own, hitting that 8-minute mark, finally dampening again into 19%. So this is just burst out of the monk, man. This is not even like you lack a healing. You just monk bursting these boys before dampening even begins. Heat Motion trying to see if he might be able to get himself a better angle versus Sensei. Got himself a stun with the Earth Elemental. Karma, as I think Sensei is just going to capitalize on the most amount of damage, likely dropping BDB onto Heat Motion, who does go for that Torrent charge, just trying to see if he can back up out of there. Look at him dropping out Totem charge. Sky Fury down in just 10 seconds, so he potentially could have himself another Kyrian go. BDB down by Sensei. I think he dropped it on Totem. I think it was his legendary randomly dropping BDBs as he killed the Totem. I think that's what happened. In motion with a leg sweep. Could potentially go for setup. Trying to land a Hex on a Sensei. Does get it. It's going to get himself a healing surge. Could potentially be the big burst right now. Does drop down a Totem. That's going to be that static Totem. And Sensei just going to back up out of there. Sky Fury down for Heat Motion. Got himself the big Kyrian setup. Does Sensei poke out to fight it? Looks like he might not. Maybe run in with a diffuse magic. Heat Motion trying to see if he can find the angle. Sky Fury is only going to be on it for a little bit until he doesn't have lightning in his hands anymore. Looks like the lightning is gone. Is the Kyrian Totem still down? Might still be able to get that Kyrian Totem to pop, but I don't know if he's... What is that? Bows he just got frozen in a cap. That was so kind of cute looking. That was a little raptor pose. It was like trying to show off or something. Gonna be the Heat Motion, I guess, waiting 30 more seconds until another Sky Furious, and Sensei avoided all that burst completely. I think Sensei just waited until his full cooldowns, and then he's gonna go in for the biggest setup. Heat Motion again. Sensei just walked over there. And now he's backing out completely. Just with that port. I think he's trying to bait Heat Motion into the room. I think that's what he's trying to do. Lava Burst getting sent. Eventually the Fire Alley should get the angle to Sensei. Should be able to get some damage in cap onto Heat Motion. As he goes in for a nice hearty hello. Leg sweep onto Sensei. Onto Heat Motion. Could potentially go for a wall here. Definitely wants to go for it. Needs to go for some kind of CC or something versus Sensei. It's going to be Lightning Lasso, trick aside with the human racial. Heat Motion potentially could make something happen here. Going to be that Totem down to put Sensei in place. Going to be Aegis Trinket with a big setup. Potentially Heat Motion maybe could make something big happen. It's going to be Kyrian Totem down. Sensei goes to take down the Kyrian Totem. It's going to be a Hex. A quick interrupt and down he goes. Didn't even give that boy a chance. Sensei with a 4. Oh. Not giving these guys an opportunity to really play the game, man. Super unfortunate, man. Oh no. Oh no. Man, all right, let's get another one going, boys. I don't think we can end like that. We have to keep going. We have to get another good one in there, man. You can't just let a monk steal that victory like that. Even though monks are fantastic, the Sensei is really, really good in his class. You can't just let a monk run away with that one. You can't let it happen, boys. You gotta go in there. Chicago with Silk Fiber to go. And Night King, let me know when you are ready. My man. Chicago got to play. I'm happy about that. Man, I played this game for 12 plus years. I suck at indie content, but I still love the game. Yo, what is your favorite content, Ivo? What do you do in WoW most of the time? Like, what kind of content do you really get into? Like, what's your vibe, man? What do you vibe with? What is your best content? Chicago Night King queuing you for a random. Probably gonna be Tolveron, honestly. Probably gonna be Tolveron Arena. Don't hit me with that Blizzard. Hit me with that Elysium. Hit me with that Nagrand again. Hit me with that 12-year-on. I knew it. I knew it. They got big buys too? Yeah, I agree with that. Whereas the chill and survivability keeps them in the game. Hunter survival in particular counters for because of feign death and mending. They also have insane damage and don't know how to use it. Mending on feign death, you can die. I think it's multiple different opinions, multiple different mindsets, multiple different thought processes. Not Necro really. I wonder if hunters go like full aggro build as a Necrolord. I wonder if that could be really, really good. Marksman in particular I know can do that, but I wonder if survival is worth doing that at all. Maybe going for like poison from the dot, stack it up. M+? Hell yeah, dude. M+, man. I love me some M+. Hell yeah, Ivo. Hope you're having a wonderful evening, by the way. Billy, you too, my guy. Hunters can feign every 50 seconds manage traps. Yeah, they're pretty nuts. And it's me who counters dots and you just counters me? Maybe. I like a healthy discussion in the chat there. You guys are more welcome to take it in the Discord. By the way, if you guys enjoyed the stream, having a good time, hit thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. Did we save that duel? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Alrighty. Switch. Gonna be C-Mark now! First up is gonna be Chill Pills Unholy. Oh no, C-Mark is like, yo, please don't put me against the Death Knight. Please never put me against the Death Knight. And there goes him. The Death Knight. Silence of the Seamark could be really bad. Ultra Time gets him super low, but does recover it. Trying to see if he can door shadows. Shield Bill's just gripping the boy. He's like playing with him like a yo-yo. He's not letting him play the game at all. He got grips. He got that Necrolord yoinking arm. He got all that. Oh my god. Let's see if I can just get it blasted out by these pets. The army of ghouls, the army of the undead are just chasing after him, trying to see if we might be able to make some damage happen versus that ghoul. Chilpas use a Death Coil. Did you just see that around the corner? Use Death Coil just to heal that pet. That Death Coil can top your pet, by the way. That Death Coil, I think, does more healing to your undead pet than anything else. But it literally can top your pet. Arcane Blast into Chilpas. As he gets hit with the Mirrors of Torment, this man's gonna have to wait it out. That Silence Root could be big for Seavark, but he just needs to basically have a damage setup. Chilpas needs to silence himself. He's unable to cast spells or do anything or grip or whatever. The pet might be able to go for an intro, but if the pet does no longer have a stun, it could be the perfect setup he needs. It's gonna be a stun to Seavark. He's immune to CC for a second. AMS for Chilpas. The touch of the magic ignores that AMS. Is like, I know you're there. I'm just gonna eat right through you. Big damage to Chilpas. Could potentially be really bad. Gonna be a flush scout. Massive burst to the Seamark, but it's gonna be a flush scout for Chilpas to recover. Is gonna go for the Death Pact. At least he got himself full health bar and a shield. Well, almost full health bar. Some of it necrotic. But the shield is gonna keep him healthy until he can deal with those necrotics until they fall off. Seavark is just gonna blast out the pet as best as he can. Chilpas might actually have to worry about the pet. If Seavark can eliminate the pet completely from chilled, he might be in a good spot. Literally working down these pets as best as he can, both the A-bomb and the normal summon pet, the ghoul, the undead, Mr. Bones over there. Seavark trying to see if he can avoid Chilpas as best as he can. Chilpas definitely wants to go for some damage of his own. He can build any runic power for now to get the pet back up and running though. So if maybe Seavark can keep the pet low, snipe it out as he goes in for a big undead transformation. But Chilpas does not have the pet to summon. And if Chilpas does not focus on the pet for Death Coil so he can put alive, he might be in a bad spot. Going to be a silence on the Seavark. That's going to give Chilpas an opportunity. AMS right now, and Seavark is going to try to see if he not get disrupted. He, I think, tried to juke and interrupt from Chilpas potentially. He's going to door shadows. All the time is up. Chilpas got himself a grippy hand. Tried to stay away from that grippy A-bomb limb. Let's see if we're going for that. And I think trying to go for an invis. Ultra time, touch the magic set up. Chilpas is going to get a stun with the grip. Going to be a silence on the Chilpas. Let's see if we can stay under pressure. No more ice bucket. I think it might be over. Oh, the unholy Death Knight. Yoinking him and strangling him in place and then taking him down. That is a tough matchup, man. You know what makes a tough matchup even tougher? The fact that Arcane Mage just needs to wait and AFK. Literally just needs to wait until the cooldowns are back up before they can do any damage. They just need to wait. But by the time you're done waiting, they have their cooldowns back up. So then you have to play defensively. And then it's like, by the time you get in there, by the time you do damn. Unless you can somehow sync it where your cooldowns are up but theirs aren't, it's pretty tough out there. It's pretty tough out there. I feel like your Curian Burst was really good though, Seavark. That seemed like you just need a short setup, big blaster, taking him out. That just seemed like really, really strong. Triples does go for a flesh craft as he's getting chased around by the Shaman. Chicago as they're trying to get some damage in. The A-bomb is joining in. Chicago looks like he's actually going to back up away from these pets. Going to be gripped by Chilpas. Chicago using that grip to focus damage on Chilpas, summoning up the doggo is going to be a silence as Chicago getting hit with a lot of physical damage. That spell, Aegis Trinket, is going to end up absorbing a lot of the spell damage, but a lot of these ghouls are scooting around and are clawing at you. No shadow damage, no diseases, no nothing. It's just straight up physical damn. That A-bomb just kind of staring at Chicago. I think he's a big fan. He just didn't want to attack. He's like, hey, Chicago, big fan. Just walks by him. Sometimes I swear to God, that big A-bomb guy doesn't do anything. Is it just me? Chilpas getting blasted out by Storm Strike. Chicago picking up some damage, finding a little bit of that Shaman magic in there. Chilpas is trying to be a little bit more cautious about his health bar, using as much of that runic power as he can to heals before dampen his stacks up. Might have to burn some big defensive stun on Chicago. Does burn a trinket. Chicago getting chained with slow of ice, the chains of ice constantly. Can counter with a Ghost Wolf. So at most, Chilpas can, if they can break away from Chicago, at least he can for Chicago to run 100% movement speed instead of 130. The best he can. Big Alien Blast. Chilpas does go after the Alien Blast gets so a big Death Strike. The harder you get hit, the bigger Death Strike will heal you for. Big A-bomb limb trying to pull Chicago away from any pillars. Wall for Chicago right now. Is there going to be enough though? As Chilpas clawing in Chicago, going to be the Army of the Dead summoned up as well. IBF for Chilpas, just so he can focus on doing as much damage as possible. Walk it out of that port. That's going to be Soul Shift for Chicago. Sunder by Chicago just trying to bring himself a bit of a break here. And Chilpas got himself full bar runic power, can go for a lot of health recovery. Chicago using all that Maelstrom and mana to heal. That wall and healing was used really, really early to keep himself alive. Chilpas having to burn a lot of that runic power on Death Strikes. Again, the harder you get hit, the more you heal for. That Lightning Bolt actually should give you a lot of healing, but we've only had him enough runic power. Trying to go for those Lichborns and Death Coil heals. Chicago tried to keep the pressure onto the Death Knight. They got him pretty low, could maybe push him over the edge. Chill Plus doesn't cool, just coming back up, but the Alien Blast does get him critically low. Sounded to follow, trick inside of it. Gonna be that execute phase. As Chill Plus does get to come back from the death for a second, trying to do whatever damage you can to force anything on Chicago, but Chicago just keeping cool, collected Ghost Wolfing out of there. Or Ghost Raptoring out of there, hoofing it out of there. Who's gonna be up next? Is it gonna be the other DK? It looks like Beat kind of wants to, but he's like, you guys want to go? Maybe I go? Okay, I go. Chicago, at 5 minutes into the duel, 6% dampener with BDK. Another Unholy Death Knight summoning also the Abomination as well. It's going to have to spend a couple of globals on that static zone just to break out of that chain link fence. Sunder with a stun, getting the pets, but missing the Death Knight. AMS up for BDK as he goes for a full stun on Chicago. Is he going to play that Spell Ward or... Yeah, he is not playing the Army of the Dead, so he is playing the big shadow damage Apocalypse, massive damage to Chicago, actually a big burst right here, trying to see if he can max out the damage. Chicago absorbing a lot of that magic damage into that Aegis Shrinking, is trying to heal through this. I can play that out of mana. Does he get the grip? He can try to pull the grip away. Chicago keeping him away from any kind of pillars, is going to be able to go for that Apocalypse damage yet again, just need to build up a little bit of resources. He's going to get another one in there with that Crypt Fever. That's going to do a ton of damage. Chicago trying to see if they can survive it. Got himself a self-heal, but that Crypt Fever is going to get refreshed. The Mages of the Dead is also going to join in to blast out Chicago for a little bit. Quick Sunder, Chicago, no health, no mana, nothing. And it's going to be Seed Pod trying to see if they can maybe survive it, but I think BDK should have enough damage here. I was going to say for a second, what if the DK doesn't? Because I know it only got kind of burst, sorta, but this Death is playing the different build. Instead of Shield Pills, he summons a full Army of the Dead to fight the enemy. BDK is playing Necromantic Bargain PvP talent, which transforms his Apocalypse into an ability to put a disease on the enemy target. It looks like it's going to be Sensei up. Oh, I want to get a Wolf Mound, dude. I don't know why I haven't gotten one of these. Apparently, these things can literally fly. I just got a BG DDK 15 horse. Let's go, Brian. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Let's go. Did my first 15k on Demon Warlock pumped. Let's go, Astro. Awesome. Let's go, boys. BDK gonna be up next versus, or rather, Sensei is gonna be up next versus. What the? Did you just walk over there to flag Chill Pills? That is really BM. You guys must have it out for one another. Gonna be a chill. Oh, IBF. Chill. Icebound Fortitude, Chillbound Fortitude out of BDK as he's trying to see if he can survive the burst out of Sensei. Going to be a big spin to win as Karma comes out. BDK has nothing left. Big touch of that, man. Sensei came in, put everything into the Death Knight just to make sure he could just hit the pressure point, take him out with a touch of death. Who's going to be next? Is it going to be Hit Motion? Kalel versus Sensei. I think an Outlaw can potentially beat a Monk in a 1v1. You just gotta make sure you get that kidney shot right. Just gotta make sure you do it right, though. Sensei, I think, still holding on to that human racial. Likely gonna be Sensei or Kalel rather trying to see if he can get behind Sensei. Maybe land a kidney shot. Gonna be the root by the Monk. Kalel has a lot of damage ready to go. Could go for a full kidney shot. Kidney shot on Sensei. Is gonna go for evasion with flagellation. Full burst. Is it gonna be enough though? Sensei is gonna go for a human racial. It's gonna go for a wall. Sensei next go is actually gonna most likely going to go down. If somehow Kalel can keep him low, blind him at low, land a stun with a Cosmic Trinket, he could make something happen. You just got to make sure he has the defensive for the next go. But I think he burned a evasion really early while he's having a go. That summon is a rogue you really got to be very careful with. Burning defensives while you have the enemy stunned. So like, let's say you stun the enemy, but you're like, I'm gonna pop evasion just in case. But guess what? They're stunned. Gonna be a full chicken coming down with a stunned Sensei. It's gonna activate Spell Warden. Oh, Aegis in the last second. I keep rolling Spell Warden, but it's Aegis. Chicken out of Kalel. Blind Sensei cannot get out of it. Gonna be a Vanish. So that's another thing too. Blind, Vanish, and a Trinket. Trinket Blind, Trinket Vanish. I can totally see it, but Trinket Vanish and Blind, it's like, ooh. You could have just only used one of those, and you would have had a cooldown later. But I guess as an Outlaw, you do have very short vanishes since you do get cooldown reduction heavily involved as you play aggressively. The harder you hit as Outlaw, the more cooldown reduction you gain. Since you get hit with the sap, he's going to activate Ring of Peace. Quick incap on Kalel. Does he have a big bitty B? Going to be disarmed to Sensei. Cannot Fist of Fury. Can shot by Kalel. Does he have himself a go? He's trying to see if he can set up a bit of damage, but it looks like he doesn't really have a lot of juice with him. It's going to be Evasion. Trying to go for the Flagellation. Going to be Fist of Fury flying for Sensei. And as a rogue, you are getting parried, but you can go for a bunch of pistol shots back to back. Since it does have flagellation, but was that a Dreadblades with it, or was that separated? Looks like it might have been separated. Since it's taking a bit of damage out of the flagellation, Cloak of Shadows is going to be up for Kalel. Not really worried about that karma. Looks like he's going to back up out of there. Sensei, I think, was trying to see if he gets interrupted on nature, but to potentially get himself a full flesh cap. Kalel does not set an ink cap long at all. Lexium hitting him. Potentially could survive, maybe. Unless Sensei get the biggest burst possible. He's going to be killing the shot. Oh, the spins from the images. End up killing that rogue. He did stab the monk, but those images from with the fire kept spinning. And he could have waddled away from them fast enough. Sensei kind of low in health. Doesn't really have a lot of defenses. Does Ken end up capitalizing on this? Is sending out the Eagles. Sensei had no health whatsoever. Is going to be able to break away super far. Ken looking to catch up as fast as possible. Going to be BDB dropping down for Sensei. Still Sensei is super extremely low. Ken needs to send his pet out at him immediately. Whatever pressure he can set up, because Sensei is catching up on health real quickly. Does he get a flesh cap? He might just be able to pop a ring of peace and maybe go for a flesh cap. That would help you a lot. Sensei just break it away, man. Big kill shot is going to put a bleed on him. Trying to see if he can heal through the shadow damage over the flame shot and that bleed. Pet joining in. Going to be Zuen joining in as well. Going to be Fist of Fury into the pet for the second. Sensei is still critical low. 30 seconds on that karma. If Ken ends up getting a stun to Sensei, it could be really bad. Sensei popping up the ages, trying to remove a lot of that magic damage out of the equation. Ken can still get himself a good angle. Sensei does drop a BDB. I think a random BDB from a legendary. Going to be a port. Another flame shot. Get it set up. Ken just cannot catch up to this man at all. Going to be a flush cut. Sensei recovering a lot of health right now. Waiting now for the karma. 3 seconds on the karma. 2 seconds. Stun onto Sensei. The skin capitalized. Going to be a human racial out of Sensei. Still under a ton of pressure. Got himself that full 4 brew. With the karma onto the pet. Literally just turning attention onto the pet. I don't think he's playing good karma, so it's not going to be end up healing him or anything. Just trying to secure as little damage into his health as possible. Going to be the chimeric poison is going to reduce his damage quite a bit. It's going to be Sensei trying to go for a big burst, and again, as soon as he sees the hunter back it up, what is going on? What is this animation you got going on? He's spazzing out. Someone help him. He ate a freezing trap, and he started like spazzing out into place. Oh no, that freezing trap though was perfectly. I don't think Ken set it up for a reason. Or specifically, but that ended up working out extremely well. There's gonna be more traps getting set up. Ken dives into camo. Man, oh, it's a Beyblade. It's literally a Beyblade. Wow. Sensei should get frozen more often. Some of the animations they get caught in are actually fantastic. I love it. That spaz and the Beyblade spin. Gonna be a stun. Does Sensei just go down here? Is it gonna be over after all that running? BDB down onto a Ken. Good trick it out of it. Sensei getting low. Ooh, and the hunter does end up capitalizing. The monk did the very best he could to escape out of that situation, boys. But he couldn't outrun the hunter. Ken ended up getting everything he needed. Gonna be a freezer trap as Lazy Cat is ready to go for a bite or ready for the pounce. Maybe just confused. I mean, it could be a face of a killer, just like, huh? What? Freezing trap? Where did that come from? Maimage Ken does not have a trick at this time. Maybe he can go for a pet sag, but it's going to be under a ton of pressure. Going to be another reset by Lazy. I think it's going to be over. Ken does go for a Scarab Beast. It's going to be a power shield by Lazy. As Ken does go for a feign death for a second. David needs to make sure he doesn't have any dots on him. As best as possible, Lazy Cat is getting kind of low in health. Going to be the big harpoon through the wall. Lazy does go for a big bear form. Going to be a frenzy region as well. Ken does have a turtle in case he needs to use it. Try to go for a bit of a heal. I think the Moonfire ended up disrupting his manic bandages. Freezing trap onto Lazy. And Ken might actually be able to get a camo. Does get a camo. Just to make sure there's a hunter mark on the feral. It looks like someone is keeping him out in the open. Maybe the pet got moonfired. Maybe he got moonfired. Not sure what. But it's going to be a flate shot onto Lazy Cat. It's going to be able to strip him off his flesh card. Chicken for Lazy Cat. Try to go for big bites. Ken at no help whatsoever. Is going to be going for the turtle. This kid maybe go for check it out turtle shell, trying to capitalize damage on the Lazy Cat. Gonna be a roar, flank and strike, chase it after the feral. It's gonna be thorns right now, trying to throw a grenade, trying to make sure he's not mailing the cat. Freezing trap as he gets hit with a kill shot. Cat has no health whatsoever, but does get himself a little bit of healing. Lazy Cat has no health whatsoever. It's gonna be chimeric poison with a wall. Oh, Lazy. That could have been actually really close between him and the hunter. That could have been a really close duel. Hit motion, last one left, just to make sure to get some kind of flame shock or maybe even a stun onto Lazy Cat. Is it DR'd? I think a lasso would end up killing the cat right now. Does it? The earlier you go for the lasso, better? Now he's in bear form, it might be a little bit harder, but if you go for lasso before the pet goes for a stun, there goes a stun. Yeah, imagine that Earth Alley guy. I mean, the stuns he does are pretty good. The stuns are very, very useful. But if you can go for a lasso before that happens, and then rotate a stun afterwards, so you go for your burst, that could maybe be a little bit more value. Big bleeds on the heat motion. There's already taken a lot of pressure in the opener. Lazy, trying to see if they can just kill Heat Motion just through bleeds alone, putting up some of the biggest dots in there. Heat Motion is going to have to go for a little bit of recovery, but at some point, he's just going to have to go for dam. At some point, he's just going to have to find a way to set up damage versus Lazy. Especially if Lazy like staying next to him, drop him down, maybe trap him in a one totem, the static totem, and then just going for the damn. Gonna be the lasso. No DRs. Lazy Cat is gonna have to go for a Barksit here. And that's going to be a totem, trapping him in place. Lazy does need to take down totem. Stormkeeper's down. Skyfear as well. Lazy does go for a Shadow Meld. And emotion can't find him. Wait, that's actually super unfortunate. He actually caught a reset. Was there no Flame Shock on this man? In bear form is going to get himself a Flame Shock. Maybe he can go for Kyrian Burst. Still, potentially. I think Lazy is going to take down, yeah, take it down that totem. Wait, it does explode. He actually did get the charges to go off though. So Lazy did at least takes a little bit of damage with the totem, but I don't think that thing crit. It's kind of unfortunate. Knockback on by hit motion on the Lazy. I think it might be over unless the Shaman just got some burst out of nowhere. That lasso might have been deadly, but Trinket was available for Lazy. Dropping down the Cosmic Trinket. I think it was maybe Shaman's. Unfortunate, man. Definitely could have maybe been a real game, but that's hard. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another duel going, yeah? Let's get another one up and running for the evening. Unless you guys know on teams with 7-10. I want to go a little longer for NA if possible. EU got to play a lot. You gotta play quite a bit. Gotta mug down to GG's. Thank you for going by. See, we appreciate you. Just went through a painful 17 minutes on 100, but it's alright. Get to somebody about. Let's go, Briar. Yo, we gotta get some keys done if you wanna. We gotta get some keys done over the weekend. Like tomorrow's my day off. We can maybe get some done. I do gotta get a cap out my vault if you wanna get some done. Maybe we can get some guilds to join or whatever. Night King needs a +1 over for the team Horde. Where I've got Dal, yo. Once the duels really get cranked up into high gear, dude, I got a haze buff. IRL haze buff. Mikey, how you doing, my guy? We hit today, man. We hit, do we hit today? We might be able to. I might have time to hit it today. Let me get some food after the stream. I still need my, M+ for the week 2, so we will see. I did want to have an early night tonight though. But on summer swapping tunes, it sounds good. Day off, blasphemy. That's tomorrow, Sparticle. That's tomorrow. Chicago 3 out of 5. Yo, Spart, you want to join in Chicago? Actually, your Horde. Let's just swap alliance out of nowhere. Well, that Ben Affleck's at? Yo, could somebody let Ben Banwell know, like, yo, you know, pop in as a Warlock for the duels? That'd be fantastic. Does somebody have a matter ability? See if he's down for it. Down to play Affliction, drain these boys' souls in the most literal sense. Because we had Snoopy, the EU boy, join us yesterday. We could maybe have Ben Affleck join in over on the NA. I can message him. Yeah, go for it. Maybe he'll be down because I know he plays on Alliance. Because we just need a couple more bodies for Alliance. We can maybe get like what 1 more, 2 more games if you guys want to. We can play as long as you guys want to. Honestly, as much as you guys want to. Because EU got to play a little bit longer, like by 40 more minutes on EU. I'll be down to give an opportunity to do the same. I haven't had any food. I'll only get my last person in mode. Fair enough. Fair enough, Spart. Hey, yo, Spart. What character are you playing nowadays? Or, I mean, what covenant are you playing nowadays? Are you still Kyrian or are you playing like the Execute Arcane Mage? Because Execute Arcane Mage seems really good. Seems really, really strong. Finding time business schedule to play in the duels would be quite fun. Yeah, that'd be awesome because he was incredibly fun to watch, man. We have Tagsy over on EU. How many in the other group? I think 3. I think Chicago said 3 for now. They are forming. We need. Got him? Yo! Let's go! Oh! 5. They're ready. They're ready. Yo! What arena do we give you guys? Do we just give you a random arena? Or do we just give you like a classic? The Grand? Right? Random? Okay, random. Ship us 1 random. All order on. Random or order on. Okay, we'll do random. Random. That's fair. Because it should be random. I was gonna give you guys the Grand because it's a staple one. The new one? Oh, that would be awesome. That actually would be awesome, Andromeda. That's a classic. I think that arena is going to be a classic. It's really, really good. I think it's just really well set up. Maldraxxus? Yeah, it's really good. That's cool. Rikium? Okay. Maldraxxus. Let's do the Colosseum. Oh, apparently declined. It's big AF. It's not that big. I'll do random. I'll do random. I'll do random. I'll do bounce access. I did 12. I'm not sure if that's gonna break it. Didn't break it. Here we go. There it is. Yeah, boys. Maldraxxus Coliseum. Let's have some fun tonight. You guys have yourselves the best duel of your lives. Play your hearts out. Make it fun. Make it entertaining. Have a good time, man. Yo, can I know we got a lot of Pharaohs in team 2, but can the Pharaohs go like second, third, or fourth? Can we get Ban to play first? Can Ban will get a chance to play? Can the team 2 be like, yo, can Ban go first? Just because we just popped him in here. Sensi got to play, Chicago got to play, Lazy Cat got to play. Samuel hasn't really. Can we get Ban first? Just to make sure this man gets a chance. You know what I mean? Can we just do it, chat? Please? I'm gonna let you guys do how you want to do it, but please. Twitch, that'd be awesome. We got ourselves Ban Affleck. Make a return for the team 2. Oh god, it's actually like zooms in. Oh, he's like taking a, it's almost like he's taking a bath in his little soul. Well, we got Lazy Cat as a Pharaoh in the back with Samuel. Also as a Pharaoh. I like him Mahog. We got ourselves Sensei back here with Chicago. It looks like, yeah, they're letting Ban. I was like, yo, can you guys let Ban go first? Just to have him join the duels. He's gonna be sacrificing his Fellhound versus Chill Pills as Unholy. I guess he can't really interrupt Chill Pills. Well, he can interrupt Chill Pills technically, but he does want to sacrifice the pet in order to make sure he gets a cast. Gonna be a Soul Rod, trying to go for the big damage. Wall up right now. Mordecall and Chill Pills. Does he have himself the big burst? It's gonna be massive drain versus Chill. It's gonna be the AMS. Trying to see if he can survive the drain. Gonna be a big port for Ben Affleck as Chill Pills just rotting down to these dots with the Dark Layer. Continue to blast him. Somehow regains a little bit of health. I'm not sure where from, but he does gain a bit of health. Ben Affleck still has himself a massive haze buff with the Dark Glare still present, still able to keep the dots rolling with Chill Pills stun, and it's actually going to be immune to some CC for a bit. Chill Pills swapping out to a different playstyle, playing more of a Shadow Warlock build. Ben Affleck is going to be able to get a full dot onto full fear onto Chill Pills. Should be able to go for Shadow Fury. Actually going to be the IBF. I don't know if he actually missed it or not, but he could go for a big drain. With the extra pets, bonus pets for Chill Pills, Ben Affleck could put an Agony on the bonus pet in order to gain a little bit extra value. And look at that drain. That drain heals for so much for Affliction Warlocks. It is incredibly, incredibly strong. Chillpill's actually using a death coil onto his own pet just to make sure that thing's alive. Gonna be a UA getting set up on Chillpills. Does get the Crypt Fever rolling. Transforming his Apocalypse into a Crypt Fever. Fear onto Chillpills. Could go draining the pet. Drain pet in the Death Knight. Keep himself healthy. Chillpills with an AMS. Tried to live. That's gonna be his pet actually melting to the dots, and the drain has to summon a new one. Can he summon a new one? I don't know if he can. Playing that spell Warden together with AMS, he's got himself lots of magic defense. That's going to be a Ban Affleck dropping in a big ball of absorption with a Dark Pack. Another setup by Chillpills summoning a new ghoul, and that's going to be the big damage out of the Crypt Fever. Massive port for Ban Affleck. I guess he used the Gateway together with the Soul Shape, and that's going to be a massive drain to catch up a little bit of health. Again, can keep the pets as well as Chillpills dotted up. Getting interrupted, so he's actually going to be free to cast. He's going to ramp up his damage of his dots. Got himself the full Dark Layer very, very soon. Going to be another Crypt Fever out for Ben Affleck, onto Ben Affleck. Chillpills getting hit with a Mordecall. Trying to go for a Rapture into a bit of a drain versus Chillpills. Might have to reposition so you can go for a big old port. Is going to reposition to get back behind the pillar. On team, did we introduce team 1? We got us this Beatman, Flowerson. We got a Heat Motion in the back of Kin. And now introduce him. There it is. I just want to make sure I don't miss this duel. Ben Affleck trying to go for a big soul. Down on Chillpills. I think he pre-AMS'd. Going to be another Crypt Fever on the Affliction Warlock. Got himself a big haze buff. Trying to go for a big drain. Could potentially be massive down to Chillpills as soon as the AMS falls off. Trying to go for a fear. That's going to get interrupted. Could potentially still get big dots on Chillpills. Is going to try to go for a big drain. Grippy hand is up. Could potentially go for a full dots together with Dark Layer. It's going to go for a port. Does he have access to this gateway again or not? Gonna be drained off of that ghoul. Is making sure that ghoul is dotted up. Not gonna see the Dark Soul and Dark Soul Hysteria. Actually, for Affliction Work is Hysteria. Instability for Demonology. For a while. Could go for a big old Dark Layer if you wanted to. Is going to ramp up his dots, trying to go for a stun. Trying not to get interrupted, but Chillpills, though, if he can help it. Fear is going to get stunned up, and it's going to be a pet. Empowered. Ben Affleck could be in tight spot right now. Could Wallace is going to Wallace off, trying to get a fear on Chillpills. Is going to trinket out of it. Ben Affleck with a massive drain on both the pet as well as the Death Knight, trying to recover and keep himself as healthy as possible. Dark Knight coming back up very, very soon. Just to maintain the dots on both the pet as well as shield pills, and maybe even the mages. Is going to go for soul shape, trying to see if he can go for gate. Shield pills looking to maybe land a grip onto Ben, but I don't think it's going to happen as Ben Affleck is going to chill behind the pillar, drain again onto that pet. The more drains he can get, the more healing he can get out of it. Definitely needs to make sure to spread agonies on everybody, ramping up the dots so he's going to be able to get those dots to tick faster, get him more procs for the drain life, and a bigger heal before dampening really gets up in the high health. Chain of eyes onto Ben, trying to get a UA onto Chill Pills. Chill Pills trying to be very careful with his interrupts. Since Ben Affleck is playing that Resolve Trinket, going to be full Soul Rot, everything with Chill Pills, big dots, Dark Light joining in. Ben Affleck could maybe go for a big drain. Chill Pills under a ton of pressure, does not have AMS. Is he just out of dots and Dark Light? The Dark Light actually is doing work. Wait, Chill Pills could just rot. He's got him some Spell Warden. It's absorbing a little bit of damage taken, but it's still super low in health. Stun to Ben Affleck, no health whatsoever. I think it might just be drain, a big Death Strike from Chill Pills. Trying to survive the Warlock output. Wall up for Ben Affleck, UA and everything. Trying to just go for Malefic Raptures with drain, AMS up for Chill Pills. Barely surviving, trying to get aggressive with the Crypt Fever. Got himself a little bit of resources up as well, drain, but Ben Affleck try to keep the pressure rolling with the chill. Big yoink grip with a stun. Ben Affleck is gonna have to sit with that result trinket. Anytime he gets stunned up, it is going to be 20% more effective, but then he got a bit of immunity for a short amount of time. Mortal and Chill Pills with the fear, drain life with the UA. That grip apparently doesn't make him immune though, so grip is displacer ability. A little bit different of CC, but a perfect disruptor. Chill Pills is going to get rotted down to those dots. Got himself big execute. Ben Affleck did activate Dark Soul, just trying to avoid Chill Pills as best he can. That's tough matchup, man, unless you can somehow find a way to like get a silence onto Ben Affleck and then nuke him down with burst. With this man having as much mobility as he got, Warlocks do have quite a bit, especially his Night Fame. Those dots are eventually gonna rot you. Like, there's not much you can do. I kind of love how dots are so much more prevalent for Warlocks in PvP now. I am happy about it personally. I know it's like, oh man, what's up with dots on you? You could just AFK and live. But I kind of was like, but it's kind of weird that Affliction Warlock dots weren't that good for the last few expansions, you know? It was like, it's a class all about dots. That should be the strongest part about him. Kin getting loaded up with dots, Dark Lair extending them. Kin just melt behind the pillar. Wait a second. Oh my god. Kin, oh, Ben Affleck. Oh my goodness. Look at the team too. Literally, I think Flowers is backing up. He's like, I don't want none of that. Oh, but Flower Sin. Flower Sins, it's gonna be first up. Oh, I love that Ghost form. He's a bat too. Oh, he's literally playing Bat Chest. He's a Bat Chest. The new Twitchy mode, or the recent Twitchy mode. But it's gonna be sending out Ghosts. Dude, if you could transform your Ghost Wolves into those Zereth Mortis Wolves, that'd be awesome. Blizzard, get on that. Ghost Wolves for Zereth Mortis Wolves. Get on that, Blizzard. Those look awesome. That's gonna be. You ways get to set up a Ben Affleck wall. As Flowersen's trying to go for a bit of the Night Fate burst, getting interrupted as Ben Affleck did sacrifice his Fell Hound, so he has access to interrupt. Going to be short interrupt for Flower. It's going to be Soul Rod getting set up between him and the Rock Boys. Has the double drain. Flower trying to see if he can blast him out. That's going to be the Seed Pod. I think Ben should be able to got it up and Malefic Rapture down. Actually, has to go for Malefic Rapture. That's an ability that doesn't get used a lot in PvP until you get your tier set. Actually, can you ever check if Ben got any part of his tier set? Because Malefic Rapture should be pretty good. Oh, hit motion, stood there, trying to go for a nice honor bow, but Ben, I guess he didn't notice that he was bowing, and you just spend the time loading him up full of dots. Hit motion was just trying to go for a bow. Hit motion, dude, he's the one guy trying to keep it as respectful in these 5v5 duels, man. He's trying to keep these duels respectful, trying to go for the bow, trying to keep it honorable, man, no matter how he performs. Trying to go for a big Stormkeeper, could potentially be a big burst. Ben Affleck backing up out of there. Emotion does want to drop down the big Curing Totem on him whenever possible. Is walling off the damage. Can remove the agony though. Should remove the agony whenever he can. I don't know what happened to the Curing Totem. Maybe he switched it out. Maybe it's no longer Kyrian. Gonna be a fear by Ben Affleck. After the stun, he's immune to CC for a second. Drained to hit motion. Could be in big trouble. Might be in bad situation. Healing surges that keep him alive. Gonna be Ben Affleck trying to land a fear. Malefic Rapture's flowing. That's actually quite a bit of damage. Big drain to hit motion to see if any way to heal right now. Might be in trouble. Oh. And Beatman is the last. Come on, Beatman. Give it a real duel, man. Come on, dude. Oh, come on. He's going to sleep. Give it a real one, man. There you go. Give it the best. Just do whatever you can. Slam out Ben Affleck, dude. It's you versus a lock. It's gonna go for that Aegis trinket really early, offsetting a lot of the magic damage to that shield, which is actually helpful. It's gonna be a shield of vengeance. That is a Hysteria and Dark Glare. That's actually worth trinketing. That is a big 2-minute cooldown. Beatman trying to see if he can survive this cooldown. The Dark Glare is not helping the situation. Definitely should be building some resources off of the Dark Glare if possible. Trying to set up the big hammer. Ben Affleck making sure to maintain those dots on Beatman with the Fleshcraft to follow. And Ben trying to keep the pressure and the dots rolling. Beatman trying to waddle over to him. Has a hand of freedom to keep himself rolling. Stun to Ben Affleck is going to be a longer stun. Activates Dark back. There's going to be a wall as well. Trying to use all defenses together. There's a lot of damage out of this Paladin though. Fear. Beatman is going to get feared. Nothing he can do about it. Ben Affleck finds himself super low health. Mortal doesn't even catch up a little bit. Big drain to catch up on quite a lot of the health. Rapturing all these dots. So it's going to be more agony ticks. More dot ticks in general. Stun to Beatman around the corner. Could potentially hit him with a drain as he goes around the pillar, and it's going to just make sure to keep those dots refreshed, so Beatman is at least taking constant pressure. Definitely should refresh that UA at all times. That UA is going to hurt. Stun to Ben Affleck, all stuns could be brutal. They're going to be extra long, so Beatman, every time he stuns him, it's a big value. But after that stun, unless you got a big setup, Ben Affleck is free to play the game. You get to see 1 CC, and then you get to play the game. You get to sit 1 CC a little bit longer, and then you get to play the game. It's a very interesting trinket added into the mix. You wake it and set up. Full Dark Glare, gonna be the bubble. Beatman waiting for all his coolness to be up. And it's trying to see if he can blast up Ben Affleck. Does he have mobility? Trying to see if he can catch up on the pony. Big burst. Ben Affleck is gonna go for the port. Mortal hit the Paladin. No trinket out. Ben Affleck trying to go for that fear. Trying to at least keep him CC'd. Beatman doesn't sit that CC long at all. Rapture's doing quite a bit of damage. Drain left to follow. Beatman does go for that interrupt. Ben Affleck is here free to play the game now. You get interrupted once, you're free to play the game for a bit. Fear, gonna be short onto Beatman. As he's trying to build some more resources, gonna be that drain. Man, getting that drain uninterruptible is actually quite huge. Stun onto Ben as Beatman trying to go for as much defensive. It's gonna go for a bit of a reset behind the pillar. Ben Affleck that can port on top of him with an interrupt. That's the scary part. Scary. What's your Fleshcraft? Definitely needs your Fleshcraft. It's gonna be Aegis. Fleshcraft right now. Unless you got it. Big heal trying to trick it out of it. Shield of Vengeance needs a Fleshcraft right now. When you get interrupted on Holy, you Fleshcraft me. There it goes. Ben Affleck did pop Hysteria, so he was trying to make some big bursts happen. Beatman was able to absorb a lot of the damage, either offset portion of it into Aegis, into Shield of Vengeance, and now into the Fleshcraft, looking for the recovery. Beatman used to make sure he's got the biggest damage versus Banana Flock. I keep messing your name up all the time, dude. I keep thinking of Banana Raccoon for some reason. I just see B-A-N-A, and immediately my mind just completes it with Banana Raccoon. What happened to Banana? Does Banana still play? Does Banana play? I don't remember. I don't even know anymore. I still follow him on Twitter, but I don't know if he actually plays the game. Beatman trying to see if he can survive it. Dots are just rotting him down. Not in a great position. Big drain. I think it's over. No, wait, he's still alive barely. He's barely living. Trying to turn evil onto the demon. Get away, you heathen. I can survive this. Oh my god. Beatman just trying to keep himself alive and kicking as best as he can. As we hit in that 11-minute dampening. Oh, the Mortal is going to be offset him so. Barely any health left. Just God, this man still somehow finding out this Word of Glory. At this point, I don't even know what's going on, man. I'm just seeing the man just trying to pump and heal himself as best as possible, trying to survive against all odds. He's barely alive, barely kicking 42% dampening, literally popping eye for an eye just to reduce some of the damage that Pet is doing to him. Some of the physical damage. I think he stunned the Pet. With the Wake of Ashes potentially. It's gonna kill the Pet. So Ben is actually had to summon a new one. By the way, I love that character, dude. I love that mustache. That's such a good mog, dude. That is such a good mog. It's like a mix between like a farmer and like a pimp. You got the pimp cane. And they got a farmer mog. He's just farming points, man. Farming points in arena. Big fear onto Beatman. No bubble. But trinket. That's have a trinket. Could be lots of dots. Full setup. Big drain. Shield of Vengeance with the Aegis. Oh, Fleshcraft trying to help him out. He got a second one. No. He's trying to rush out. Stun. This is it. Make the biggest play happen. Actually, he doesn't have a Wings proc. Wing procs. Maybe he can make something happen. Using the defensively more than anything. Gonna be worst up. Oh, so close. Maybe he can go for the next interrupt. Wall's gonna stop. Wait, he may actually be having no damage. Wait, Ben actually took a bit of burst there, trying to drain off of that slime, but a 48% dampening making it difficult. Wings are up for Beatman. Might actually have it here. Interrupt Ben. Wait, oh, he did it. Wait, this Paladin. Oh, this Paladin did it. No way! I honestly thought this man was super behind. There's no way for him to come back. Beat, man, beat, ban. My goodness. No way. I was honestly thinking it was going to go into Warlock's favor, but Beatman did not give up, man. Those shields, trying to see if he can slam out big damage into the dome of Samuel, but he doesn't have the wings himself. They're trying to build up a little bit of resources. Man, that was a close duel. That was clutch. That was so close. Damn. Yo, Ban, that was amazing performance. I honestly thought it was going to be in your favor, but Beatman, at the beginning, it looked like this man gave up. He literally went to sleep. He literally gave up. He's like, there's no way I can beat an Affliction Warlock. This man stuck it out to the very end. Big Cosmic Trinket. I think Bateman, he did what he could. He did all he could. Can we get another one in? That was amazing, dude. That was awesome. Manuel, that was so fun. Thank you for the invites. 5 minutes of walking circles is my limit. Okay, fair enough, Badwell. You want to go again? Maybe you'll go against somebody else, man. You're more than welcome to stick around and go for one more. That was so fun. I actually enjoy watching you play a ton. By the way, Badwell streams if you guys want to check him out. There's that. Actually, does Shilpa stream? Does Seawork stream? Does Lazy Cat stream? Honestly, I feel like if I call out someone else's stream, one person's stream, I should call out all streams at that point. Ban was underrated though. Pretty fun to watch. Look at the disc. What's up? News? Tim Liquid, fly home tomorrow. Sepulchre progress Monday. World first? Yeah, I saw the world first. Unless you mean someone else. Oh, is that you doing DM? Hell yeah. Overall? For which dungeon was it? That's huge. Hell yeah, my guy. Pumping, popping off. I stream, yes. Billy streams, there it is. You guys should pop your streams over in my Discord, man. We have a promotion portion there. It's a promotion channel. You guys are welcome to join. Fusion Halls, let's go. Nice. Up performance for the lock, though. It was fantastic. It was great. Warlock probably would have won if he didn't wait for 7% dampening. Maybe. Maybe. I think both of them played really well, though. Alright, we're gonna go random this time. Random arena. I don't know what we're gonna get, but Ban Affleck, that was so fun, man. Banwell, that was enjoyable. Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, walking the circle. I mean, that guy don't want to die, right? That guy did not want to die to Warlock. But that was a long one at the end there, wasn't it? Oh, it's fun to watch Reds die. Oh, no, man. Dude, some people, and you know what? As a rogue player, I feel like I should have some sort of like a baked-in hate for Reds, just because Reds and rogues have added back and forth with one another, right? Especially as Outlaw with Bob actually stopping you completely. Is Affliction Warlock back? But really good stuff to watch. It is awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Chill pills. Not Chicago. Leave all queues. I'll queue you in 20 seconds. Real quick. Every time I see Ban Affleck, I keep thinking of Banana. Banana Raccoon. Does he still play the Feral Druid? Or is he still around? Let me see. I follow him. There is Lee Banwell. Dude, he's the same, like, Banwell is Banwell's Twitch name, but Banana Raccoon's last name is Banwell. Are you guys related? Both Banwells? Well, one is EU. No, I think he's playing Classic nowadays. Yeah. Wrath of the Lich King waiting room. Yeah, I think it's done. He's just playing some Classic. Yeah, he just said ding 70. Let's go. Huge. Playing Druid too. I think he's still playing Druid. I know he loved Feral. Love playing Feral. Let's go. Transfer Scar to Banana Claw. He always names his characters Banana. Banana this or Banana that. I'm so sad not having him around as much. But at least I hope he's enjoying Classic. Q. Okay, we got it. Got it, boys. Gotcha. One more for the road. One more for the road. Ban Affleck, aka Big Pumpin'. Yeah, for real. Big Pumper. But dude, which lock is better for the duels? Duels, I want to say all of them are really good. Demonology got them pets with the stunts. I think Demo's excellent. I think Demo is an excellent spec. Although Affliction has gotten a lot better because of the drain heal mechanic. And you can run the resolve trinket, so like you get interrupted once, but as long as you get that uninterruptible drain, you can do a lot of recovery. What else we got? Dastro can do well. I haven't seen a lot of Dastro, but I know they can do like a really cheesy cooked up setup with their tiers and go for the double chaos bolt. It is really fun. It is super enjoyable. That's classism Dalvator. Maybe. But yeah, I'm glad that Affliction, dude, I'm glad that Warlock's improving little by little. Duster getting a 5% buff soon on Tuesday. Other classes could see a buff as well, boys. Other classes could also see a buff, which would be awesome. It would be really awesome to see. So Twitch, we got ourselves a Lazy Cat over for the team. One is a Pharaoh. We got Samuel, might be the first one to go, potentially Sensei in the back. We got ourselves a Affliction Warlock. Ooh, Vulor. I don't know why I had such a hard time saying your name. Dude, that Necrolord set with the helm looks amazing together. Chicago gonna be first up with the Age of Stringer, popping with the Earth Elemental. That's gonna be Chill Pills as a Unholy Death Knight. Gonna be dropping down big damage and big knowledge over onto Chicago. As he just keeps trying to beat that knowledge into his cranium with a big old two-hander sword. Chicago trying to see if he can bow out, potentially going for a Hex. Flashcraft, Chillpills can't really stop it, but maybe has some damage to follow. Looks at Chillpills out of juice, does get himself yet another Necromantic Bargain Apocalypse, putting a big disease, Crypt Fever dot onto Chicago. Playing the Necromantic Bargain PvP talent, not summoning pets, instead just doing a bunch of shadow damage with that Apocalypse and getting way more uses out of it. And also, if you get a lot of festering wounds, it's a lot of bursts. It's going to be Chillpills trying to heal himself with Lichboard. Oh! Chicago! Find a way to just blast that Chillpills. He's trying to take revenge on Chicago in the last second, but I think Chicago just waited out. My goodness! Chicago just... Oh my goodness, zapped him out of the game! Oh my god, that enhancement Shaman burst is scary, dude. He kind of had him low, zap, and just done, just exploded. Man, Necrolord enhancement is basically like a better element. It's literally Elemental Shaman. Insane damn, it is really good. Chicago is so good at Shammy. You know what I love doing when we did PTR duels? Arhi versus Chicago, Shaman versus Shaman. Seeing both of those to compete, it was such a neck-to-neck match. Man, you never know who was gonna win. I think at first, Arhi was winning a lot of those duels, but then Chicago started turning around and it became a lot more even. So every time you watch it play against one another, it was always like, man, I don't know, out of these two juggernauts, who's gonna win? Because both of them heal a ton and blast each other a ton. Both of them play super aggressive against each other too. They're just going hambo. Because I guess maybe playing defensive just didn't give you that much value. Manning bandage quick before Kin as he breaks away with Chicago. As Chicago just like floating angelically. Freezing trap, gonna stop in place, but is gonna get some zaps. Finding zaps versus Kin. Now it needs to make sure they're landing those primordial bolts versus Kin, which will maintain flame shocks. Big alley blast, getting Kin kind of low. You can just do so much damage from range. Chicago going for a little bit of self heal is gonna get frozen up. And I like how your shoulder bits, like the dangly bits on your shoulder, still move while you're frozen, by the way. Kin getting zapped out quite a lot, almost getting his heart stopped. It's gonna be a big alley blaster follow. Chicago got a lot of damage, walling this damage off for now, trying to get a bit of health coverage, but trying to get the pressure on Kin as best as possible. Got himself a little bit of self heal. Gonna be Kin with a chimeric poison. So in Chicago doesn't have a trinket, but he's gonna have a pre-wall there, rolling for a little bit. Kin find himself super low. Kin actually real low on health. Ooh, flame shock takes out on him. And Chicago does end up taking yet another kill with Flower Sin's going to be up next. Sunder on Chicago needs to find recovery. Spell Warden is going to help, or Aegis Trinket, I keep calling Spell Warden, is going to help offset some of the damage into that shield. Fleshcraft does the land a Hex onto Flowers, and Flowers does not go for the interrupt onto the Fleshcraft. Surprise, surprise, I think it's going to be Counter-Strike Totem. I think it is going to be Chicago's Counter-Strike Totem. Flower Sin's trying to go for a big 9-phase burst, but isn't able to really find Chicago in there. It's going to be Flowers trying to get the Ghostos in versus Chicago. Quick Sunder by Chicago. Wait, Flowers, you got themselves. Oh, those are cool fist weapons. Those are really cool fist weapons. Those are cool looking. Look at him, dude. Oh, he looks like a StarCraft character. Either, I'm thinking Halo with swords, or more or less like a StarCraft Protoss. Looks amazing. Flower Sins getting kind of low in health, trying to get some zaps. Is Flowers playing Night Phase, so he doesn't have the same stop potential as a big blast of Chicago. Could be cooking up for big lightning bolt. Going to be a Counter-Strike Totem. Not really sure who's blasting. I think it's going to be Flower Sins Totem. Chicago is going to be eliminated. It's going to be a Seed Pod full of Flower Sins. Needs to eliminate it. Chicago should be able to do it quite easily. Just trying to go for as much self-heal as the Ghost was attacking him. Chicago actually had to go for a little bit of self-heal. Just as long as Booty, literally Booty Warrior, is going to be up next, trying to see if he can blast out Chicago. Got himself full Flashcraft shield ready to go. And Chicago trying to avoid the Warrior, desperately backing up out of there. Big alley blast versus Booty. Billy said Chicago's better versus Arhi. I feel like they're way too close to one another, man. It's way too close to call. I've been watching both of them play, and they're both incredibly strong. Going to be a big banner for Booty playing out the Necrolord Booty Warrior. I love your name. It's gonna be Chicago, getting kind of low on health. That pressure of the warrior is actually quite tough. He got a banner for such a long time. That's extra master, extra damage hex by Chicago. Reflected. I think it's gonna be over. Oh no. That warrior with that hex, that was the play. I think Chicago was expecting to get interrupted, but Booty's like, well, if I interrupt, you're just gonna flash craft, so I'm just gonna reflect it back to you. Sensei versus Booty, where he's gonna have to go for enraged regeneration. It's gonna have to do something where Sensei, Fear on the Fist of Fury, is at least able to disrupt a lot of that burst from Sensei with his images. But the monk does not trinket that Fear. The images are continuing to pump damage into Booty. It's going to be a Fort Brew. As Sensei is rotating defenses, I think he's ready for Booty to just go for big damage. Booty hasn't went for an interrupt so far. I think he's just going to let Sensei go for those Vivifies. If anything, going to be that Recklessness. Does he play Tormented King's Lego? Trying to leap over to Sensei? Interrupt and quick pummel as he's trying to craft a Flesh Goose Shield back together. Booty is going to be a little bit under pressure whenever those Fist of Furies are flying because it's going to be a lot of the parry. But Booty is going to try to see if he can maybe get an angle versus Sensei. Got himself flush cup. Sensei pushing in, trying to land the interrupt. Does get that spear hand strike to interrupt it, but he does collect a lot of that shielding. But Sensei is able to blast right through it pretty quickly. 5 minutes into the duel, Vizafiri going to be stopping Booty for a second. Does use a lot of that rage he's gotten into Ignore Pain, which is going to be a little bit cheaper, I think, for Prot Warriors than the next Tuesday. Once a reset, going to be a bit of damage from Sensei with a leg sweep. Booty should be able to heal quite a bit here. Does he drop BDB? Sensei has images, but he doesn't have BDB. Booty trying to go for big damage. Does he leap over to Sensei? Going to be the Ring of Peace. Does he catch up to the monk? Try to see if he can get back to him. He's going to use Raging Blows on those images. He still has that Recklessness available. Can he make that big wreck work? Versus Fist of Fury, stopping him in place for a second. Booty, the next leg soup could be really bad for him. Trying to pop out the banner. Going to be big in rage regen. Does Sensei go for the Karma? He's trying to go for the Spell Warden. Or Aegis Trinket rather. That's not really going to do much against Booty. Does he have Recklessness? He does not have Recklessness yet. But that banner is still flying. Still can do a ton of damage with it. Lots of healing available. Does activate Avatar throughout Blade Storm. Could potentially do a lot of damage. Sensei finds himself with no health over. Does he just burn through a Karma? Big healing for Sensei. BDB down on him. Booty, does he just think about right here? Charging out next to him. Next to him could be really, really bad. That's going to be Diffused Magic. Booty does not have anything magical about him. He's just healing through the damage. Another BDB dropping the dude. Sensei's dropping the bruise. Booty backing up out of there. Is he going to go for that Flesh Cup? Looks like he might. He does have Zowen attacking him in the back there. He's going to get a lot of healing from Zowen. He's trying to get a lot of rage. Next, Lexic would be really bad. He does have a chicken for it. Booty needs to make sure he gets that Reckless as soon as possible. He does have Zowen to attack for a bit. I think he's trying to burn rage into Zowen. Maybe to get Reckless back as quick as possible. He does, I think, play No, he's not. No, I was going to say he's not anger management. I keep thinking he's anger management. He isn't. He's Reckless Abandon for those Raging Blows. Sensei got a little bit of burst, potentially BDB together with images. Gonna be Lexi for the Booty. Choose the Trinket as soon as he sees cooldowns on the Sensei. Maybe a Fear right here. Does he go for the Fear? Looks like he doesn't go for it just yet. Just trying to keep himself alive, slow into Sensei. Just trying to back up out of there, get whatever healing he can. Big leap for Booty. Has himself in a Rage Regeneration very, very soon. Flash Card getting interrupted. Could go for a big heal. And Rage Regen is out right now in case he wants to use it. Blade Storm and Rage Regen getting used. Trying to get a bit of healing. Sensei has nowhere to go. Gonna be charged by the Warrior. Does have a port away, but it maybe it's a leap for Booty. Trying to see if I can walk over the interrupt Flesh Cup. Is going to be able to interrupt the last second. Booty trying to sacrifice a lot of that rage into a bit of a shield. Trying to maybe blast through the shielding of Sensei. Not going to go for Shatter. Has got himself Recklessness. Going to be Raging Blows back to back. Sensei trying to separate with a Ring of Peace. Booty needs to catch up back on top of him. Definitely needs a Blade Storm in order to get through that Ring of Peace next time. He's going to be able to catch up. Raging Blows back to back. Still maintains Reckless for quite a while. Sensei under pressure. Dropping out BDBs. Maybe could use the BDBs defensively. Karma onto Booty. Booty is just going to have to find a way to deal with this. Could potentially go for a Fear. That's going to be commanding shot as well. Maybe get a bit of healing from Sensei. Banners back up. Should keep this man moving. Charge to intercept Sensei. Does Sensei have a port? He's going to go for a Diffused Magic. Trying to give himself as much healing as possible. Zerk Rage to break out of that incap. Booty trying to see if he can catch up to Sensei. It's going to be a port for Sensei. Does Booty have maybe a charge or anything? Maybe a leap around the corner? Something, anything. And it looks like Sensei is at least going to be able to attack that Chemist Line for a while as Booty has to go recuperate a little bit. Sensei walking back in with a leg sweep. Could go for some big damage. Booty does activate Recklessness for free from Tormented Kings. Big damage. Booty could be in big trouble. Needs a heal right now. Leap away. Try to leap away from a lot of the burst. Had to play it very defensive. Can at least attack the images for a bit. Get a little bit of rage. Maybe get a heal or two from them. Is going to get himself in rage. Big kick onto Booty. I think also random BDB dropping for Sensei. He just dropping those brews randomly. In Rage Regen for Booty. Does he get himself any healing? Or does he go down right here? In cap. Does he Zerka Rage out of it? I don't think he has a way to do so. It's going to be down for the count as the monk takes him down. Man, that is a tough one. That is a tough monk to crack, honestly. Oh my god. Stunned by Beatman. No chicken available for Oh, does he have a human racial at the very end? Does he report? Is it over? Sensei trying to see if he can keep away from the Beatman. Does have the Aegis trinket to help him deal with the holy damage. It's going to be War Stomp stopping the Fist of Fury. Disrupting the parry. Still big damage. Oh, Sensei just getting blasted. Oh my god, Beatman. Dropping a flag on that boy. Didn't Sensei though drop? I think somebody on team won. I think it's either Sensei or maybe it was Lazy. If it was Lazy dropping flags, I think somebody did a flag shield at some point. If it was Sensei, then I guess deserved in a way. But it was Lazy, then it's like, well, it wasn't Sensei. I don't know. You guys shouldn't flag each other anyway. That's my thought process about it. You probably shouldn't. You should be treating each other with a little bit more respect than that. Put some respect on that name. You know what I mean? Show respect, you get respect. Unless you get disrespected. And then I guess it's like, all hands are off. All gloves are off. Fisticuffs. Let's go. Scotty, I am a man. Are you going to become a commentator for the WoW tournaments? I would love to, man. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. What do you apply? Can I apply somewhere? I don't have like crazy arena experience, but I can run my mouth. Maybe? Maybe also beating Counter-Strike? Yeah, beating Counter-Strike was a little rough too. Counter-Strike is a little bit tough to fight. Beatman trying to chill behind the pillar. 10 minutes in, or 11 minutes rather into the duel. 37% dampener as Vulor. Waiting now to get some dots onto Beatman. Does get a stun. He's got a soul shape over Mordecall. Try to keep him in the open. Mordecall does run him out in the open. Oh, Trinket's out of the fear. He's went for the Mordecall interfere, trying to keep him feared out in the open. Vulor is playing the normal Trinket, so no more Aegis or nothing. Is going to be able to get a proper UA. Try to get a fear into Beatman. Does he go for the big dots, big burst potentially? There's still a bubble available for Beatman. Vulor could go up all the biggest burst possible. Dark Glare, everything. Maybe go for... Looks like he's not going to go for it. Just going to let the dots sit into Beatman. A rapid contagion to let him tick more often. So they put it a bit more pressure versus the Beatman. But Vulor trying to maybe mount up. Potentially. Just try to keep the damage rolling. Beatman is just getting random hits with the hammers from afar. Vulor does set himself up in a good spot. Just trying to make sure there's as much range between him and the Paladin. So the Paladin has to walk slowly but surely over to... the Warlock hitting him with a Mordecall. UA getting set up. Vulor trying to go for the most amount of damage. Soul Rod. Beatman might just have to bubble out of here just to make sure to remove all those dot damages under pressure. But he does have a spell as Aegis Shield. Vulor take a big blast to the face with that hammer. Beatman, let's go for Shield of Vengeance. Vulor just trying to get some dots and to slow onto Beatman. Try to hit him with a Shadow Fury. Malefic Rapture too. That's going to be Dark Glare joining in. Beatman might just have to bubble it. There goes the bubble. Does he have enough damage to take out Vulor? Does go for the big gateway. Beatman kind of finds himself out in the open. Has wings for a little bit of healing. 45% dampening is going to make things harder. Fleshcraft is going to give him a little bit extra survivability. Again, 46% dampening is going to make it harder. Dampening literally rose in the last time we checked on it. Vulor, super low on health. Needs some more hammer. Oh, he does get that hammer drop into the air, boys. My goodness. And Samuel the Feral is going to be up next. Got himself full neck road setup. Going to be the opener on the Beatman. At least he has himself Blessing of Protection. I guess a lot of that bleed damage versus Samuel. But Samuelson can just Moonfire to build comp points off of him. So at least he could go for a setup. Beatman trying to use his mana in order to keep himself alive. Just trying to wait for the Feral. He doesn't know which way he's going to go from. Eye for an eye because the Feral gets an opener. Again, expecting the Feral to be next to him. He doesn't know where he's going to be. But he's just kind of sitting there. He's kind of sitting while Samuelson out in the open. Beatman is just unsure where he's going to be. Getting himself big opener. Going to be potentially big damage for Samuelson. Stun. Maybe Hand of Freedom for Beatman is going to be able to maybe get some damage on Sam. Barks as soon as he gets hit. Probably should have pre-barked. Maybe he was expecting big damage on a Beatman. He was like, is he going to commit that Necrolord hammer thing? Oh, he does. Okay, Barkskin. Now I'm going to be safe. That's going to be a big old bite. Nothing you can do about it. Man, that's a tough matchup. Chicago with a 3-0 though. Even though it's not showing up. Because Chicago bailed out, I think. Oh, no. Chicago got 3, right? Van say Quebec? Let's go. Where's this last game? Hey, do you guys want to go again? I mean, if you have groups, I can go again. I'm really hungry. I'm starving. I gotta get some water here. But otherwise, I can go again. Yeah, if you guys want to go. Affy as always. Yeah, Affy is really fun. I'm back if you want more. I'm down. Yeah, if you got groups. Flower Shaman was Night Fae. And a seed pod thing. Yeah, the seed pod won't let you get a kill, right? It wouldn't. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, whenever you have run seed pod, now what you got? I don't even know. 19 Necrotic Wake. Pretty big Necrotic Wake. I need a Sanguini Linguini and I need a Spires. I'm down for another. I'm down to go. We can go again. Yeah, I'm down. Let me see if I can. What's save is this? 32? There we go. Hell yeah, boys. Hell yeah. This is fun, man. These duels are great. Why are Reds dropping flags on people all of a sudden? I don't know. But we actually had people doing that in the EU as well, actually, didn't we? Yeah, it was that one guy. Crap, I'm really bad with names. I forget his name, but he played Tauren and played Human. Albedo. That guy. He kept dropping flags on people. You're right. What's with the retribution? Atherman gotta go in here, dude. Atherman gotta come back to these duels. Get a bit of PvP gear. And show these boys how respectful duel is done. Night King, let me know when you're ready. If you have a 5-man team ready to go. Others will get one more in here, boys. What arena should we do? I guess we'll do random. Kind of hoping it's hook point up. I spent 1 million gold and I'm gonna use it. Let's go. We're gonna spend 1 million gold on that thing? Alright, fair enough. True. Hardest part of our palette is looking in the mirror. That's funny. I feel like they're gonna play to any class though. Dude, I love how people are so savage. It's like, oh, you play that class? Garbage. I feel like that's never gonna die in the World of Warcraft, man. Especially when it comes to the PvP community. Oh, you play that class? I remember when rogues were like doing well and rogues in AWC, it was like, oh my god, these rogues. People are making fun of RMP comps and these rogues getting carried because of RMP at the beginning of the season. Memeing on them. It's like, man, my life is hard, but at least I'm not a rogue. Night King needs 2 more in a horde. If we can get 2 more, we'll call it here. But if we can get 2 more in a horde for Night King and LFG, we'll get a group going. But people are memeing on rogues playing RMP. They were like, man, so life is tough sometimes. But at least I'm not a rogue playing an RMP. Those guys just trying to get a carry. Like people were just absolutely dumbstering rogues. A log on horde, you're more than welcome to him. I want to try a marksman hunter, but they always melt. Yo, Shane, if you want to try a marksman, you're more than welcome to give it a go, dude. Anybody and everybody is welcome to join these duels. Just know you're going up against feral druids that are geared, chill pills, the Frost DK extraordinaire, and Chicago, able to blast these boys to smithereens from a mile away. You know, anybody and everybody is welcome to join these duels because we do want fresh blood. We do want people to participate. We really do. I think more new people, the merrier. You know, whether you have experience, whether you don't have experience, because duels is a fantastic learning place. You go in, sometimes you get knocked down, sometimes you knock someone else down, you learn from it. We had so many people join the duels, and we watched them grow over the, I guess, years now. I remember in the EU, we had Christina join the duels a ton. Christina's a feral druid, and the first one they started playing, I think it was in BFA, they were maybe able to get like 1 win, but that's about it. Like after popping all the cooldowns, maybe getting a kill, they had a hard time recovering and slaying the next person. And Christina was playing, I think, on average like 1600 gameplay, like in arenas. So kind of like new to feral, not super great, but definitely give the best. And the duels let them learn how classes play, their defenses, how to set up your bursts, how to survive better. And then we're able to take that into arenas, and then whatever knowledge they had in arenas for the bursts and the damage, and learn from other druids, you know, trying different covenants, trying different legendaries and whatnot. Over time, they were able to grow and do better. I guess in BFA they didn't have covenants and legendaries, but like whatever you had back in BFA, the gear or whatever. Whoops. Okay, Riku. Alrighty, we go again. Uno mas, boys. Uno mas. Do I go again? Nice. Asher mains? Oh, I like the Legion arena. I don't like it as much as Blackrock Hole, but it's a good arena. I don't hate this arena. I do think that one pillar with a cat is a little bit on the longer end, and I'm not a fan of that. But it's okay. I like the 2 smaller pillars. I think they're fine. The one big one, it's aesthetically cool looking, but it's kind of weird to play around with, I think. Sometimes like a caster class and mobility class can hide behind it. I think it maybe gives them a little bit of an advantage. But I'm glad that all the arenas are different. They're not all the same. That's what I do enjoy about the game. But yeah, we had Christina join in, didn't do that well, and eventually grew. Eventually started doing better, started performing better. And once you get like 20, eventually slapping our boys 25, playing as Venti or Feral. Literally doesn't even matter what covenant they're playing. They're just a god of the game, and they're able to get a lot of damage, a lot of survivability, to the point where they were able to push 2400. I think trying to even go for Gladiator at some point. It's awesome. What item level? Any item level will literally take anybody with any gear, but you might want to at least have full honor gear. That probably is going to help you survive better. Switch. We got Samuel charging out versus Chilpos immediately. IBF out of the Frost Death Knight in first global as they try to set up a big blasted damage to Samuel, trying to make this obliterates work. Big silence on Samuel, putting so much pressure on the Feral. He's going down an Aegis Trinket. Gonna be that stun. This is gonna be a Thorns up, and Chilpos seeing those Thorns backing up out of there just for a little bit. Samuel trying to see if he can take that pressure, that advantage. Is gonna go behind the pillar, craft himself a fresh new shield. I think Chilpos already had a flesh scout when he first walked in. Is going to be sacrificing that ghoul. Trying to stop Samuel from getting a proper opener. It's going to be Kevin Slime as well as Death and Decay denying him. Samuel still got himself a reset. I think a Shadow Meld at the last second. He just popped in. Shadow Meld really quickly, get the opener. Is able to put a better, bigger bleed with that opener rake bleed onto Chilpos together with the rip that's going to just melt him over time. Chilpos getting liquidated little by little by those bleeds. Is going to be able to get a stun onto Samuel. More of a defensive stun as he's trying to go for a bit of a dark back. It's going to be a big bite. Lots of pressure by the Feral. Chilpos trying to get a chain of ice onto the kitty cat, but is still under a ton of pressure. Need himself whatever survivability he can get. I don't think he can summon any more undeads. He's going to try to get a flesh cap. Is the Feral interrupted? The Feral does not. He's just going to go for a reset as Chilpos got himself that first aid. Somehow getting that stun, even though through Death and Decay. I am surprised. Going to be Chilpos. Try to see if he can maybe get himself back some resources. Stun onto Samuel. Is going to go potentially for a more switch. No, silence instead. Got himself the big pillar of frost. Should generate a lot of resources. So potentially could go for a ton of damage. And Samuel just going to get hit with a chain of ice. If anything, Chilpos at least try to keep the Pharaoh slowed down with a chain. Trying to pin him to the ground. Going to be a lot of resources generated for Chilpos. Got himself a lot of runic power. Going to be Maim, but a stun on Samuel as Samuel trying to make some damage happen. Chilpos bleeding out quite profusely. Just to go for as many dash strike as possible. Trying to keep the pressure and resources generated off of Samuel. But the cat is going to go for a reset behind the pillar. Looking for the reset. As long as Chilpos keeps it down on Samuel, it might make it harder for Samuel to get a proper opener. Is it a server Shu Hello, by the way? I don't see a lot of people on that server. Shu? Is it Shu Halo? I always go Shu Hello all the time. Gonna be a stun. Chilpos with a chicken. Got himself a bomb limb. Gonna be lots of damage. Samuel ready. Looks like he's not ready. Backing up out of the Chilpos. Trying to see if he might be able to get the line of sight out of Samuel. You go for the grippy hand. Samuel is spoken out. Maybe to get Moonfire onto Chilpos. It's gonna be a grippy hand. Kind of a bomb limb. Slowing down a little bit. Thorns is up. Chilpos trying to get a stun for Samuel. Is gonna force a trick out of the Feral, but silence to follow. Samuel's gonna be not going to be able to cast certain spells. It's going to be another stun with the Samuel. It's going to be a big drop of obliterate. Chilpos got himself a lot of resources. Could go for a big setup. Samuel trying to go for Flesh Cup Ball and Bear Form. Going to be a quick interrupt by Chilpos. Quick Shadow Meld. Samuel is going to get a little bleeds up on the Chilpos who got himself Lynchborn. So it's going to be maybe defensive damage reduction if he conduits right. But it's going to be also a little bit of self-heal that he could do with the runic power. Does go for a death pact immediately. Dropping down Death and Decay. Trying to make it difficult for Samuel to really get a proper opener with a reset. It looks like he's trying to get a restealth versus Chilpos. Chain of Ice slowing him down while you're under this critical condition. Going to be a bash. Does Samuel have enough damage? Is Chilpos under some pressure? Going to try to get himself more Swinter. Does have a mess for the Thorns. It's going to be also be Hunger and Rune Weapon just to hunger those death strikes just to fuel himself back up to full. Potentially a Pillar of Frost very going soon. Chilpos gets really low. Going to be a Flesh Cup. Has to go for it, but it's going to be Samuel taking him out as he goes in for the wall. Chilpos came in, dropped everything down to the Feral Joe, but that's going to be a tough matchup to beat. It looks like Ken is going to be up next. Throwing down the flare on the right-hand side. Might want to pick up eyes potentially, or maybe just look for the Feral. Samuel is going to be taking a sweet time, trying to go for a bit of a recuperation. Is going to be getting cooldowns back, Trinket, as well as a wall, Berserk. Everything's coming back. Hey, Ken. Ken. I don't know how to say your name properly. It's like, holy Ken. I think it's Ekin. I don't really know. Flare down. Samuel walked away before the flare really hit him. Double stun with a rake as well as a main full bleeds onto Kin with a stun to follow. Going to be Samuel trying to go for a box at Kin. Setting up for a bit of damage of his own though. Trying to make some damage happen. Thorns is up. Kin is trying to make sure a lot of his damage is ranged so he doesn't hurt himself with the Thorns. Eventually that Pet is going to start taking a bit of the damage though. And Kin trying to keep the pressure. Versus Samuel. As best as he can. Freezing Trap meeting him around the corner. Going to be Manic Bandages. No Moonfire on Kin. They should be able to catch up a lot of health. Samuel caught up a lot of health while on the bear form, by the way. Stun, bash onto Kin. Does he go for a trinket? He does not. Looks like Kin potentially is going to set up a steel trap onto Samuel. Exactly what he does. Going to be that chimeric poison as Samuel trying to see if he can get through his poison. This is going to be silence as well as a damage and heal reduction for a little bit. I think it's a 25% damage reduction or 20% damage reduction. Potentially. Sure, hello was my OG server. I'm multi-conscious now though. Really? Yeah, Shu Hello is the server that Kren used to play on. And then Kran moved over to Dalaran to play with me, and then Illidan to play with me. I think it was just still Illidan, wasn't it? But that seems to be her original server. Stun onto Samuel, has a trinket for it. Stun onto Kin, looking to get some bleeds. Gonna be Kin with a trinket with a feign death as well. Freeze trap onto the kitty cat. Is gonna get a flayed shot. Samuel with a bark skin, kind of lowish on health, unless he goes in for big heals. Gonna be that Aegis trinket, trying to reduce a lot of the magic damage taken, which Kin got quite a lot of his damages. Fire and nature, big bites out of the feral druid. Kin with the bleeds on him, manning managed the last second with a feign death, just trying to go for as much self-healing as he can, trying to keep himself afloat as best as possible. Samuel looking for a reset, does have a hunter's mark on him. Flash captain back up to full, looking to approach the hunter, landing that rake stun around the corner, just looking to get the dots in. And his Kin just gonna die to dots, feign death. Now, if you only Samuel could just give it those bleeds, as well as Moonfire to Kin, there's nothing you can do about it. Kin trying to stay aggressive here, as with the eagle, but I think the dots are gonna melt you. Moonfire is not doing work for you at all. It's also gonna be a swarm eating away at your wounds. And I think Kin just dies. Oh, feign death for second camo. Samuel eating a freezing trap. Yo, Kin might actually be able to come back. He's gonna have to wait himself for a while to recuperate all that health. Unless he got many bandages. But at least he does get himself a lot of health recovery. I think he's going to set up some traps. Samuel knows that the hunter can see him. He knows exactly where he's going. He has to pick up eyes at some point. It looks like he's going to go for the far set of eyes, which leaves Kin with an opportunity to recover and heal up. The battle is back on. Samuel getting tagged up. Kin has full offensive cooldowns available. Not a lot of defense. Samuel got quite a bit of defense and offense, so it could be pretty big for both of them. Samuel with a full flash cup looking to maybe get an angle around onto Kin. Is going to hit him with a maim. No chicken available for Kin, so he's going to take a bit of damage. There's going to be also a pet sack to try to reduce some of the damage taken. Stun to Samuel. No chicken available. Kin trying to make some damage happen here. Going to be bar skin for the feral as Kin trying to make some damage happen. Trying to blast out Samuel with grenades, the chakrams, the mongoose bites. Thorns are up on Samuel. Kin better be very, very careful meleeing Samuel for a bit. Feign death camo needs to probably remove all those dots. Samuel has a tricky come back up very, very soon. Kin had some borrowed health, might actually be still dead. I think the swarm is back on him. Oh, and the dots just sat him down. Who's up next? Is it going to be Treasy potentially as a feral druid? Oh, I like your Mog. It's like a little bit of green, a little bit of Necrolord. I think it's basically like, yo, let's put on everything green. We got Sensei over in the Horde as well. It looks like Beatman might be next. Somebody's going to have to go versus Samuel. One of these boys. Looks like maybe Treasy was supposed to. No, apparently Beatman is going to be doing it. Hopefully Beatman can beat Samuel, so then the rest of the team one can get a chance to play. We got Lazy, we got Ben Affleck, we got ourselves Vulor in Chicago ready to play. It's going to be a skull bash at the very last second versus Beatman's Flesh Cup. Looks like Samuel is fine getting hit with a Hodge. Beatman is not going in for big damage, trying to get himself a little bit of a proc. He kind of walked next to Samuel, didn't quite hit melee into the storms because he does have a little bit of range on his Templar's Verdict, the final Verdict Lego. And he also got that Necrolord AoE, which also has a bit of range to it, so you can kind of like tag him without necessarily being like in melee to get thorns by the kitty. Gonna be an interrupt on a Beatman for a second, got himself that shield to absorb a lot of the magic damage. Gonna be a big wings with a roar. Beatman trinkets out of immediately, trying to see if he can maybe capitalize some damage to Samuel. Samuel with a bash. Beatman does not go for a bop or a bubble to get himself moving. Samuel trying to create some line of sight. Beatman trying to see if he can catch up to the feral. Looks like the feral got himself a full reset. The swarm is on Beatman, but the feral got himself a good go. Can go for a full reset if he wants to. Beatman with wings. Wait now for Samuel. Quick bite. A quick rake stun. Stun onto Samuel. Could go for a trinket if he wants to. Barskin with thorns. He's kind of hoping that that'll be enough. Beatman is going to take a bit of damage from those thorns, but as long as he got himself a little bit of survivability, he might be okay. Dropping out more gavel hammers onto Samuel with a shield defenders rolling for Beatman. Got himself maybe more defenses to follow. Looks like Samuel is just completely zooming it out of there. As Beatman finds himself in a situation where he has to play a little bit more defensive. Can't really catch up to the feral easily unless he got a Hand of Freedom and Pony. But he can play defensively against him. It's going to be a blessing of protection, removing all those dots. Samuel gets hit with the stun. Does Beatman have any damage? He got himself procs. Samuel is going to trinket for it. It looks like he is not going to go for the trinket just yet. Taking a bit of damage from the pally though. The proc's a huge wall out for Samuel. Is going to go for that Aegis trinket himself. So Beatman can just kind of hang back, chill back, get himself a proc of wings. Could use his wings defensively or offensively. Looks like he's going to focus on a self heal. Samuel trying to go for that stun. Maim onto Beatman with a bash to follow. Back-to-back stuns. Beatman getting interrupted in the hole. He goes for a flesh catch. I think Samuel was like, you know what? Maybe I can get him here. Ooh, quick interrupt. He can't bubble. Oh, it's going to be a trinket. Oh, still couldn't bubble though. I don't think Paladin expected for his health to go down that quickly. Man, Samuel, what is going on there, bud? Looks like Treasy is going to be up next. As a Feral Druid, going to try to see if he can make a play. Where's the Sam? I know Sam's name. I was going to try to make a Dr. Seuss joke if I could. Sam AM, green eggs and ham. But I guess he does like green eggs and ham. He's covered in green. Just a smattering of green. What's up, B Mellow? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good morning. Yo, are you Australia, B Mellow? Are you an Aussie? There's a morning somewhere, right? Unless like you literally mean AM. Then I guess EU could be AM. Unless you're literally waking up at like 2, 1 in the morning. Possible. Treasy trying to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of a reset. Surely am. What's up, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. It's going to be 10 minutes. Actually, 11 minutes in the duel. 37% damper. The same little popping out and bear from letting Treasy get the opener. Maybe Treasy can go for the big setup. Looks like Treasy does not go for a proper stun. Dropping down the Cosmic Trinket on Samuel, though. Gonna be a quick roll by Samuel as he goes in for a bash with Treasy. Looking to get him fully blood up, full of dots. And Treasy might be in big trouble. Flesh can get him burned too quickly. Bear from to keep himself alive. Bars can get it used up preemptively. But it's still just rotting down to those dots. And Samuel let the rot in. Dude, Samuel is so fast. How are you so quick? I actually have no idea how this guy is this fast. Does he got like speed gems left and right? Because that's what a lot of people do. Treasy getting the maim onto Samuel, but does he go for big damage? Does he go for maybe big berserk? He definitely got himself a big setup. Bear form as he gets hit with the maim. Will potentially get himself maybe the frenzy regen. There goes the emergency healing while in bear form, walling his damage off. Samuel trying to use the Aegis Trinket to defensively deal with some of the magic damage, but Treasy is all bleed. I mean, it is a magical feral. Literally could turn into a cat, but besides that, there's only so much it can do. The bleeds are going to go right through it. Going to be Treasy trying to catch up and healing. Maybe Samuel looking to interrupt. Treasy just trying to catch up whatever health he can. 42% damage, not making it good for him. Going to be a full flash cut for Samuel. Does Treasy have a flash cut of his own? Potential Samuel could interrupt the last second. Looks like he's not going to be able to. Is going to hit him with the Moonfire though. Put himself out in the open. Going to be Treasy trying to go for a quick charge. Back into the castle and bash on Treasy. Has a chicken for it. Looking to get some big bleeds onto Samuel. Samuel with a maim. Samuel knows that he's going to get mained by Treasy next global. He knows it's going to happen. If Treasy can catch up to him, he can maybe stun him and go for a go of his own. Samuel back in the cat form could potentially be big. Samuel does have a trinket in case things go bad. Treasy just trying to keep the dots rolling and trying to keep himself caught up in health and hopefully keep himself afloat here. How Bouncer Ferals doing in PvP? Love Druid, but always seem to never be able to hold up. Feral Druids are nuts. Boomies can also do really, really well in arenas. Duels, I think Ferals are fantastic, but in 2s and 3s, Ferals are pretty deadly. Boomies can do really, really well in specific compositions. I don't know about 2s, but definitely in 3s. So Druid should be pretty good. Double Legends, I think, are going to be a pretty big boon for them. Definitely a big boon. Stun to Samuel, trick inside of it. Treasy had no help whatsoever. I think it's going to be down for the count. Samuel is going to have to go versus Sensei on his Horde Monk. Dropping down big BDB, looking to take him out immediately. Somehow Samuel does not see that stun long at all. Quick roll into Sensei as he popping off that Zuen. That's going to be a complete reset by Samuel. Does Sensei maybe go for an eye? Potentially. Or just sit, maybe just wait for the feral. Possibly. There's eyes on one hand, on maybe eyes on the other side. Yeah, eyes on both ends. Sees where Samuel's at, is going to go for a bit of a catch-up. He used a lot of cooldowns versus the feral, and the feral was able to sneak away out of there. That is super unfortunate. Samuel is going to just chill behind the pillar, maybe looking for another flesh craft. Sensei could approach him. I think Samuel just tried to set out there, maybe get an opener with Sensei. Try to see if he might be able to hit him with that ring of peace. Spin kick, grain kick does get Samuel out. Gonna be a memo to Sensei immediately with full dots rolling. Sensei needs to respond. Potentially could maybe run in there. Gonna be a karma. A lot of the dots is gonna be transferred to Samuel instead, but it's gonna be pretty reduced. Sensei does not play good karma, so he doesn't get a heal from the karma, but he does play ring of peace, which is going to be good for trying to get the feral way out of it from you. Sensei take a lot of damage from those dots. BDB dropping down, trying to get himself a little bit of healing. Does Sensei have a fleshcraft? Potentially maybe go for craft himself a shield. Main by the feral, Lexu by Samuel, got himself a bit of damage. No BDB proc at this time. Big Fist of Fury, spinning cracker proc, big rising stock kick. Samuel barely surviving though. Does get a roar onto the Sensei as well as all of the other images and looking for a bit of a reset of his own. Got himself berserk rolling in as well. And it's just going to build up a lot of resources off of these images. Ring of Peace is going to hopefully boop him. Try to see if he can jump over. He couldn't quite do it. In capital Samuel, bash into Sensei. And it's just going to go for a clone. Does he get it? He actually does get it. I think maybe it's Sensei. We just spammed out that interrupt. Maybe would have gotten an interrupt there, but it was such a close. Way too close to call it. Samuel barely had any health. Fist of Fury onto Samuel. He's going to power shift, try to get out of it. And it's going to be a big kick. Samuel does end up going down. Man, that took a second. That took a turn. Chicago trying to see if he might be able to take down Sensei, and Sensei got nothing. Did give Sensei at least an opportunity to recover a little bit of health. Get literally running circles around him, let him recover. Sensei tried to reposition. Chicago just letting him recover just enough health to make it as much of an auto duel as he can. He's just waddling around with him. It's going to give him a nice honorable duel. So it looks like he's getting an opportunity to at least get himself a full flesh cap. But afterwards, our gloves are robbed. This is where Chicago needs to go for the kill. That's going to be Central dropping big BDP. Zuen and everything onto Chicago. No images though. Chicago's just going to wait it out. Going to be Ada stricken defensively. Trying to protect himself from the magic damage taken. Karma onto the Shammy. As Chicago getting a very low on health. Wall is not going to be enough though. Wall might not be enough keeping the Shaman alive. Quick stun to break away from Sensei. Quick interrupt on the flesh cap. Chicago could be in big trouble. This could be really bad for him. Oh, touch of death of Sensei. Find himself some burst and some BDB procs. With Ben Affleck looking to melt Sensei down to the core. Liquidate this boy. 60 minutes into the duel. No healing for this one. You ain't coming back from this one. Ben Affleck just trying to stay mounted versus Sensei. I think he's trying to see if he can get a good angle on him. Yeah, is he playing AoE Fear or Mortal Coil? I think Ben plays Mortal Coil as Affy. I've seen some Affliction Warlocks play AoE Fear because he could fear things, put dots on things. That could be really, really good. Could be just valuable. If only that Fear and the normal Fear didn't DR, then I think it would be very big. Ben Affleck is going to go for the Succubus. He's actually going to use the Succubus to CC Sensei out from behind the pillar, which is going to give him a little bit extra viability. That's actually really good. That's actually really clever. He does need to wait for the Succubus to pop into stealth though, and then put it in a good position. The Succubus is in stealth since he's trying to see if he can find it. In cap on the Succubus. Looks like he's going to focus it as Ben Affleck is at least able to get some damage in. Wait, did he kill it? Or did Affleck sacrifice it? I think he sacrificed it. Try to see if he can summon a new one. Or maybe he killed... No, he did kill it. Oh, maybe he actually, I don't even know. I think he did use Grimoire Sacrifice. Ben tried to set up the Succubus in a good spot. It is actually in a fantastic spot. Should be able to get an angle on him. There he goes. Yeah, I love that effect. It's just going to walk you towards the Succubus. Put you out in the open. And it's like a fear, so it doesn't break immediately to damage, so you can actually get some CC. Karma onto Sensei. We're going to be full Dark Layer. Going to be Sensei silence himself as he moves all those dots. Actually reflects it back to Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck has to go for the full dots back to the Sensei really quick. Shackles him addiction. Big damage on the Sensei. He's going to port as he goes for a big kick. It's going to be Sensei. Necrotic down quite a bit. Ben Affleck taking a big port. He's actually under ton of pressure. Going to try to see if he can get out of there. Going to be a seat pod. Wait, Sensei got some big burst. Sensei's got some big burst. Oh my goodness. Sensei somehow lived that. I am surprised. Lash got out for Sensei. As I think Vulor tried to go for a stun around the corner. Man, this monk got some damn. I think Ben just didn't want to play this duel long. He could have played a very, very long kitey duel. I guess Monk was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pop off everything and see what I can do versus Sensei. See if I can just nuke him down. That reflect with the diffuse magic helped out Sensei tremendously though. Has offset a lot of that dot damage onto all those powerful dots onto Ben, giving Sensei a little bit of that survivability and also putting a lot of pressure on the Warlock too. Gonna be Vulor with a Mortal Coil as Sensei goes for an in-cap. I like how the animation for the Mortal Coil was a little delayed, but Vulor is gonna have to try to see if he can find them. Yeah, the problem is with this dampening. That first duel like with the Feral Druid, it was a long dampener duel. That got played out as long as it could. It's almost like I was like trying to extend the duels out as best as I can. Sometimes you play these duels and they go into high dampening, and other times not really. 84% dampener though, it's tough. Affliction Warlock, yeah, 80% reduced heal is like playing level 30 Arms Warrior. That's a fair point. In Classic, at least Arms Warriors in current retail have a little bit of healing. Classic Warriors got no healing whatsoever. It's like playing a level 30 Classic Warrior versus like a level 60 fully geared PvP Monk. Let's be honest here, man. That guy got healing. You don't. You don't. You can't even impede and victor him or nothing. UA by Vulor. Fear into Sensei. Maybe he can get some dots set up. Full Dark Glare. Sensei looking to reverse that damage with a big Karma. You're just going to let the dots with the Karma rot and maybe reverse the damage big time onto Vulor. Looks like he's going to reverse that damage big time onto Vulor. It's going to be Shackles Malediction as well. Sensei getting hit with a stun. Vulor needs to get those dots back in. It's going to be an interrupted. It's going to be Soul Shade, but I think it's going to be over. Touch of death by Sensei. With Lazy Cat as the last one left. Is Lazy Cat going to go for that big setup potentially? Looks like he's going to let Sensei get a reset. Let him recover. How high are dampening are we at? 90. Yo, Sensei, you ain't gonna get a lot of healing out of it. Lazy, at this point, I mean, we could sit here, but look, by the time he gets full heal, it's gonna be 100% dampener lazy. I mean, if only Sensei had like a mage on the team or something, because at least you have mage food. Battery dampener was to slow down the speed of players being idle. I don't know if that would work. But yeah. You know, I think I do like faster games rather than dampener games though. Just me. Just me. It is weird though, like some classes do have a lot more survivability. Like when you take a look at the duels, at least Ferals do have quite a bit of survivability. I guess in arenas they die pretty quickly when somebody sits on them with pressure, because then it's like you kind of die in a stun. So I guess it's not that bad in duels though. I really would have loved so we can tweak some of the duel settings. I would have loved to be able to customize the duels a little better. What's goody? What's up, Jace? How you doing, my man? Fast games better than damn games. But this is too fast. Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's got to be a nice balance where you don't, like a perfect game, perfect PvP tuning for a while would be fast games where even sustained damage can put in quite a bit of pressure. Where it's not about biggest burst possible, but even sustained damage can do a ton. Where you don't necessarily need dampening either. Since you're getting dotted out fully in capital lazy, there's going to be a big damage potentially, and also a big setup. So let's say just trying to get blasted. Oh my god, there's nothing you can do about it. Oh man, there's nothing you can do about it at the end. He played as well as he could though. Sensei did the best he could. He got like 4 kills, I think. Привет, как раз здорово, блин, здорово, друг. How you doing, man? Damage needs to be higher than BFA, but lower than SL. I mean, honestly, I don't think we need that high. Honestly, I would love for the game to have no dampening. Like, that would be my perfect PvP balance. Where class of sustained damage can make a play. Landing a clutch CC can really win you a game. Like, playing your class optimally is going to give you a ton of damage. Well, dampening isn't really a necessity. And outplays are rewarded. That's a lot of like buzzwords. So like, what do I mean? Like, it's a lot of these, like, everybody has those buzzwords. Outplays awarded, big sustain, don't need dampener. But it's more like where it gets really complicated is when you're trying to explain how you'd be able to achieve it. You know, I think that's a more interesting discussion. But I don't know, man. A little more sustain, like, I think it'd be cool. Landing a clutch cross CC, landing a perfect opportunity. Where you don't have that many cooldowns, so you don't have to overlap like a bunch of abilities just to burst to have the biggest numbers. You have like 1 or 2 maybe to overlap together. Maybe one on shorter cooldown, one on longer cooldown, and then that is your big burst. But I don't know. I do, man, compared to like BFA with scaling or Legion with scaling, Shadowlands PvP isn't perfect, but I think I do prefer this where gear makes a difference and I can actually change the way my class plays and try different builds and try new things. You know, I'm just a big fan of customization, to be honest. I think that's more valuable than like Legion, where you just have a stat template and you can't change nothing about your class. It's like, okay, Blizzard, you gave me a lot of mastery. That's my worst stat. Thank you so much. My class is under-tuned, unless they end up like tuning it. Because sometimes, like, you know, the best idea is like, I hope that the devs know exactly what's good for my class, but sometimes they don't. So your class is just going to be like, well, I guess I'm somewhat viable, but not really. You know, it's just, it sucks. So at least I'm able to affect my character. At least I'm able to take the stats that I need. And that's kind of what's good about BFA is like, let's say I can go do some dungeons. Yeah, it's annoying. But let's say I can go do some dungeons to offset the fact that my character doesn't do a lot of damage. But at least I can with a bit of side dungeon raid gear, which is lame. I didn't like it, but I don't know. Make it roll about PvP gear. I think it's awesome. Thank you for games, yo. Thanks so much. Ghost, how you doing, my man? B-Tag sometimes, Sensei? Yeah, my man. I gotta get you added. Yeah, what's your real ID? I can maybe add ya. What's your real ID? Dalaran hashtag 1340 if you guys want to add me, man. I can maybe add you in, because you're pretty regular for these duels. If you want to reduce dampening chances, have fillers on a timer where they disappear after a certain amount of time, and then come back. Really? Or put a dead end on the other end of the pillar. You can't LOS once, but you have to run back the other way. I think that's what they were trying to experiment with the new arena. We're supposed to have the Zereth Mortis. I think it was called like the Enigma Arena. I think that we're going to try to do that. Nick, capital N. N-I-K, capital N. If you tried to add me before. No, if you add me right now, it should be able to add you real quick. If you add me right now, Dalaran hashtag 1340, I should be able to see you right here. Well, I gotcha. Is mage still a thing? Yeah, mage is definitely a thing. You should have seen some of the duels with Seabuck earlier. Watch some of my videos and commentate a decent amount of times. First time tuning in live stream. Love the content. Thank you so much, Tyler. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much, my guy. There you are. Cool. Have ya. Let me add a note for you, just because sometimes I like, whenever like people quit the game or when they take a break or whatever, I look through the people that are my tutorial ID. I try to add people in. Sensei, Windwalker, Monk from Duels, smiley face, just so I don't remove. Whenever I add smiley face, it's like, oh, I know that person. I see them regularly. I don't think any of the devs play the majority of the class, let alone the game. Well, hold up. Some of them do. I think if you want to talk about like all the devs versus like some of them, thanks to the game, thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. For fun hanging without you. Hanging out with you, man. I'm having to have food. I'm scatterbrained right now. Thanks for hanging out without you. That sounds toxic. That's not what I meant to say at all. But I mean, for 9.2, like they did a lot of tuning, a lot of class changes. At least when it comes to tier sets, that was really well done. I like the back and forth discussion and conversation with some of the blues, man. That was awesome. I think we just need to see more of that in the future. Definitely just see more of that in the future of them just talking about, hey, these are the class changes we were planning on. Give us feedback so we can make some adjustments. You know, I think that's really, really important. Still live, but late one day. You're still alive, Del, but if a late one day. One day? What do you mean late? Tier set tuning was not class tuning. That's true. That is very true. I agree with you on that one. I think a lot of the class tuning is either going to happen in 9.5 or at this point in the next expansion. I think the next expansion is an opportunity for them to, hopefully, they'll walk away from borrowed powers and instead focus about designing classes, giving us new abilities and spells to play with. That's what I really want to see, is the class kit getting adjusted. And regular adjustments within PvP or PvE. Right? Like if a PvP talent, like if nobody takes a PvP talent, let's say you play Demon Hunter and you're like, man, I almost never have a reason to play, let's say Blood Moon. I don't know, is this a good talent or not? I don't know if it is or isn't. I know that Ice Prey is good, Raid for a Buff can be good, Mortal Dance is really good, Glimpse can be really good, Attain is good, Demonic Origins, like let's say nobody plays Demonic Origins, like, oh, let's buff it. You know, let's reduce the cooldown of Metamorphosis by 2.5 minutes so people can go into meta more often. Ooh, that'd be an interesting play. You can use meta to juke certain CC. That's an interesting one. Can people play Reverse Magic and people play, you know? I think that'd be kind of neat. Or in Hatred, hey, not a lot of people take it. Let's buff it by a ton so you get a lot of Fury. Or maybe add some kind of a DR effect to it so people can make it as a tanky choice. You know? Regular changes. Spectre Hard versus Wink Wink, yeah, Marksman, pretty good. After AWC, maybe after AWC, that's a good idea. Yeah, it's likely, Nick. That's very, very likely. Or Sensei, I can call you Sensei too. I'll switch back and forth. Really bad with names. You're talking about how to play DK and Legion Hell Forest. It was Frozen Lips. Should have been Frozen Nips, that would have been great. I like Frozen Lips though. You think the Destro buff will have a big impact in PvP? Well, Destro have been getting a lot more play in PvP as of recently. It's been getting a bit of popularity, so I think it's only going to help. It's only 5% buff, but a 5% chunk at K as well. That's a good one. I like that. Tuning every like 2-3 weeks. Every 2-3 weeks, like slight tuning, slight changes, right? Let's say like nobody plays Trail of Ruin. It's like, huh, we see the Trail of Ruin as a talent is underperforming, so we gotta adjust it slightly, see if players like it, see if players want to play it. Oh, we see that nobody is really playing, I don't know, Fell Barrage, so we're actually gonna tune Fell Barrage so it's a little bit better. It does full damage uncapped to all enemies. Maybe it'll be a more interesting option for at least Mythic Plus content. You know? Little things like that. Like little adjustments to make certain talents a little bit better, a little bit stronger. Or maybe buff them a little bit and then nerf them down if you need to afterwards. Just to give players more of an option so you can have different builds. Right? Eventually, like, you know, adjust the class over an expansion so that a lot of the talents are really, really strong. Another way of making talents better is adjusting tier sets so then certain talents are more implied. Like, oh, all chaos damage is increased. So like, oh, Trail of Runes is chaos damage. I guess about... Is fire damage? With chaos damage, does that buff you fire damage too, or is it just specifically chaos? The mastery. Am I wrong on that? I don't know. But I get what you mean. Even if it's small changes like around 5%? Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think some of them might happen with 9.5, especially since they're going to have a season 4. I think it'd be cool if they found some like a good design for our classes, like because of the base kit. Let's see what they do in the next expansion. What if they do like a system, or maybe they do base class kits or whatever. I really would love to see our base class kits evolve. Take some of the common abilities, turn them into talents maybe or whatever. Or PvP talents in some cases. You know, heard other shamans were insane with Vesper. Yeah! It's really fun, Tyler. It is enjoyable. I love it. It's my guilty pleasure, man. My guilty pleasure. Without messaging me, Samuel. What's up, man? Thanks for the what's up? Sounds good, my guy. Yo, I think I saw you here. I think I saw you here. There we go. Nice. I think you were the feral, right? Just now. More than welcome to join, my guy. More than welcome to join. Anytime, any place. Always welcome. Alrighty, boys. We had ourselves quite a long live stream, man. Let's go, boys. Big stream. Lots of duels done today. Actually, a lot of duels, man. EU and NA. Damn. You guys gotta give me some credit. Yo, can we get a thumbs up for the stream? And if you're new to the stream, can we get a subscribe and hit the bell for me putting all this effort into the duels this week, man? We ended up having extra long duels. Make sure we play as many games as we could on EU and as many games as we can over on the NA. And I did this without having any lunch or dinner. Are you kidding me, dude? I've been sitting out here, haven't had anything to grub, just coffee fueling me and good vibes, hanging out with the boys. Gotta hit some sub, man. I gotta hit the thumbs up button to show appreciation, man. I very much appreciate it. Alrighty, boys. You guys have a wonderful one. We got some big updates coming up this Tuesday. Mage Tower and a bunch of class adjustments to come in soon. So I'm very, very excited about that. Let's look at some guys I gotta work on. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go get some food, chillax, relax, and maybe play some arenas with Mikey. Maybe do some alt stuff. I gotta get some keys done too this week. I gotta do stuff, man. I also want to try to see if we can turn in early. Just maybe watch some videos, maybe a movie with Quen or something. You know, just hang out, chill. Maybe actually do some time walking stuff with Quen. She also wants to do some stuff as well. I'm actually excited to do some time walking stuff. It's WoD too. You know, I usually normally it's like WoD, but like dungeons are pretty cool in WoD. I would love to do the Aukendu dungeon. Dude, can you hear my voice? I actually sound like I'm straining my voice at this point. My voice is getting deeper. Like, this is just me talking, dude. I talk my heart out. Alright, you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support, boys. Loving hanging out with all of you. Good vibes all around. I'll see you guys all. Tomorrow is Sunday, day off for me. We're coming back Monday for the regular weekly reset prep, and then Tuesday with the weekly reset. Hopefully there's some big tier set upgrades for all of my alts. I'm gonna try to get as many of those as I can. Maybe even do LFR, because honestly LFR tier gear would be an upgrade too. Honestly, tier gear from LFR would be an upgrade. Not even joking. I know it's LFR, it's kind of lame sometimes to get through, but it might be worth it. That's with the 4-piece, even if I got LFR pieces. Oh my god, I could just make it rain fire. I'm gonna start focusing on some characters. Maybe get all them keys done. Maybe some PvP for some of them with honor caps. But the rest of them, try to get as many tier pieces as I can. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. I'll see you guys all Monday. Alrighty. Peace.
Louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all.